Well, thank you, Jay Leno. Thank you very much, Jay Leno.
Yeah.
We can start playing that clip again now that Jay Leno's back on TV where he belongs.
Yes.
And he's the most popular late-night TV talk show host, Anthony.
Apparently so.
Apparently, goddamn, 18 million people watched the debut of Jay Leno's new talk show.
That's a lot of people.
Now you gotta admit, Kanye West people came to watch, to see what he was gonna do.
Yep.
But I still think this Jay Leno show's got major potential. I think it's gonna become the thing to watch your late night TV at 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. What else is on? Jesus.
And Jim Norton was on last night, and let me be the first to say this. Say goodbye to Jim Norton.
You think that's it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, he'll always be part of this show. He'll always want to do this show, but he just took a major step forward last night.
Yes.
For some reason, when Jim Norton and the rest of the guys do stand-up on late-night talk shows, you don't really... You get the exposure, but you don't get the respect for some reason.
Yep.
They go back to, playing the Chuckle Hut in the name city here.
Yep.
But now that Jimmy's doing like sketch comedy on Jay Leno's late night talk show,
pretty huge.
It's over. It's definitely different than just going. And I don't want to downplay it certainly, but it's different than going out and doing the stand up.
I can only hope they pay him shit so that he needs this job like we do.
But then we got to stop paying him shit.
Oh, well, no. We can pay him shit. See, two shits make a not too shitty.
But Jimmy just killed last night. He just landed from L.A., and he's going to be on the show, the second half of the show this morning. So, well, maybe even sooner.
He's our guest comic for the day, sitting in for Jim Norton.
Yeah, exactly.
Is Jim Norton.
Jim Norton will be, our guest today. That's what it's going to turn out to be.
I know.
And
then he will have to go through his people, and they won't book him. He'll do other shows around here, and they'll have an entourage, and we'll be like, "Oh, can we get Jim Norton?" They'll be like, "Hey,
no, man,
leave the talent alone in the hallways. Don't go like a vulture trying to get the guests."
Yeah,
he's busy.
He's got an image.
Yeah.
Jimmy's got an image.
He can't really do your show anymore.
Yeah, the NBC people are going to get to him and go, "Look, man, you got an image now. Jay really likes you. He's going to give you more and more skits on the show and more things to do on his show. And, Opie and Anthony kind of have a reputation."
All right.
Right.
That's what he's saying. All right.
So you're going to kind of have to stop doing that show.
Yeah.
And that's what we have a press conference and announce. But Jimmy brought all the filth to our radio show.
Yes.
I guess Howard's real jealous, huh?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a lot of people were tweeting me like crazy. What do you think of Howard trashing Jay Leno's new talk show?
Oh, was he?
It's very predictable. A bit of jealousy.
That's good after one episode.
He said that, what did he say? That the ratings won't stay where they are, and Jay Leno will fail, and the show will go away in a couple of weeks.
All right.
First of all, the ratings for the first night definitely will go away.
Yeah,
they will drop off because a lot of people, are checking it out.
It's something new. You want to see what it's all about.
So it'll drop a little bit, but I think it's going to stay strong. I really do.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing something a little different. He's just mad. Howard's just mad that Jay said that about us on satellite radio.
He's mad.
It drives him nuts.
He's mad. I like how little Jimmy had the WOW sticker behind him in the bed, and he had a picture of Patty in a bathing suit.
Yeah, Stalker Patty in a bathing suit.
Fucking Stalker Patty makes national television for like 7 minutes.
And I guess Jimmy met Susan Boyle at the airport, too.
Oh, really?
So he should have a pretty good story about that. Because we've talked about that monster on our show.
Of course we have. I bet she was lovely and nice. And Jimmy's going to become one of those guys that just say everybody was... Opie, come? Wait a minute.
What? What?
So he's going to become one of those people that just say everyone's nice.
Oh, right.
I go, oh, wait, become?
Oh, right.
Jimmy is the furthest thing from a bridge burner I've ever seen. He douses bridges with water that aren't even smoldering. That's how much he does not want to burn a bridge. Because he's smart. He knows that perhaps in the future, one of these people may be able to help him in his career, so he doesn't shit on them. Much like we have on everyone during our career.
Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about that?
Yeah, it's a different road, It's a different technique.
Right.
We figure, let's shit on everyone so that the few people we haven't shit on might also dislike the people we've shit on, and then they'll help us.
Right.
Instead of just not shitting on so many people.
Entertainment Weekly, EW. This is Trib from Utah.
Oh.
TRIB. I've never seen that name before. EW, Entertainment Weekly, really doesn't like you guys. And then he quotes something that EW wrote. It says, in which the stand-up comic sits down and tells lame jokes whose punchlines are illustrated with photos, so we'll be sure to get it.
Is that the same publication where Stephen King said we can be put where the sun doesn't shine?
Yeah.
Seattle? See, because it's always overcast there and depressing.
I get it. Entertainment Weekly, definitely doesn't like the show because Jim Norton killed. He absolutely killed last night.
Yeah.
His material was great, and then he's punching it up with pictures. It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was absolutely perfect. Anthony, Natalie Shannon from Pittsburgh doesn't like us.
What?
I love coming in here and you get to see like the instant feedback that comes in the middle of the night when no one's here. That makes sense.
What are these psychopaths just typing away?
Just typing away.
I hate this people.
And honestly, in most cases, we never see it because we just refresh the instant feedback. But for some reason,
taking a little gander.
So for some reason, it's here today, 3:11 a.m. Who the fuck is here at 3:11 a.m. to read your stupid instant feedback?
Damn.
Natalie Shannon from Pittsburgh writes, you, Opie and Anthony fans, need to quit personally attacking Stephen King and his wife. You guys are sick in what you said. Stephen King has a right to his own opinion without being personally attacked. Wishing he was dead and attacking his wife?
He never wished he was dead.
I never said that.
I just said I have a right to my opinion, too. I think the minivan was probably very damaged in the collision with the gentleman.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I said that he married a pig. Then Natalie Shannon continues, you, Opie and Anthony fans, are sick puppies. I hope you all, and it's in capitals, so let me say it this way, rot in hell.
Wow. She's angry at 3:11 in the morning.
Right. What is this?
Is that like a drunken text?
Probably. What do you got there, Sam?
That's a quote that they were just talking about on feedback. There's two. That's what Entertainment Weekly posted this morning. That's their in the review of Jay Leno's show.
Leno's post-monologue segment was given over to Jim Norton, uninvited guest, in which the stand-up comic sits down and tells lame jokes whose punchlines are illustrated with photos, so we'll be sure to get it. I'd have been insulted if I wasn't so bored.
And
I'd have been insulted if...
After the ratings blowout of his opening night, plus Kanye, I'm really curious to see the stats on this one. I want to see the ratings breakdowns by segments and how far they fell, starting with Jim Norton's comedy bit.
Oh, see,
Go fuck yourself.
Someone doesn't like Jimmy.
Somebody doesn't like Jimmy, and somebody doesn't like the Opie and Anthony show.
Aw, what's the matter? Shut up, you fucking celebrity rag magazine.
My Twitter blew up after Norton's appearance. People were like, holy shit, Jimmy was on and knocked it out of the park. This is what Jimmy's going to have to deal with.
You know what also
with this newfound fame of his.
You know it's also great? It says illustrated with photos, so we'll be sure to, and then in quotation marks it says, get it.
Right.
Jimmy even made fun of that in one of the segments where they showed him with the big thing of hand cream.
Right.
And he looked in the camera and went, get it? Because that's like one of his jokes.
That's what...
So, like, somebody doesn't understand.
Someone doesn't understand.
You don't get it. You don't get it.
Right. Once again, someone not understanding sarcasm.
Right.
Jimmy went, get it?
Like, he tells the joke.
He wasn't saying get it, meaning
there,
do you get it?
It's like, get it, like it's over the top.
Right.
Yes, I get it.
Look how ridiculous this is.
To illustrate it.
So she
like
actually, it has to be a she.
Gotta be.
It has to be. Is it a she?
No.
That's a guy?
Might as well
Ken
be.
Tucker.
Oh, Ken, it's got to be one of these guys. What? I didn't do nothing.
Aho.
Well, is there any...
Ken Tucker. Aho.
Well, we gotta fight for Jimmy. Any place the fans could go to comment about Jim Norton's section?
Check. He's got a blog.
He's got a blog.
Everyone has a blog, Sam.
Fuck the blog.
Everyone has a dumb blog.
But it looks like you can leave responses on his blog.
All right. Where do they go?
KenTucker.net.
Who's got KenTucker.com?
Ken Tucker.
KenTucker.net.
That's
Sure,
right.
that's him.
Well, he's got a pop culture blog.
Well, then it's got to be.
Unless there's two Ken Tucker pop culture writers.
Well, you know what? I guess he knows a thing or two about pop culture. He knows nothing about pop culture.
Oh my God! Yeah, he looks relevant.
Fuck. Go fuck.
Oh my God! How would he know about pop culture? Look at him. How does he know what actual people in the demo want to see? Look at him. I can't even describe this guy.
I'm trying to come up with something.
Yeah, I'm trying to like say who he looks like or what, but
he doesn't have much hair.
No, it's the horseshoe bald.
He's got horrendous glasses,
giant,
and he looks extremely dehydrated.
Yeah. Yeah, he just looks like everyone's dad. like he could be cast as a father in any teen movie. The curmudgeonly dad.
Nah,
screw him.
I heard Jay Leno was very happy with Jimmy's performance.
Of course.
So everybody was happy. But, there'll be people out there trying to knock it down.
Haters, yo. I call
a lot
them
of haters. Yeah, there's a lot of haters in this world, Dan.
Yes.
All right. So Jimmy will be here in about an hour, and we'll get into the whole Leno thing with him. That's for sure. What else is going on?
Oh, my God.
You see the president having a real moment?
A real calculated moment?
You think it was calculated?
I think it was. I think the president knows when his mic is, when his mic around.
Well, they're playing it off like you didn't know, Ant.
It makes him sound like a regular kind of guy, which is what he wants to come across as.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think I would have believed it more if he said asshole instead of jackass. But it's good. It sounds like a real moment. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Well, Obama calls Kanye West a jackass off the record at a news conference.
Off the record?
Yeah, he was getting ready for a news conference, and I guess he just assumed that no one pushed record yet.
Yeah, exactly.
I think I'm kind of with Anthony.
Yeah.
I think if you're the president and you're anywhere near a public situation, you got to assume there's a microphone on.
The Soviet Union has been deemed illegal. The bombing starts in 5 minutes. Remember that one?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Of course, that was a great one.
Yeah.
Here's Obama talking about Kanye West. It's all about Kanye.
Were your girls as hacked off as mine were that Kanye gave Taylor Swift the Joe Wilson treatment?
I thought that was really inappropriate.
That sounds like the start of a press conference.
Yeah. Question, answer.
All right, there's a question, and he's answering it.
They're just warming up.
Huh?
I think they're just warming up.
Warming up?
I'm with Ann. Obama knew damn well this mic was on.
Come on.
The Joe Wilson treatment?
I thought that was really inappropriate. Yeah. I mean, it's like she's getting an award. What are you butting in? I hear you. I agree with you. I hope
John, does that count as the first question? John's hair.
The young lady seems like a perfectly nice person. She's getting her award. What's he doing up there?
Why would he do that?
He's a jackass. No, all this stuff. I'm assuming all this stuff.
That's not what Pink said.
No.
That's what Pink said.
Oh, my God. You're just like Pink.
No, that's not what Pink said. I think she called him a piece of shit.
Yeah,
a little
like
different.
That would have been good.
Oh, my God, that's what Pink said.
That I would have believed. That.
Oh, they're just so giddy.
Somebody pointed out, the hole.
Yeah.
She's the whole of the press conference.
I love that you guys understand the concept of the hole.
Yeah.
That makes me so fucking happy.
The hole.
A lot of women walking around yesterday just giving us dirty looks. Look, there are women here at Sirius XM. They do a very good job.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there's a radio show here that has the typical hole. I really don't.
Let me think.
Like Nicole from Morning Mashup, she's not a hole. She holds her own, and it's a pop format, and she does a very good job.
Different type of hole, I say, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Nice and
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah. I say there's 3 of them.
Oh, damn.
Which Hole Tuesday?
Oh.
And then you got other women that do, they do real women talk.
Yeah.
Like edgy women talk.
Right.
It's not a woman trying to fit into the locker room mentality.
By, like, knocking them down.
Right.
Stop.
But very good. So let's listen to the whole again. That's what Pink said. Oh, my God. Pink said. Trying to relate to the president. Shut up.
No.
What's he doing
Why
up
would he
there?
do that?
He's a jackass. No, all this stuff.
That's what Pink said.
I'm assuming all this stuff. Where's the pool?
Know what's funny? She got no reaction, so you know she's just turning her head all around where she's at. The Pink, that's where Pink said.
Yeah, she said it twice. First time she was stepped on, so she said it again.
Right. Just to anyone that might listen to her.
Press conference hole.
The press conference hole.
All this stuff. Where's the pool? Come on, guys. Cut the president some slack. I got a lot of other stuff on my plate.
All right, Patty, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah, because I remember last time there was the fly thing. That was the highlight of
Now, that worked out well for you.
that.
You were a ninja.
Except PETA.
And Reggie,
Except PETA.
the fly released in about 7 minutes. Yeah. And you got the chopsticks this time?
Yeah, right.
It's kind of weird how they all just kind of get along, you know?
Yeah, and then they press conference stars and like, oh, Mr. President, you're an asshole. You're an asshole, Mr. President, and I think your policies stink. Comment?
Kinda,
wait a minute, you were just laughing with me.
Right. It's kind of refreshing to see them just kind of hanging.
It's professional wrestling.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
That was backstage at wrestling
Yeah, they're all
before they
getting
come out and
along.
go, let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah, that's true. I just wish there was...
Oh, my God, the president's having a slobber knocker.
I just wish there were more real moments like that. Just in society in general, or just in the media, I should say, in general. Not society, that's stupid. But like on your local news and whatnot.
Yeah.
Just like that's refreshing.
That did sound like genuine conversation.
Like it sounds like they all just kind of hang out and talk a little bit before they get down to business.
Yeah, down and dirty.
With that said, Obama had to know someone was recording already.
Yeah, because he really didn't slip up that bad.
I thought
he sounded like a regular guy. It's something that everyone could agree on. He was a jackass.
Right.
He didn't use language that was really out of the realm of the presidency. Mm-hmm. And it worked out good for him. Made him look like a regular kind of guy.
Yeah, when I heard about this, I thought Obama was maybe in a hallway or something, walking to the press. You know what I mean? Like it was.
Just a quick
But no,
aside.
everyone was set up and ready
to go.
Cameras were ready to roll.
So how does he not know? Someone's fucking rolling on him.
So once
rolling
again, Ed,
tape.
you're right.
Yeah, I think it was a little calculated. I prefer Nixon's candid tape moments, though. Those were, I think, a little better than Obama's. Oh, the Jews.
Did we ever get the one on Ted Kennedy that I asked?
The Negroes.
Did I ever get the one from Ted Kennedy? Nixon talking about Ted Kennedy?
Oh, my God. I don't think so.
Oh, my God. You guys never found that?
That was an Iraq operation, I think.
Oh,
come on.
shit.
It was
Is there
part of that-
another cover-up?
It was part of that HBO thing, Ted Kennedy in his own words. And Nixon was recorded when I think George Wallace was shot, when George Wallace was making a run for the presidency, right?
Yep.
And he got shot.
Or governor or something.
Or what? Yeah, okay.
Whatever it was.
Pretty high
shot.
office.
Yeah.
And Nixon basically told his boys to get the word out that, it was a Ted Kennedy supporter that shot Wallace.
Yes.
And the guy's like,
They'll believe it.
But and the one nervous Nellie's like, but Mr. President, we don't know that. Just get it out there.
Get it out there.
Just like,
doesn't matter.
And he's the president.
I'm the president. They'll believe it. Put Liddy on it. He's a sneaky son of a bitch like you. Where's Niedermeyer?
If Vance can do his Nixon, we need our Rolling Stones music. It's the only way to do this. There it is. Here it is.
Back in the 60s.
But Mr. President, we don't know that.
I don't care.
The shooter was a Ted Kennedy supporter.
Get Ben Stein on it. He's a sneaky little shit like you. He's on double secret probation.
But Mr. President, this will ruin Ted Kennedy.
And nothing will ruin that fat bastard. He killed a bitch. That didn't ruin him. Just do it. I'm uncomfortable. I've got the shingles. Where's Checkers, my dog? Checkers! Checkers!
Mr. President, before we start the press conference...
Yes, check 1, 2, yes?
What do you think of this Kanye West situation?
Amazing.
Yeah?
My God, what's wrong with that darky? I don't get it. Is this mic on? What's wrong with the darky? He should leave the little Jew girl alone. I don't think she was Jewish, Mr. President. I don't think she looked like a... She's in show business. She's a Jew.
Right. Well, we don't know she's Jewish.
Put it out there. People will believe it.
Right, just
put it out there. Everyone will believe it. Put Liddy on it.
We got to get it, though.
We're fans. I want to hear that.
It's amazing. All right. Speaking of Kanye West, there's a little buzz out there that the whole thing was staged because MTV likes to stage things, and I don't know. They're trying to get that going. I don't think that has legs, to be honest with you.
I think that falls into the category of when we do something and people are like, fake, so fake. And we're sitting here going, no, that really fucking happened.
Yeah.
And, I think that's it. It looked too good to be staged. Stage shit is so obvious. And what sold me.
Like the Eminem, remember?
Yeah.
We were all over the Borat Eminem thing.
Fake, just stop it. They can't pull off real that well. I mean, a poor little Taylor Swift, her face was, I mean, if that was fake, drop the microphone, go into movies, because you are quite the little actress. She did not know what to do. She looked like a little fawn, a newly born fawn with fucking jackals around her.
Right. Now, I don't really think entertainment is in the real world, Anthony.
Yeah.
At all.
No.
So, I've been thinking about this Kanye West thing, right?
Kanye.
Everybody's really pissed at Kanye and wants Kanye to apologize to Taylor Swift, which, by the way, he did not do until Taylor Swift was on The View yesterday.
No.
Like, even before Kanye was on Leno, and after Leno, he still didn't apologize to Taylor Swift, even though he was breaking down and crying, sort of, on Leno.
He didn't apologize to her on Leno?
He finally apologized because The View broads,
Yeah.
they asked, has he called you yet? And Taylor goes, no, he hasn't apologized yet.
Oh,
so
directly.
right after The View, backstage, Kanye West called her finally. But here's my take on this. I think Taylor Swift should be thanking Kanye West.
For all the publicity.
She got so much more famous,
and
I'm
good
telling
publicity,
you.
Yeah.
She is so much more famous than 2 days ago.
The
3 days ago.
The View would not have had her on for winning the Best Video
Hell fucking
award.
no.
Yeah.
All these talk shows, radio, TV, no one would be talking about Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
2 days after the VMAs.
True that, yo.
And because of that, she's definitely selling more units. She made a lot of money because Kanye West did what he did. Mm-hmm. And that's where it gets a little weird and strange.
Yeah, you
like Taylor Swift should be really grateful that this happened. It's not easy.
Say it was staged. Put it out there.
It's not easy to be a pop star and continue, putting out hits.
Yeah.
But now that you got this massive publicity behind, like what Kanye did, it's going to only help her.
And what do you think it does for Kanye?
It fucks it pretty bad, Anthony.
Does it? Because I'm thinking the heat is, even just in a couple of days, it seemed to die down. I think his Leno appearance kind of patched things up with a few people.
Yeah.
With a few, elements of society. Society. He's being made an scapegoat.
Yo.
Yeah.
I think it hurts him for a little bit.
Yeah.
He'll be back, though.
Oh, it's not a career ender, that's for sure.
Fuck no. If we could come back to radio after what we did, I think Kanye West will be making more hits in the very near future.
His head looks like a game on a placemat. It's like you got to take your pencil or your crayon that they give you and find and get from like his ear to the other ear over the top of his head through the treacherous trail through the top of his head.
Why does he got Nana's doily on his head?
Yeah, that's what it looks like, Nana's doily, or
like you're over at Nana's having tea and they put the teacup down over the doily.
Or it should
Is it called a doily?
A doily, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it should slowly zoom into the top of his head so we could see young Danny Torrance and his mother walking through.
That's got to be a nightmare to keep up.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Well,
what is
a hell of a look.
Does he have to recarve that every day?
I don't know. Maybe he doesn't do it at all. Maybe his head's transparent. That's his brain. It kind of looks brainy, doesn't it? All swirly and curly, like a brain.
Very good. All right. Well, Here's Taylor Swift on The View.
Ooh.
Okay, now when that happened, Taylor, what was going through your mind?
Well, I think my overall thought process went something like, wow, I can't believe I won. This is awesome. Don't trip and fall. I'm going to get to thank the fans. This is so cool. Oh, Kanye West is here. Cool haircut. Kanye West is here. Cool haircut. What are you doing there?
What are you doing there?
And then, ouch. And then, I guess I'm not going to get to thank the fans.
The end.
Yeah. See, she's not. You can tell. She's not broken up.
Nah.
2 days later,
just
she's
like,
not broken up about it because she's like, wow, look at all the attention I'm getting.
And all her peeps, as they call them. You know, they call people that hang around you, Sam, peeps.
Really?
Your peeps means like your people.
I'm glad I know that now.
Yeah, use that.
Was
Feel
Danny
free
fired?
To use it. Was Danny
I just
fired?
realized Danny's not around anymore. What happened?
We don't bring up Danny right now.
For real?
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I mean,
Why are
shit.
Anthony and I out of the loop all the time?
happened?
Is he fired or not?
yes, he is.
Oh, damn.
Taylor says Kanye hasn't called her.
Now, he said he came on Jay Leno, and he said he wanted to apologize to you face to face. If he came to you, would you want to meet with him face to face?
Sure. I mean, he has not personally reached out or anything, but if he wanted to say hi.
He hasn't called or sent a message or an email or anything.
Just set up a meeting.
What the fuck is she saying?
What, Barbara?
Oh, an old stroke mouth. Wow.
Oof.
Wow, Anthony.
She's a broadcaster? Is she a broadcaster?
Taylor Swift, enjoy it. All these people with
My cock. See, get it?
Yeah?
Because she's really hot and stuff.
Oh, now Anthony.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh.
What do you mean about you?
What? What?
He has not personally reached out or anything, but if he wanted to say
He
hi.
hasn't called or sent a message or an email or anything.
She is tripping over her dentures. Her tongue is tripping over her dentures.
Her dentures are trying to escape her mouth,
Yeah.
knowing that it's only a matter of time.
Barbara sounds like Leonard.
Oh, please don't bring up Leonard.
No.
Oh, boy.
Let's not.
We don't know what you're talking about when you say Leonard.
Ixnay on the Ennard lay.
Yep. Another bit you'll never hear from ever again. I hope you have a copy of it.
Hope you liked it.
That's a rare one. Start collecting the rare bits.
You.
He hasn't called or sent a message or an email or anything.
No.
But do you feel hard feelings about it, Taylor, or not?
You know, I'm not going to say that I wasn't rattled by it,
Rattled.
but I had to perform live 5 minutes later, so I had to get myself back to the place where I could perform.
Yeah.
So,
But you're a pro, and you did it.
thank you.
How did you feel it for that?
I'm just applauding along with the View crowd because I have a vagina.
We're a fucked up country, man. People out there losing their jobs, working 2 jobs to make ends meet, and we're all feeling sorry for a multi-millionaire 19-year-old piece of ass. Millionaires, right?
Yeah.
We are fucked up, man.
You know why? Because she's aight.
She is aight.
Show me that picture. Yeah, give me a hot fucking... Look at that shit.
That's her?
Dude.
She didn't look that good on the VMAs,
I think she's my new favorite.
She's dreamy.
I think she's stepping up a few notches.
Great.
See, that's why she should thank Kanye. I never would really acknowledge the fact of how gorgeous she is and gotten creepy.
Right.
Stalking her. But now she's got that to look forward to. Can we get her on our show?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Oh, really? Tomorrow? Cool.
Taylor Swift's going to be on the show tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Holy shit.
Tune in.
Everyone get the word out. Taylor Swift will be on the Opie and Anthony show tomorrow.
Tune
I didn't
in.
know that.
Tomorrow.
Could you guys please pass the word out there to the mainstream media?
You know,
Taylor Swift will be on the Opie and Anthony show tomorrow. That's fucking huge.
Hey.
Mediocre Gatsby is assuming that because I like the way this girl looks, that Dakota Fanning has slipped to second place now.
They're about the same age now.
Are they? How old
Taylor
is
Swift
Dakota
is
these
19,
days?
and Dakota, I think, is pushing 15 or 16 at this point.
Is she really?
I think. Why don't you look up Dakota Fanning's age?
Remember when it was about the Olsen twins?
Now they're old.
Turning 18.
What are they,
and now it's
20,
like
22 now?
Now they're just little fucking alien-looking creatures that walk around and...
They're not that pretty.
No, something happened.
Well,
Yes, Barbara? Oh, she's kind of looking a little weird.
19.
how do we get the word out?
Now, how old is Dakota Fanning?
For 15?
What? Just
What's
give me
the
the
matter?
year she was
Give me-
born.
if you
I'm a
say
math
19
I'm a math whiz.
If you say 19 or 15, believe me,
She's 15.
that's a big difference
look at-
in everyone's life.
94. 94. 94.
Prison or no prison.
94 is all right. So she's 15.
Okay.
15 and a half, Sam.
All right. You got 2.5 years then till she's
Well,
legal.
Depending on what state. We learned that from you, Aunt.
18's good. Actually, wait a minute. 15, 16, yeah. Be like 2 years.
Isn't she legal in Rhode
A
Island?
year and a half.
15 going on 16.
All right. Well. Damn. She's just a little kid. What happened? Oh, they grow up so fast.
Well, and one more clip from The View. Everyone very concerned about Taylor Swift, making sure she's doing okay.
Oh, yes.
As the world talks about her.
So important.
As people are just lining up to get Taylor Swift stuff.
Yeah. Taylor Swift stuff.
She's going to be on our show tomorrow, and the interview's going to be a lot tougher, Sam.
Yes.
We're not going to do what the View broads did, trust me. We're gonna have hard-hitting questions.
So where did you find the strength to perform after that? Because that had to be hard.
Well, you know, there were a lot of people around me backstage that were saying wonderful, incredible things and just having my back.
I got to keep stopping this. This is driving me nuts now.
Yeah.
When it went down, everyone's reaction was Kanye West is a complete asshole. Yes. Yep. But you got to see the other side of this. This is huge for any celebrity.
But you could see the phony Hollywood or music people backstage just going, "Oh, girl, you just go up there and you know what? You get back just by getting up there and doing the best performance you can."
She said that they told her, like in another interview, Taylor Swift said that they told her to be ready just in case Beyonce said something. So when Beyonce called her up for a spontaneous moment,
stop
she's
it.
backstage ready just in case.
Really?
Oh, fuck it. Come on.
Well, here's the rest of the...
around me backstage that were saying wonderful, incredible things and just having my back. And all the other artists that came and showed me love, you know, in the hours following it, and all the people tweeting about it and all the fans. And I just never imagined that there were that many people out there looking out for me. So it was really wonderful to see that people were out there defending me, so I didn't have to.
Hopefully, if Kanye is watching, he'll know what to do.
You know something? Fucking Whoopi annoys the living piss out of me.
Why?
Wait, let me try to do it. Hopefully, if Kanye's watching, he'll know what to do. She's got this smugness that she doesn't deserve to have.
I don't mind her.
No, I don't
really
like
don't
this.
mind her.
I hate her on that. I hate her on The View.
I don't mind her.
Stop it with her fucking predator hair. I hate it. And her lack of eyebrows. Does she shave them? Did they not grow in? What is it? Is she having eyelid chemo? Why the fuck does she have no eyebrows?
They were rubbed off because she licks a lot of pussy.
Was that it? I thought they were left on Ted Danson's lower abdomen.
I don't know what she licks. I shouldn't have said pussy, because who knows? Who knows what Whoopi's into? Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Norton in his sweatpants.
Jim Norton has just entered in his airplane attire.
Yes.
That's his flying attire.
That's the only way to fly is sweatpants and a comfy T-shirt.
So
man.
you can pitch a tent when the sexy stew comes by.
You show the foreign gentleman next to you. He looks over, you can see you have a fucking leaky rod.
You can
leaky rod.
You can sleep on a plane if you got sweats on.
I didn't sleep at all. I was up.
No.
Well, you shouldn't have slept, Jimmy. It's very exciting.
Yes.
I just couldn't. I drank caffeine and shit. I'm fucking tired. You got tired, Jimmy, today.
Oh boy, lucky us. Leno gets chipper, wide awake, Jimmy, and we get tired, Jimmy.
We get tired, Jimmy.
Leno gets awake, Jimmy, and you get onion balls.
Great.
We'll take the good with the bad.
Jimmy, you fucking killed last night.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And I said it right off the bat. That's a giant step for you, career-wise. Yep. Giant step. I don't know why, but I was telling Anthony, when you and other comedians do a late-night talk show and you do your stand-up, it's amazing. It's great, right? But for some reason, you don't get the same respect if you're doing like a skit or something else for a late-night talk show. Right. And now that you are doing like, you did that skit, it is giant. You've done Leno, what, 6, 7 times?
7 tonight.
But it just feels different because of what was on TV last night. I mean, they built a set for you and whatnot.
Loved the wow sticker and the patty picture.
Oh, you're so good.
Great.
I haven't seen it because I left.
The wow sticker was right over your left shoulder.
Okay, was it horizontal because she had put it?
Yeah, it was horizontal.
Up, down.
No.
And I'm like, could you straighten that? And she goes, well, I don't know if they'll let me because it's a logo. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me just, because I was going to make a homemade one if we had to. But then I think
it's not really a logo. It was, my brother scribbled that out in between his darkness.
Yeah, it was really fucking good.
Oh, thanks, man. I have yet to see it.
Funny, and I like when you went, get it?
Oh, after the fucking
big
tub.
Hand tub.
Well, a critic didn't get it because that's what they wrote was get it. And me and Ant were like, that was sarcasm, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, of course it was.
You dumb
Did somebody really think that I meant that? No.
Can you... I don't want to...
It's just... well, some people don't.
Oh, yeah, of course.
They're critics.
Well, it's Entertainment Weekly. This guy writes a blog, a pop culture blog.
Of course, a blog.
And he... here it is. But I don't want to bring you down, Jimmy. All right, good, because you fucking killed. Everyone knows you killed.
What is
an amazing
some
segment.
Fucking douchey blogger? It's like, of course.
Well, it's Entertainment Weekly.
Fuck them. Who cares?
And it's more that the guy just doesn't get comedy.
Comedy. Oh, damn, yo.
See, we missed Danny.
Damn, yo.
The computer froze a minute ago.
Danny would unfreeze it.
I unfroze it.
Yeah. Jay, all right. How much longer is this going to be?
Crap.
Oh,
that's not the right one.
Sam's
panicking.
And you know what? I'm sure
Sam.
Danny is somewhere going, see, I know how to do this.
Yeah, and by the way, Mark in Jersey, Taylor Swift's performance was pre-recorded.
Was she lip syncing?
Well, because she's saying on The View, and 5 minutes later had to perform live. That didn't seem like it was a live performance.
5 minutes later, I had to watch a video myself.
So,
he's probably just a guy that doesn't like. Was he really that bored? He's just some fucking...
Well, yeah, let me read it again. It's ridiculous, Jimmy, and if this brings you down, I don't know what to tell you, because this is just ridiculous. You shouldn't let these people get to you.
There's going to be many of them.
Yeah, well, and there's going to be many people loving it. So, Leno's post-monologue segment was given over to Jim Norton, uninvited guest, in which the stand-up comic sits down and tells lame jokes whose punchlines are illustrated with photos, so we'll be sure to get it. I'd have been insulted if I wasn't so bored.
Were you really bored? And would you have really been insulted?
Insulted.
Why would you have been insulted?
Insulted.
Was it the Megan's Law reference that you had been insulted by, or the fucking, with the big cum buckets that I was carrying? Shut up, you fucking douchey blogger. Who cares?
What did it say on the cum bucket going solo?
Yeah, going.
Oh, I didn't read it. I don't know.
It was fuck.
I took the picture, but I did not read it.
It was a big tub, and it said "Go in solo." It wasn't a G on there.
It was a big tub of lube, and it says "Going solo" on the side.
Yeah,
Go in solo.
See, there's the set. The wow sticker was right over your left shoulder.
Let me see that picture. You're going to get a lot of these fucking snarky. It's just, it comes with it.
But he had a quote where you said "Get it," and proven that he didn't get it because you say
you were
get
being
it.
sarcastic
You
about
were being
it.
sarcastic, not like, oh,
At that
please
point, it's
get
like,
what I'm doing here.
Because it's so over the top.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking asshole.
But that's what do you expect? Entertainment Weekly is never going to like me. Any of these guys.
Do you like Stephen King?
I know what happened with him. I respect him as a writer, but who gives a fuck what he thinks?
Right.
For real.
We
who
should
gives
be where
a
the
fuck?
sun don't shine, Jimmy.
Really? Why don't you
Where
say
the sun don't
Why don't you just say up your
shine.
asshole like you would in one of your books,
Yeah,
Stephen?
yeah, I know.
Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Who cares? He's a brilliant writer, but as a guy, who gives a shit?
Cares?
It's like fucking Janet Reno. Fuck him. And I'm trying to, like, Oz, I had a picture with Ozzy and Sharon that was above, up too high. I think they had to put it lower. And good, you could see Patty and the way. There was actually a wow sticker above Patty too.
What's the picture above the wow sticker?
That was like somebody who used to do something with them. That was him as a kid. They just decorate. I got to bring in stuff.
All right.
Are
you gonna have a desk like that?
That's
every
that's
time.
the set, yeah.
So when you're on Jay Leno, it's gonna be that set.
Unless the next segment I'm doing, I think, is some kind of like a panel thing,
right on,
where we are just talking about topics of the day. If I do another one of those, it'll be with that set.
Right on.
But I'll add to it.
That is awesome.
Some people are commenting, you are the new Andy Rooney.
Oh.
You said that. You ever know?
Are we going to be watching this 30 years from now?
Yeah.
Busted on
Let me
Jimmy.
tell ya. I'm using jerk-off lotion.
Did you ever make a pedophile joke at 10:07?
I know. That's why Leno's fucking cool.
But it's really funny.
The material, I'm like, holy shit, this is 10 o'clock. Right on.
It's funny how the critics are attacking Leno, which everybody, I knew that was going to happen because they attacked him when he was at the Tonight Show. I never heard his ratings.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's like they're saying things like, well, like with the coarse humor or something like that. Like one guy, well, I like Jim Norton, but he's going to, the humor's coarse. It's like if Leno wasn't there, you fucking asshole, it'd be a drama that opens every week with a fucking dead body. What are you talking about?
Will Frank.
Yeah, exactly.
It would be a pedophile storyline or something.
Stupid, corny drama. Enough with networks and their stupid dramas. HBO and Showtime kill them.
Yeah.
They're better.
Yeah, but so far so good for the Leno show.
Yeah,
so far so good.
The first night I did not watch because let's just say I was having a semen removed from me by force.
By force.
For a fee. Let's say.
All right, ixnay on that stuff, Jim.
Yeah, I had to.
You're becoming a big star. You can't be telling people that your semen is being forced out of your body.
It was being removed angrily and reluctantly by someone for a pittance of cash.
Angrily.
They're listening now, Jim.
That's fantastic.
And Ed and I were saying that Leno's people are going to come to you eventually because you're going to be a big star now, Jimmy. It's very obvious.
Star.
It's very obvious. Not to take away from the first comic that did a skit, but yours blew his away.
I didn't. Oh, Dan Band. I didn't see.
And I'm a fan of his. I like his stuff, but your bit was your sketch or what is it called? I don't know. It's like
They call it Jim Norton uninvited guest.
Yeah. All right. It was just
but you
amazing.
were invited.
There is something ironic there that I was going to say. I was just going to start screaming like the fucking guy at Network about how I was invited. Just ruined the segment like Cheswick.
Right.
No Cheswick.
No Cheswick.
It's called uninvited, but I was invited.
Jay saved me though because I had worked this material out so many times in the clubs, and I'd gone through a rehearsal in front of a small audience. Like when I went out there last time, it was great. But I went to a rehearsal today, and I added a few lines to comment on the pictures because I was just so bored with doing it in clubs. It's like you become rehearsed, and it's not fun. And it fucking bombed so badly in rehearsal.
Oh, no.
Like literally, it was only staff there and stuff like that. But the energy was gone. I was rushing. I was awful. And you could just feel that there was something that's like, uh-oh.
Oh, no.
And fucking...
Were you frightened?
I was just like, you fucking lackey shithead. You knew this would happen. Could you for once man up and do it? I was so mad at myself. But Jay is like... he's like, yeah, you should just leave it the way you had it. He's like, it's up to you. I mean, whatever you feel. He was very diplomatic about it, but he was basically saying, get that other shit out of there. And
wow.
I did, and that's why it worked. But he's a fucking smart dude, man. He really did save me.
Yeah, it was.
Mike got him with that other nonsense.
Yeah,
Nonsense.
So we were saying that Leno or NBC is going to come to you and go, look, you're becoming a big star with this Jay Leno show. You're going to have to stop doing Opie and Anthony because they're a little edgy, and they talk about stuff, and it's not good for your image. It's not good for the Leno show. And
we'll watch you walking down the halls with your people,
right?
And we'll try to get you, and you'll be like, no, stop it.
I'm doing hits.
Yeah. You're right across here at Shady 45, and we can't get you.
There's nothing you could do that's ever going to be worse than me on a cover of a book with a fat girl jerking me off under a towel. That's in print.
That lives on forever.
Do you understand that ugliness can never be hidden?
Well, let's have a book burning. Let's get rid of all that past
Get rid of
stuff.
every copy.
I like the sound of that, a book burning.
I had the best week of my life. The only thing that went wrong, it wasn't even wrong, was I was supposed to have lunch with Dio, but I got there
too late.
The plane landed too late.
How was the Ozzy thing?
It was fucking great. I went to Kevin Smith's house and watched the movie.
Do that?
Of course, you know how it is. A couple actor, a director. We sit down, we watch a movie.
How's his house?
It's huge.
Of course.
And Kevin's in a robe. He looks homeless. He He walks in a robe, and it's me and two other guys that he knows are going to watch. It's a very big rough cut. The edits are really choppy.
Does he have a media room?
Yeah, it's a big room. It's got like a giant library along the thing with videotapes.
Slow down. Wow. Anthony's home theater better than Kevin Smith's?
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, of course.
Kevin Smith.
Dude, you have a better home theater than Kevin Smith.
Well, his is probably more utilitarian.
Yeah, he has
What are you going to do with that, Kevin Smith? Anthony has a better home theater than you.
Oh, I didn't see any TV to watch anything on. The monitor we watched the movie on had like black tape around it. Maybe that's just to keep it from reflecting or something like that.
Yeah.
And he just had Mac computers or PCs set up and a giant computer, like you could see like a giant editing area.
Oh, yeah.
But he just basically gave us the movie and then left the room and left us some snacks.
Because he's sick of seeing it by now, I'm sure.
Yeah. And
how'd it look?
It was good, but it was like hardly any music.
Oh, wow.
The sound is not up.
Weird to watch a movie like that.
A lot of edits are going to be made, like things fixed. And he said it's a very rough cut. But it was Tracy Morgan, of course, I thought was the fucking stall. He had some fucking lines. It was like, ugh, funny.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah, man. And I'm still in it so far. We'll see. We'll see.
I interrupted you. You said he had tapes up above?
Oh, yeah. He had like a library. Like, you know, they did like a library along the wall?
Yeah.
Where you have a ladder that you move along?
Yeah.
But his are all like DVDs and videotapes.
Anything cool?
Holy shit.
I didn't look. It was kind of dim when I walked in.
Everything.
I would imagine he has pretty much everything ever made.
It was a fucking phenomenal
You
week.
smoke pot with him?
No, Kevin came in though. He goes, "Anybody sober?" After the movie, and I'm like, "Yeah, me." And then he opened the window. You could tell he wanted to smoke dope. And but then he starts asking for critiques. And this one guy who's there, he knows Kevin obviously, but he's going, "Yeah, that one scene." It took me out of the story, and Kevin's like, "What do you mean?" And they were just kind of like debating.
And it was your scene, so
yeah,
I
know, you're just sitting there awkwardly.
He's like, "Who was that fucking fish-faced nobody?" But it's weird to hear, like, you gotta have a thick skin, man, because the guy was just saying, like, about, he wasn't talking about acting or anything, he was just talking about storyline only. And Kevin's like, that's a good point. You know, it's like, man, you gotta be a thick skin
But you
guy.
can see that Kevin's like,
And it's Jimmy by the editing machine trying to put more of him in. Wait a minute. Let me put this in.
Going through the wastebasket and trying to tape more pieces of him into the spool. I just went old school there.
And you know, it's so weird when you come back to the hotel. Like, I got this message on fucking Saturday, not on Friday. I got the Saturday afternoon.
Oh?
Hold on.
Osbourne. Firstly, I'd like to... Hi, Jim, it's Sharon Osbourne. Firstly, I'd like to say thank you so much for everything last night. You were fabulous, as we all knew you would be. So thank you for that. And I just wanted to check that you're coming tomorrow because we want you booked at the side of the stage next to Ozzy. So I'll call you back later just to make sure that you've got all the passes and just arrange a place to meet. So, I'll call you later. Big kiss. Bye.
Jesus.
And I missed that message by a day. Like, she actually called me the next day.
Oh, my God.
She called me. That's my hotel. I don't ever check those.
I missed something, though. She wants you to come back tomorrow for what?
This was Thursday we did the tribute.
Right. To Ozzy.
Friday she called me to say this because Ozzy was performing Saturday. So she goes to me, I saw her that night after the tribute, and she hugged me and she loved it. And I go, "Where's Ozzy playing?" She goes, "Well, in front of the Key Club. Do you want to go?" I'm like, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay, I'll call you tomorrow." I'm like, "Yeah, right, okay." And I didn't hear from her all day. I guess I slept through that message. And then the following day, Saturday, she called me, and she woke me up. It was like noon, and she goes, "Hello, naughty Jim Norton." And she was sitting there, and she goes, "Ozzy's saying hi." And I'm like, "Hey, man, how you doing?" He's like, "Oh, a little nervous." I'm fucking talking to Sharon and Ozzy on speakerphone.
Oh my God!
I still had a
Little
morning
Jimmy.
rod. I still had a morning rod and fucking dumpster breath. And I'm talking to my hero.
Wow.
But
Holy shit!
I wound up getting passes. I told her this is the first time that backstage passes have actually been valid.
Right.
Because they're always shit.
Yeah, they're never really what you think they're going to be.
These actually got me into the dressing rooms and
Yeah.
It was fucking amazing. And then we're standing there.
Wow.
And she goes, do you want to bring Ozzy on stage? Because we don't have a tape.
What?
She goes, do you want to bring Ozzy on stage? And I'm like, yeah. So she goes, okay. And so I brought him on. I brought him on fucking stage.
Oh,
fucking
Jesus.
best weekend of my life.
You know, I was telling you this. I texted you this. The little boy that was Jimmy Norton, just loving Ozzy.
I know.
Walking around with your stupid boombox.
I know. Oh.
And then you just,
now you're introducing him.
and there you are.
At his tribute.
Sharon's calling your phone and you're talking to him and then bringing him up.
No, this was live in concert, dude. This was in at his show on fucking Saturday on the Strip. It was in the middle of Sunset Strip. They had fucking...
Why are they doing that? He's got something new coming out?
No, it's Sunset Strip Music Festival, and they had shut down the street, and they let...
No shit.
And fucking Ozzy was the headliner for the festival, but there was supposed to be Chris Cornell, but then they added Ozzy, and Cornell dropped out. I think he wanted to headline.
Right.
But it's like, what do you want to go after Ozzy? What's the matter with you?
now.
And then he dropped out.
I would have loved to see Chris Cornell.
I know. I was
Who
kind
else
of wanting to
played?
see him too. I don't know most of the band. I know Korn was on right before Ozzy. And then, of course, after that, I walked to the Viper Room and watched Ace Frehley for like an hour.
Ace was there?
Fucking Ace was so badass, dude. I didn't get to talk to him because the Viper Room's tiny. But just fucking Ace and his almost never singing on time. It's like
he still doing it?
Dude, I couldn't fucking not. He was making me nervous. He's standing like 8 feet from the mic. And, we're back. It's like, Jesus, you missed it, Ace. But he was great. He was fucking great.
Almost missing his
Every time
I
he
can
almost...
see how that would get you so nervous, too, watching.
Like, what's he doing?
Get by the mic.
You have to sing now. You're in the other room.
What a fucking week you had.
It was amazing, dude. It was fucking... It was really fun, man. It was really fun. And Michael Moore was a nice dude. It was like, yeah, you know, it's just...
We met Michael Moore, and even Anthony liked him. You liked him, man, at the time.
I thought, personally...
He was a cool.
he was
I'm
a
not
cool
saying
guy.
you liked him
No.
because we were talking politics. Just as a human being,
No, he seemed like a regular guy that's just fucking in entertainment.
And he was all rah about us, and we were in between gigs, weren't we?
Yeah.
And he said something about the world will always need punk rockers like yourselves.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, all right, it was kind of a cool thing.
God damn. You're like a little cancer kid for Make-A-Wish Foundation.
I really
this
have.
Is your Make-A-Wish Foundation weekend.
The week was so perfect.
I know who you met in the airport, but before you say that, Kenny said, maybe you didn't. I want to ask this. Did you or did you not get a picture with Tom Cruise?
Oh, I have... No.
You were on the same show with Tom Cruise, my
but
friend.
Tom Cruise was in Boston. 10 of 10 is done by satellite, which what they do is him and Carmen, the Cameron Diaz. We're in Boston. I think it was Logan Airport they were in.
Okay.
And he's doing Miley Cyrus this week from somewhere else, but that's his way of getting people on who are out of state doing films.
Oh, that's a good idea. To be honest, I went to bed right after your segment because I had to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Sleepy time.
10:30's late for me, Jimmy.
All right.
Oh shit! Here's a picture.
Just a little picture from the stage. I mean,
oh my God!
Let me see who's in the picture. That's from the Ozzy tribute.
That's the end of the Ozzy tribute. Yeah, we all
I
came up
am
on
looking
stage.
at a very happy and sexy Jimmy Norton in his black shirt. And then I'm looking at
that's Billy Morrison from The Cult.
Oh, okay, from The Cult. And then of course is that Tommy Lee?
Yeah.
Tommy Lee,
and Ozzy.
Norton, Henry
Rollins, Slash, and Billy Bob
Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Wow.
That's fucking great.
Was Billy Bob like,
That's just like our That's just like our picture with the Iron Sheik, huh, Jimmy?
Sounds good.
All I wanted
you, Ann, and the Iron Sheik. It's the same.
Dude, all I wanted to
power.
all I wanted to do is fucking and talk to him about Bill Cox's outfit.
Yeah, Bill Cox's outfit.
But he was nervous going on, and I actually gave him a pep talk before he went on.
Really?
Yeah, because the crowd was
Jesus, Jimmy.
Dude, it was
giving Billy Bob a pep talk.
I'll tell you why, because it was not a good venue, the House of Blues, for a tribute, because they were waiting to see Camp Freddy, the band who they had had all these fucking. It was great, but they're a rock crowd, so they weren't heckling, but there was like all that talking. You can't avoid that.
Jibba jabba.
They did it through Ozzy when he spoke. They just were jabbering at the bar. It was just
shut up.
Yeah, it was a weird place to do tribute where there was like but for music they were fucking great.
Yeah,
right on, man.
And Camp Freddy went up and played.
Damn.
Yeah, it was fun. I was like a little kid.
And Leno was cool?
Leno was, I have to see it when I go home, but they cut one thing, but it was only for time. It was not...
No, dude, it was...
For any reasons, I was fine with it.
It was a really good...
where you
good
said
segment.
cunt?
No, they actually left that in. They said, could you say it like with a CH sound? I'm like, yeah, sure, Jay.
I'm in.
But Jay was fucking... It was great, man. I was very happy with it.
Me and my girl were jumping up and down, running around our apartment like lunatics.
Thank you. Yeah,
and she's like, "Can I text him?" I'm like, "Well, of course, you're his friend too."
Yeah, Lindsay texted me. I was.
She
happy.
was so fucking excited for you, man. So excited.
Best week ever, Jim?
Yeah, it's up there with the only thing that rivals it as far as like being.
It's an Opie and Anthony moment. You could say it.
But that's a top 10. They're all Opie and Anthony moments. Me and Ron Jeremy fingering Stalker Patty. I showed that I was backstage because they spit me out actually when they introduced me. He goes, Jim Norton, uninvited guest, and then some kind of a logo shows, and they actually spin me. So I actually fucking spin out and then turn around.
Like in the outfield.
Hello! Exactly.
Spinning.
And I'm backstage and I'm looking at Stalker Patty's thing. I'm telling one of the guys who's making sure my mic is addressed. I'm like, yeah, she's from the radio show. I did the Opie and Anthony show, and she's a 53-year-old virgin. I'm like, me and Ron Jeremy were playing with her box together. And the guy he didn't acknowledge I had talked.
Oh, no.
It was just uncomfortable. This is fucking network television. What am I doing? Telling radio fingering stories.
You thought you could bond with the guy.
I thought he would get a kick out of it.
Yeah, why not? Anybody should get a kick out of it.
I just don't know if he knew how to take it. He was like, oh,
yeah.
all right.
What am I going to say? Oh, really?
At the end of your segment, I think someone yelled Little Jimmy, too, from the audience.
Yeah, I think someone did, too. I waved to some guy out there. It's hard to tell because...
I heard a Little Jimmy or something like that.
Yeah, I thought I did, too. But I don't want to.
The graphics are good. Oh my God, Jimmy!
Wow,
God,
it's the first time.
Damn it!
Looks professional.
What do you want again?
They're originally supposed to be October 2nd, and then they moved it to September 25th. Now it's back to October 2nd, but it's not for an uninvited guest. It's for another.
Something else.
Good gravy. I hope you never get hurt while that thing spins out. That looks dangerous.
Believe me, they're fucking worried about it too. They're like, hold on to the desk.
Oh, really?
They tell you, hold on, because the one guy, some piece of equipment got damaged when they turned it, and they're worried that's going to be a comedian's mushy head.
Oh, shit.
Or I'm going to get my arm ripped off. You know how awful that would be for Jay's show if I turned out and I had a bleeding stump for an arm?
Just screaming on the floor.
Yeah, Jay, I can't continue.
My arm is back there.
He would partially feel really bad for me and then partially be really angry that my severed arm had spoiled the evening.
A lot of questions coming in. What did your family think?
I have not talked to them yet because, again, I was done by...
Disowning his family already.
Wow. I was done by...
Your mom wants a phone call.
Oh, I thought you meant Ozzy and Sharon. I'm like,
my new family.
Oh, you mean them? The Nortons?
Your mom just wants a phone call from her son.
I'll give her one. I want her to call me in another panic-stricken moment.
Will you buy the fires again, dear?
Were you in the earthquake during the one that happened during the World Series in 1988? Whatever year that was.
Kenny said you met Susan Boyle.
No.
At LAX.
Really?
Did he really say that seriously?
And got a picture.
Oh, what did he...
Did you get a picture with anyone at LAX?
Is he trying to be funny?
Were you kidding?
Oh. Kenny.
I got emails from your manager's assistant that I have to immediately blow up a picture to 8x10 size of Susan Boyle because I guess you wanted to put it on the set.
No, here's what happened.
Oh, my God. I think I know what happened.
I have a photo that I was doing the thing. I was showing Ozzy all the pictures I've taken with him, and he smiles in none of them.
How many hours did that take?
It was a little while. My panicky manager is flipping through them fast in front of 700 chatty people. I'm like, but I didn't want to show my ex-girlfriend because she and I broke up. So it's me, Sharon, Ozzy, and my ex-girlfriend. So I said I have to block out my ex-girlfriend's face. I didn't know what to do. I was going to do something awful and you know, put a pig face on it. Not even, but not. Shit. I was afraid she'd hear about it and think I was knocking her out, which I wouldn't be.
Right.
So Jonathan actually suggested. He goes, well, I'm like, let's just cover it with somebody. Get somebody like. Maybe I suggested. Maybe I said Susan Boyle. And I think I actually did. And then Jonathan actually did the Photoshop where he put Susan Boyle over my ex-girlfriend. And I put that picture on the set. And I did it. That's fine. And Sharon loved it. She wants a copy of it. I actually sent her a copy. She thought it was hilarious.
God.
Very good.
Yeah, but that's what that was from.
But Dolt over here.
No, she actually told me you met her in the airport.
Who told you that?
Jonathan's assistant.
Then she's dumb. I'm not going to argue. She's an idiot, too.
Saw a photoshopped picture and thought...
Yeah, exactly. You should see the picture. It looks nothing like we're really together.
Really?
Susan Boyle's head is 4 feet, like fucking, where three of us are standing back to Stonehenge. It did not look like a real photo. How did she believe that?
Kenny was very excited when I jumped in his car this morning. Kenny, what did you think of little Jimmy on Jay Leno's show last night?
He was great.
Whoa, Tony Tiger.
Oof. What did you like about it?
Well, first of all, he looked like a sex symbol.
Oh, Kenny.
You looked really good, Jimmy.
Thank you.
For real.
Thank you.
And, you know.
I didn't pick that shirt out, but thanks. Yeah,
You looked like a rock star or something.
Well, I just wanted to look like a sweet boy made good.
Yes. And now you look like...
Yeah, exactly. Jim.
Yeah. You're back to looking like Jim.
Boy.
I'm eating
you look like Sleepy Boy.
I'm wearing my workout stuff. I have pinkle stains all over the front of it. It's disgusting. What appears to be cornflakes on my pants, but they're not.
Appetite flakes.
Wink a wink. Get it? Entertainment Weekly.
Stupid.
Were you wearing any undies? Or was like, after you peed on the plane, the piss just trickled down your leg?
I'm wearing underwear, but it also trickled down my leg.
Okay.
I don't know what happens to me in a plain bathroom, but I fucking sprinkle for 25 minutes after.
Yeah, you don't want it to smell like a bakery.
There's no reason to move that quickly when you're talking. Did you see Kenny shuck and jive?
Yeah, Kenny's just very excited.
I know.
He's very happy for you.
And a lot of people loved your Get It last night also.
Yes.
Well, the Get It was hilarious, and for the Entertainment Weekly guy to put that in his critique is so stupid.
He's a fucking twat.
He doesn't get it.
Fuck him. He's a blogger. Sit home and blog.
He doesn't realize how embarrassing it is to him that he put Get It.
Dude, he probably
proving
got it.
He did not get it.
Even if he did get it and just didn't like it, I accept that. But it's like, all right, hey, look, you know what? I can't even credit. If he thought it was lame, that is his opinion. He's entitled to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I, and that's a legitimate thing. If he says, hey, it was lame, I would have. But to say I would have been insulted, shut up. Stop trying to be clever.
Yeah. Right.
Just say you thought it sucked. I can accept that, even though I don't agree.
One of our listeners was in the audience. Bob in North Carolina. Bob.
Hey guys, Jimmy, you rocked last night.
Thank you, Bob.
I was yelling out Jimmy and O&A. I don't know if anyone called.
Did I look over at you? Were you stage left? Because there was a guy stage left who at the end I thought I heard.
Little Jimmy.
Yeah, that was me. You made my night.
What were you wearing? Was it a short sleeve shirt?
Yeah.
I should remember you.
Oh, thank you. It was great. And Jay was eating it up too. I was watching him. He was enjoying it too. So
yeah, I think he was happy that it was going well because I took his suggestions, all of them.
Yeah.
He's a fucking smart dude, man. And he would have let me do it the way I wanted to either way. But so what am I gonna do? Tell him how to do late night TV? He was right too. His suggestions were right.
And you can really tell that Jay really likes you. You could just tell.
Yeah, I think he does.
How he talks about you and stuff. Thank you, Bob.
Yeah, he's been very very generous with me.
Yeah, let's go to Tom in Chicago. Tom.
Gentlemen, happy birthday, little Jimmy.
Thank you, Thomas. Godspeed.
You know, Jimmy, that was incredible last night, and I'm going to work as hard as I can to still get your domain name back. But
thank you, man.
I'm still trying.
Thanks,
but anyway, hey, I never saw more advertisement for Sirius XM than in that segment of TV.
Yeah, don't even get us started.
Dude, Wow Sticker, Sirius XM, Opie and Anthony, come on.
Jimmy did more for us than Sirius XM has done. We've been with we've been with Sirius over a year now officially, believe it or not. That's a fast year.
Wow.
And Jimmy did more for us marketing wise last night than this company has done. And it's dumb little things like this you could do to get the word out.
Yeah, it's like little pop culture things, and I figured that for the fans and stuff like that, it would and plus for us it's cool. It's comfortable to have fucking dumb Patty there.
Yeah.
I want to tell you, there's more pictures I want to get. There's more stuff I want to start removing. I just didn't do it this time.
Just for that alone, this company should give you no shit whatsoever.
I'm sure they will.
Well, what do you think? You just got the SiriusXM logo and the name of one of their more popular shows on a show that was just seen by, who knows? We'll know later today how many, but millions of people.
Yeah.
Could be close to 15, 16 million people saw SiriusXM, Opie and Anthony last night.
That's why they should put the channel name Opie and Anthony so people have serious.
Right.
They just look, but that would be.
Look how easy that was. I mean, they could learn from Jimmy. That's all you have to do. It doesn't cost money.
I'll do it again on Red Eye tonight.
Here and there, right?
I'll bring my wow sticker on Red Eye tonight and I'll hold it up.
Oh boy, what a drop off that is.
No, it's
from Leno to our show to Red Eye. Jesus,
I'm happy.
What's next? A podcast? What the fuck, Jimmy?
Fucking no, Red Eye's 599th show tonight. You believe that motherfucker's on almost 600 shows? I'm happy to be doing it.
Wow.
They invited me on the 600th, but I couldn't. I'm being kind of 599 is almost as good.
It's one less.
Oh, how great would it be if fucking Gutfeld fell into a ditch, broke his spine, and couldn't do number 600? And they hire someone else, and they fire Greg. It's such a heartbreaker.
We would take pleasure in that.
Oh, God, it could have been so easily avoided.
Would we bask in it?
We're just horrible. All right, why don't we take our first break? Jimmy's luggage is here, and we'll reorganize. We'll fill you in on everything that's been going on since you've been gone, Jimmy. P. Diddy was, I think, right next door yesterday.
Yeah, was he?
But
who the hell knows?
But his people brought him around the long way, so he wouldn't walk by our studio, and the politics are getting just ridiculous around here. Fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah,
and try getting them to
fucking ridiculous.
Try getting them to fucking keep a promise.
All right. With that, we go to break. We played this late in the show yesterday. Anthony Dundee, the Hyman Hunter. The Hyman Hunter. This is just terrific. Opie and Anthony, but first this. Shot in the dark. Knife. Bam, bam. Let's play this one out today. Why not?
Oh, I thought you meant now.
Oh, you mean leave?
It's like, yeah, we just leave now.
Sam, you wouldn't mind if we left early today because it's a big day for Jimmy. He just got back from L.A. He was on Leno last night. We really feel like we should leave early and celebrate Jay Leno's Jim Norton appearance.
Well, I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, of course, but I think the biggest celebration you could have for Jim would be to let all the listeners celebrate with you. And by that, I mean do another home run show. What do you guys think?
What a pep talk he gives us every day.
Amazing.
Oh, is that his thing? He's giving pep talks?
Yeah.
He's very good.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Well, he's like a young gunslinger, and I, let's be honest,
veterans.
We've been doing this a real long time.
But we're jaded. We're like disillusioned with the business. He's a young buck who's just taking the world by the balls right now and thinks he's got this whole future ahead
passion.
of him. So he's got the passion. So yeah,
he's dreaming about radio at night.
Yeah. So all we want to do is cash a check and go home.
Right.
And he just gives us that pep talk that we kind of need. We've forgotten that passion, Opie.
Yeah. So we make him look into our tired faces every morning.
Yeah.
And we tell him this will be you someday.
Oh, the happy to be here kid?
Yeah. So keep dreaming.
And then after the whole thing's over, we have to go, now there's going to be listeners that go, I told you to just get a cash check.
Right.
And end the bit. That's
See,
how the
Sam,
bit goes.
dreams do come true.
All right.
And then you just become miserable.
And bitter.
The dream's not over. Your guys' dreams can continue. With each and every show, you get a little bit bigger. You know what I mean?
Yes, of course. What?
Hey, people are asking if Stuttering John. See how I just cut you off because I just figured that.
Done.
Well, the bit really wasn't working today, Sam.
Yeah. I mean,
we'll try to get him on.
Hey, the whole was done talking.
We got to tell Jimmy about the whole. But
good.
really fast, Jimmy. A couple of people have asked, especially Joe here. Did Stuttering John get the axe from the new Jay Leno show?
No, he's writing for him. He's actually writing a lot of bits. He was,
but he's just not on camera.
I don't know.
Announcer
he
guy.
was the announcer, but I don't know if he's going to be appearing in sketches and stuff. But no, John's still there.
Was he announcing last night?
No, I think they just switched that. But I don't know why. I saw John. He seems fine with it. He's like, no, I'm just writing.
Okay. All right. That's good to know.
I went to the worst barbecue ever at his house. That fucking
that picture you sent me was hysterical.
it was like a diaphragm hibachi. I'm like, what are you cooking in that? It was the worst hibachi ever.
This little fucking grill.
And he has a 30-foot flame under a roof. Like, what are you doing?
Someone's saying that I should stop kissing your ass. Trucker Dan, what's up?
Man, why don't you guys quit reveling in Jimmy's glory and let us hear the clip for ourselves?
You fucking asshole! Where's your fucking dedication that you didn't watch it last night?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Hey.
We're driving a truck, dipshit. We don't drive trucks and watch TV at the same time.
Don't you?
You should.
All right.
Be safer, you
Exactly.
fucking psychopaths.
Do you have a computer?
You can kill a hooker and drive at the same time.
All right, exactly. Do crank.
All right, I'm sorry I cursed you out. I didn't realize you're a trucker and you're driving 18 hours a day. Listen to me. Listen to me.
You usually show a clip of the
I
performance.
apologize, but here's the problem. There's a lot of visuals, so I don't even know if we should play Jimmy's segment.
Yeah, it's like a visual
What do you think,
thing,
Jimmy?
too.
We should leave it up to Jimmy.
Watch it online.
I think it would be way better to watch online because, I mean, the pictures and that they show in between, the jokes and stuff are just bring it all together.
I'm a truck driver.
It really brings it all
my
together.
friends.
I mean,
Is that what it is?
Dan,
Mostly.
No, Dan, I'm serious. If it was just pure stand up like one of his sets on Leno, yeah, we would have already played it. But I think it does it some injustice if you don't see the visuals that go along with it. That's all.
Oh, okay. Well, I apologize then. I'm used to hearing the performances.
Yeah, maybe we should explain that. But no, there's a lot of visuals in what Jimmy was doing last night. A lot.
Just simmer down, Dan.
You know
You're
what?
having a
Dan?
panic attack.
What's wrong with you?
You know what, Dan? I'm sorry too. Me and you are going to be friends, Dan. Me and you.
I hope his next stop is the titty twister.
What is that? Oh, is that
Dusk till dawn with the truckers to get killed.
Just don't kill me and put me in a shallow grave, okay? That's all I ask. Or if you do, at least give a clue where I am so my family could bury me properly.
Yeah, have some closure.
I don't want to be eaten by coyotes after you leave me for dead.
Bones were found scattered around as if animals had gotten to the body.
All right, Dan, thank you. I hope I explained that.
I love the show.
All right, brother. All right, brother. All right.
Holy shit, asshole.
Yeah,
I have it right up here on my screen, Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, we're going to get into the Jimmy Carter thing, but just because I said coyote, I have to know, did Jessica Simpson's dog really get taken by a coyote right in front of her?
Come on, that's great.
Please tell me
that
this
really
is true.
happened.
That is what they're reporting. She put out.
What do we know on this?
A coyote came, and she has a tiny little pappy poodle or something like that.
Great.
Yeah, and a coyote just came.
So it wasn't even an ugly dog?
No, you got to see. I'm looking for a
So if
picture
it's a cute, adorable dog, it just makes it that much worse.
It's adorable. It's the cutest dog you ever seen in your life. And a coyote just came and scooped it right up.
Right in front of her?
Yep. And she put out flyers.
Right.
Because she didn't see it get killed or anything.
She saw the coyote take the dog away?
Yeah.
What did she think the coyote was going to do?
Maybe put it down somewhere else.
Yeah, okay.
It's going to be like its new friend.
And they found the corpse of the dog?
No, they have. She
just
put out flyers.
Yeah.
Saying, "Please find my dog.
Oh,
it could be
stop
somewhere."
it. Flyers for a coyote?
No, for the dog, because she thinks.
No, I mean the coyote got it. What's a coyote going to go? All right, let's bring it back.
Where was she that the coyote just grabbed the dog like that?
I don't know. Maybe she lives in Arizona or something. I don't know.
Oh, if you're in L.A., you got to. The coyotes just love.
You know
your
what she should have
dogs.
done? Painted a fake train tunnel on the side of a mountain, and the coyote would have ran right into it. I saw that on TV. It works.
It's genius.
Yes.
Should we call Acme?
Yes.
There he is.
Is it Acme?
Oh, is that the little... It looks like a Bichon Frise.
It's a Maltese
Cute
poo.
dog. That could be the cutest
A
dog
Maltese
ever.
and a poodle?
Yeah, look at that dog.
All right, now I'm depressed for her. That's the cutest
That
dog
looks like
ever.
a Bichon.
Daisy is saying, "I miss my mommy." That's Daisy.
Daisy's going... As it's being fucking disemboweled by a coyote.
She's looking. What does she think, that the coyote hit it behind a juniper bush?
Right.
It's dead.
And licking its fur.
It's
Keeping
dead.
it nice and clean until Jessica
Coyote
finds
got it, you see?
Maybe the Maltese poo outsmarted the coyote and ran away.
Oh, really, Sam? You think that's...
Roadrunner.
You think that happened?
Good.
No, the Maltese poo could do nothing but bleed. Hopefully, it bled on the coyote so badly that the coyote had to leave because its nose was clogged with drying blood. That's the only way the Maltese poo is getting away.
The Maltese poo
that
is now
great?
going to be coyote poo.
I miss my mommy, Daisy. Like, did the dog write its own fucking wanted poster there?
I think they're saying that's what the dog might be saying right now.
No.
You'll recognize her because she has a little collar with her name, and she's possibly headless.
Yeah, right.
You'll recognize her because she's been eviscerated by a coyote, and she's unresponsive to anything but flies. Look, the coyote ate it. What the fuck do you think a coyote does?
Food.
They don't do this. There's not a kidnapping. You think there's gonna be a phone call demanding something?
God.
Well, there you go. Jessica Simpson.
And she's hurting. It's the dog Nick Lachey gave to her. when they were still
and
together.
She wants to get back together with Nick.
Of course she does. It's the dumbest move she ever made.
That's the word on the street, Sam.
Really? Who wouldn't want to get
Remember
back
when you
together?
used to do What's the Haps? See, you're already getting lazy.
I didn't
Who are
want to be getting lazy.
Yeah, but don't want him
Lazy.
What's going on? Nothing.
Why are you getting lazy?
I'm not getting lazy.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's been online for anything.
Lazy.
Jimmy Carter. Sorry.
No, that's all I had to say about him. What a douche.
We got the audio.
He's just an ass.
Jimmy Carter thinks a lot of anti-Obama sentiment is racially motivated.
A lot of
There's
liberals.
some of that, though. Come on.
I'm not saying there's not, but when the guy goes, "You're a liar because you talk about taxes being raised,"
Yes.
or whatever, it's like, what a dick Carter is. Maybe some of it is racially motivated, but the biggest complaints I've heard about Obama, not one complaint have I heard, has been he's helping black people too much. It's simply he is going to raise taxes too much. The same complaints that Jimmy Carter got because he was a fucking tax and spend Democrat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
But to bring out the race thing is ridiculous. Last week's act was based on racism. It's not based on racism. It's based on the fact that this guy is the president is telling what his position is on this healthcare thing. This guy just got so fucking fuming frustrated. You ever listen to somebody talk and you're just like, no, shut up.
Yes, every time you discuss the Second Amendment.
Jesus.
I like my right.
I know, I agree with you.
I thought he was talking generally. I did not know he was referencing what happened.
Yeah,
with that.
He's talking about the guy saying liar.
Right. Okay. I did not.
Let's see if that's
All right,
racially
Jimmy.
motivated. The 5 black kids beating up a white
wait
kid.
till you hear that one,
that's
Jimmy.
another story
I already
you're
read
gonna
the
love.
cop's remark.
No, we got the audio. Wait for you to hear this. Let's save that.
What is it? The news?
Yes,
the
news.
newscast.
Let's save it because Jimmy's very happy right now. Let's keep Jimmy happy for a while, and then we're gonna get into this. That's just gonna get everyone outraged. This is what Jimmy Carter had to say.
I think an overwhelming portion of the intensely demonstrated animosity toward President Barack Obama is based on the fact that he is a black man, that he's African American.
We get it.
I live in the South, and I've seen the South come a long way, and I've seen the rest of the country that shared the South's attitude toward minority groups at that time, particularly African Americans. That racism inclination still exists. And I think it's bubbled up to the surface because of a belief among many white people, not just in the South but around the country, that African Americans are not qualified to lead this great country.
Shut the
It's an
fuck
abominable circumstance.
Abominable.
And grieves me and concerns me very deeply.
Jesus, Jimmy Carter.
Go fucking grow your peanuts and shut the fuck up.
Wow.
What an asshole this guy is. Just
idiot.
shut the fuck up.
You think subconsciously that's what he thinks?
10% of this country is black. Maybe 12%.
They're moving
The
up.
guy, 12%.
They're moving up, man.
The fucking president won the election. Not on 12% of the vote. White people voted for the fucking guy, okay?
Especially since the complaints have been taxes.
Yeah.
It's all been money.
And the people that are bringing up race are the fucking other side, the Democrats, saying that the people that are against these taxes are racist. They bring that fucking racist word up every second.
Mm-hmm. People protesting taxes, and it's like it's all financial.
Yep.
It's fucking mind-boggling.
It's all about the Benjamins, yo.
Glenn Beck's terrible for saying Obama's a racist. I don't agree with him, but it's like he said it, and they want to kill him for it. And yet Kanye West can fucking say that Bush doesn't care about black people, and that's it's such a fucking horseshit double standard. Stop
Kanye
it.
says
Can you imagine
silly
if a country western singer had run up? And I think, look, personally, I think Kanye was sorry. It looked like he was sorry. I mean, look, he fucked up, and I think he realized
he cried about his mommy.
I think he realized he fucked up big time. And
I agree with you now.
I actually think that he really thinks he fucked up.
Yeah.
But can you imagine where there was not one mention of that? Can you imagine if a country western singer had run up and just snatched the microphone out of the hand of, say, a young 19-year-old black singer? Like, there would have been at least a racial mention.
And then started saying how another white artist video was better than the young black girl artist. There would have been absolute racial fucking outrage.
Yeah. And the Kanye West thing was definitely a white-black thing.
What?
Well, he thinks that they don't vote. He said that. He doesn't think that they vote for black people accurately
that was,
or whatever.
That was a white-black thing.
Hold on. Is he out of his fucking mind?
Yes.
Well, yes, he is.
That was so just a black-white thing.
Isn't it just black people that win every fucking award now, as far as music awards go?
Beyonce did win Video of the Year.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, just stop with the fucking racism as an excuse for everything. It's over. It's done. The president's fucking black. Enough. Shut up.
And we said right away, imagine Kanye doing that to like 50 Cent or somebody.
Never would.
Of course
not.
Never.
Never.
Well, that's because that would be black and black. But all right, name some. There's no like hardcore white guys anymore on MTV, so I don't even have a good white example.
Faggy fucking emo haircut shithead.
He wouldn't have fuck
Eminem, let's say, but he's more in the.
Eminem's bodyguards would have jumped in.
Exactly.
Eminem doesn't really attack
But I'm just saying,
rappers.
that's what was embarrassing for Kanye West. He went after a girl.
17-year-old girl, 18-year-old girl.
A little skinny fucking white
Tiny
chick.
little thing.
That is the epitome. Like fucking Patrice said, white chicks look at her and go, oh my God, she is so white.
How humiliating for Kanye West, though. I mean, everybody, not one person that meant anything thought that he did anything right. For Obama to be overheard saying he's a jackass.
Jackass, the president.
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
For the leader of the free world to call you a jackass.
The best we could pull off was the mayor going stupid. They're stupid. When Giuliani called us stupid. But for the president to call you a jackass, that's great.
And not even meant for it to be overheard, so you know that's how he really feels.
Yeah.
You know, you're a black artist, and the first black president just thinks you're a fucking boob.
A jackass. Oh, what a great Yankee fight last night.
Did you see that?
Good one. Oh, yeah.
A big bench clearing brawl.
A melee.
Old
Look at
school.
Posada.
What happens now when there's a bench clearing brawl? Does everyone get fined and suspended?
I think Posada and the asshole
lost, though, right?
fucking pitcher or something from the other team was reprimanded.
What happened?
Joe Girardi got a black eye.
Did he really?
Shiner, yeah. He got right the
that
fuck in
rocks.
there. Girardi is fucking great. I think he's fucking great.
Yeah, I like him
Yankee fans didn't like him at first.
Well, you know what?
He had a rough little start. Well, he had
to
to
get over Torrey.
Yeah, he had to
big
follow
shoes
Torrey.
to
You're
fill
right.
and a big prostate to fill.
You had to have a year in between. You had to have a year in between Torrey and Girardi.
Yeah.
And now it's all about
Girardi now
Girardi.
is just like a fucking really good manager. And, you know, although the Yankees lost the game, they can't win every game. They've done very well. I'm very happy with the team and Joe Girardi.
I'm glad they listened to me. I got a nice consulting fee from the Yankees.
Did you?
Yeah, I told him Girardi. Told him. I'm like, what? What's that? Girardi.
What advice did you give to the Mets? Fucking jump off cliffs and break your bones and...
And I don't acknowledge the Mets.
Did their fucking charter plane crash?
I don't acknowledge the Mets.
No one talked about it, and they just said, just play.
Right,
just play.
I don't acknowledge the Mets.
You would have heard about that.
Football.
Oh, literal Jim is here.
Football season has begun. It's all about the Jets now, my friend.
Is it?
1-0, baby.
For me.
1-0. Beat that.
They're like fucking...
Beat that.
1-0, undefeated.
Yeah,
They're undefeated right now.
My team undefeated. Yours not so much.
Well, come on.
You got
place.
You got a bunch of losses in there.
Yeah, well, it's baseball. Has any team ever not lost the game? That would be an amazing feat for a baseball team, wouldn't it?
Oh, Jesus.
You have to go back to 1805 when Abner Doubleday was playing. And
we got to tell Jimmy about the hole.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We have a new website called...
New show.
We have a website called losethehole.com.
Yeah.
Our whole new thing, Jimmy, we're going to get all the holes fired from locker room talk radio shows.
Because they don't belong there.
Yeah.
They're further ruining radio. And this is a way we can actually help out. A lot of things in radio, we can't help out.
No.
Radio is destroying itself. We can't really do anything. It's management. It's shit like that. But this is a place where Opie said yesterday, we can give back.
We're going to give back. We're going to
give back.
We're finally giving back to radio, and our advice is to get rid of the hole. Put them in middays, let them do noontime blocks, put them late night if they have sexy voices so guys can jerk off. But as far as being part of a locker room type morning show,
adios.
It's time to get rid of all of them. All of them.
Yeah.
Except for Robin. You know. I mean, we explained that perfectly. Howard picking Robin really fucked radio bad. It worked for him, but then everyone decided to try to copy that.
That formula was going to work for everybody. And meanwhile,
have an edgy show with some broad in there to keep everything
so
safe.
you can, get away with stuff, and so she can calm the guys down. Oh, the boys are out of control. Let me throw in a fucking wrench into these gears.
Stephen S. from Bayshore, dump the clump. So the show out of Baltimore kind of took some shots at us. You know the drill, right, Jimmy?
Yeah, of course. What show?
98 Rock. But it turns out...
But it's got an interesting twist, this story, Jimmy. It's got a twist.
Is this new stuff?
This is like...
No. I like a twist.
Yes. This is like The Sixth Sense.
So I
Got
guess...
a twist.
I guess...
Attention!
Oh, my God.
Attention!
Oh, my dear, sweet Jesus Christ.
Hold on a minute. Hold on.
You did not come to work like that.
Hey, Watley!
Holy shit.
It's here!
You did not come to work like that.
This is not work! This is a mission!
Fezzy has arrived from the Ron and Fez show dressed up exactly like Hitler if Hitler was really fat.
Casual Hitler. He's wearing jeans. It's casual. But he does have a brown shirt on, a nice tie.
He looks like Al Hitler.
And your hair is you got the Hitler hair, not only the mustache now.
Some people are just blessed with the good genes.
Oh, the jeans. Oh, I see.
Herr Watley is here to invite you to a party.
Yeah, oh, a party.
National Socialist Party.
I thought there was a good party going on.
September 24th.
September 24th.
Yeah, the date 9/24/09.
Oh, okay.
At Stout NYC live broadcast for the Ron and Fez show.
I will be attending, by the way.
We need you, Brother Kumia.
I will attend. I enjoy everything you do.
As we put the Reich back together. Brother Kumia, Brother Anthony, Brother Joe, Italy, Germany.
Right, we were
reunited as it should be.
As it should be. You're absolutely right.
Herr Hughes, you will be there?
Hell no.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just...
Jim Norton, you are an uninvited guest to the party.
A to the H was watching TV last night.
Yeah, A to the H.
Sam Robertstein, not invited.
Opie, don't make him furious.
Is this legal?
Yeah, it will be legal. Heard you talking about Kanye West?
Yes.
Jesse Owens of the music world.
Now,
don't care for him.
Guinness is going to be served there, huh?
Yeah, lots of Guinness.
Now, Guinness is, where does Guinness come from? Ireland, I believe.
Soon, first you make a left at Poland.
Yes.
Then head towards Ireland.
Okay, now I understand.
That's the way it started. Remember the date. 9/24/09. Stout NYC. Brother Joe, to you.
To you.
We'll be performing at the big party.
Yes. Not to be confused.
Get on the 2U boat.
Not to be confused with V2, which was a great rocket that was used against England.
All happening in Ron and Fez live broadcast 1 week from tomorrow.
1 week from tomorrow?
1 week.
Right.
A week about the same length as a week. Basically.
Yes, of course. Wow.
Hello, N.A.
Hi, Fez.
Hi, Fez.
I'll be there at Stout NYC.
I'll be there. Oh, my God.
Ja, Votumkopf.
Fezzy has lost his fucking mind.
Oh, I love it.
Enjoy live broadcast Stout NYC. Go to twitter.com/202friends. We have lots of friends. Italy, Japan, an access of friends.
An access of friends, of course.
Yes, and get all the information there. Get on the guest list.
I would say get there quick. Blitzkrieg your way to the club.
You know, we speak the same language.
Yes, of course we do.
I see you looking at me.
You look fantastic.
You finally, it's your dream come true. You finally have a life-size Fuhrer action figure to play with.
This is fantastic because you really look great. I don't think I've ever seen Fez look better.
I feel good.
You have like a gusto and a spunk to you today.
Oh, yes. You're ready to march.
Yeah, yes.
Just ready to march.
Ah, fantastic.
Remember, 1 week from tomorrow, I demand that you all be there.
Yes.
Thank you, Fezzy. Thank you. There he goes.
Wow. Okay.
Hi, Heil Watley!
Auf Wiedersehen.
Auf Wiedersehen! Some days in fashion you're in, some days you're out.
There goes Fez.
Take it easy, sir.
Holy shit, he's so fired.
My God. You can't. I don't think you can walk around the workplace like that.
No, not at all.
Holy shit. That is amazing. The resemblance is uncanny.
Fuck, what is wrong with him?
He's going to the bunker now.
Oh, I fucking spilled coffee all over the board.
Oh, no.
You got me so... Look, it's everywhere.
You got one fader.
I'm not even joking.
Whose fader is that? I hope it's not mine.
Fuck. We might go off the air.
No. I hope that isn't my fader, because I just
Anthony!
I can't hear you that well. That was just a gag. Paper. You crumble paper and then you talk funny.
We got to do a little cleanup. We'll continue.
All righty.
Fezzy just threw us all off our game.
No.
Where's he now? Getting out of the outfit
party.
so he doesn't get fired?
Oh, my God. That is a great picture. You got to email me that. I need that as some type of sig pic.
Yeah.
Look at how he looks. That just goes to show you. Pretty much anyone could play Hitler. You just got to get the little mustache and grease your hair to the side a little bit. And
he looks crazier than Hitler.
How is that possible?
He looks like Hitler without the fucking planning skills.
Without fucking moderation and self-control.
Fucking Vic Morrow showing the picture off.
Welcome back, Jim. All right, we're going to continue in just a bit. Opie and Anthony, stay there. Sorry, we took a little long to get back from break, but we had a mishap. They had to lay down some sawdust to soak up all the coffee. That could have been a disaster. But we're in the middle of doing something, and then the door opens, and Fez from the Ron and Fez show. Next thing you know, he's in studio yelling and screaming. He's dressed up exactly like Hitler. During the break, I'm telling Anthony, there's no way that can be legal. I don't think you're even allowed to do that, even in America.
I think it's legal.
I know in Germany that's completely against the law.
Yeah. I think it's legal, but it's tasteless.
It's extremely tasteless, and we won't stand for it.
And
I guess Ron and Fez had a bet. Fez lost a bet. He has to walk around with a Hitler mustache for 2 weeks or something like that.
Him and Eastside Dave, of course, made another bet.
Right.
And he's got to walk around for a couple of weeks with a Hitler mustache.
Yeah.
So he shaved his mustache into the Hitler mustache.
And I saw the mustache yesterday after the show with Ant. We were having a little meeting about the bit from yesterday. And then Fez, he walked in, and we got to see the Hitler mustache that he's sporting for 2 weeks.
But it was kind of grayish, and it was just Fez with a Hitler mustache. Today, it was like he's blackened it.
Yeah, it's very dark.
Blackened it.
He darkened the mustache, his hair.
And then he greased his hair and swooped it over like Hitler.
Yep.
He's wearing a brown shirt with a brownish, darker brown tie, and goose-stepping around the...
And on top of that, he's got crazy eyes.
Yes, much like the Fuhrer.
Says he's got crazy eyes.
Oh, God. We're just watching a little video clip from earlier.
I'm uploading the appearance on my YouTube channel, Opie Radio. You got to see it for yourself.
Amazing.
But the guy, completely insane. And then he ran out of here, so I don't know where he is now. I mean, I don't think the boss is going to be happy with Fez running around as Hitler. You know how many are associated with Sirius XM? I don't think
Nazis.
Well,
yeah, one stage left even.
No, man, you know who? I mean, the old gag. You know who runs the media?
Yes.
And this is a pretty big media company, and you got one of your employees walking around like Hitler. That's not smart. I think Ronnie should really start taking applications, because now it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Not smart. And people say we're the dumb ones around here.
Well,
we are. But
people would be right.
Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, so another show kind of taking shots at us.
Okay.
The producer, it turns out the producer of this show is a huge fan of our show. I mean, huge. Okay. And when he was driving into work with the main guy, Mickey, from this morning show, I guess our show was on, so there was a discussion about it, blah, blah, blah. It turns out the Mickey guy is also a fan. All right.
Now we had inadvertently mistaken. We thought that he didn't like the show, didn't like us, thought it was talented, thought a war was starting.
Right. So wait, let me pretend to be surprised here. Somebody says something and you guys just react and then realize it was incorrect.
No. Yeah, all right. And people said they look like the Bizarro Us. The two guys
got goatees and
why is the guy
heads.
holding his chin, looking up? He looks pensive, as if he's deep in thought.
Yes, he's thinking. But the guy turned it around on his own show, saying, "No, I actually like these guys." And he was able to back out and save face.
Yep.
But as he was backing out and saving face, the whole got involved. And Ant and I basically said to Mickey on our show, "Look, get rid of the hole, and you'll have a much better show. We'll support you guys.
Got to get rid of it.
It sounds like you got something going on.
Know she was thrust upon you. We know it. Just like." Get rid of her.
I like to get the ladies' opinion, though. I want the ladies' take.
Fun.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
As he was explaining, I'm going to replay this clip from yesterday. As he was explaining the whole situation, the whole tries to get in because she still wants to take shots at us because we beat the shit out of her, Jimmy. It was bad.
And has anybody talked to Mike? You know, he had the big day yesterday.
Oh, jeez.
And another radio show was talking about.
Yeah, they sicked their listeners on me, and I got 3 whole emails.
Well, anyway,
that's the whole. Now, what you're going to
That's a girl?
Yeah.
I know.
That's not a chick.
We were saying that, too. What a voice, huh?
Yeah.
What a sexy voice.
It's not a chick. I don't believe it.
Now, the advice we gave Mickey was, look, the hole's going to ruin your show, so just ignore her. And this was the next day after we told him that. And you could already hear he's trying to ignore the hole.
She got 3 whole emails. Does she mean HOLE?
Oh, that's what she meant.
Yeah. She got 3 emails, Jimmy. You think that's real?
No. I think she might have
lies.
Perhaps more.
But she's just downright pissed.
Yeah, they sicked their listeners on me, and I got 3 whole emails.
Well, anyway, the point I'm making.
You heard that anyway?
She's so enamored by it.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, he edited it all. There's all the audio.
Oh, God.
Of those guys.
Yeah.
Talking about us.
Love this.
And so it was just hilarious. He's so freaking.
Went to sleep to it last night like a lullaby.
Yeah. He probably did just play it over and over again.
Knowing him, yeah. I'm trying to think of if I'm a fan of anything that much. Like where I would like freak out. If
yeah, your car.
No,
you spent 6 months.
Is she in the witness protection program and they're changing her voice? Like, yeah, I was a mafia wife, and, yeah, I would dress very sexily and go to some of these mafia.
All right, you sound like a man. She sounds like Jodie Foster in Silence of the Lambs going under the garage.
Oh God, that was so bad, yeah.
That awful voice, and I don't know, I'm a big fan of anything. Apparently large gums. She should have a fucking green apple between those teeth. I have never seen a larger tooth-gum ratio on a human head before.
It's giant.
She's atrocious.
And then Mickey continues. So remember, we gave Mickey advice, ignore the hole, you'll be a lot better.
Yes.
Blah, blah, blah.
But Amelia, they were so harsh on you.
You know what? I really don't care.
I know you don't, but I couldn't. I was listening.
They hate women. They're misogynists, or at least that's what they play on.
I got to
radio.
tell you though, like
they really don't like women.
But it was hilarious.
I mean, it's all about how women are assholes and have really no redeeming quality except.
So
for
they're
one
doing
thing.
reality radio.
Yeah, right.
They do reality radio then.
Good.
No, but yeah, like
the other thing is you also have to put it in perspective. There are peers. They're in the same business. They're doing the same exact thing we're doing. They're not doing anything that's all that much better. Trust me.
Yeah, and they went up, and now they're kind of like.
I mean, there's shows on all across the country.
Yeah, but I mean, they had it all, and then something went awry. I mean, I'm not knocking them for they're still working. God bless them.
No,
Shut
we're more.
up.
Thank you, Jimmy. We're more than just working. You fucking twat.
She just has big gums.
Yeah,
I don't like her gums.
They flap a lot too.
I guarantee you that her teeth get dry. I don't like this lady and her fucking. You know, people with dry teeth.
Yeah,
because they're fucking. Their lips are not big enough to cover their awful horse teeth.
Yeah, and she is giant too.
Ugh.
Maybe she's got that giantism. You know, when I was
in the 3rd grade, I was on the female basketball team. It was fantastic.
How tall were you in 3rd grade?
3rd grade, I had my 8th growth spurt, and I was 6'8"
in 3rd grade.
In the 3rd grade, and I was growing by the day.
Were you just a normal child, even though you were very tall?
You know something? Regular kid, regular girl. I liked putting on makeup. I liked putting on pretty clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to look pretty.
Where did you get your clothes? Because you wouldn't fit into the regular size
My
clothes.
mother had to sew them.
Really?
Yeah, she'd buy one dress and or 2 dresses and make one out of it.
How tall were you in the 6th grade?
6th grade, I really perked up there. I was just about tipping at 7 foot.
7 foot for 6th grade.
7 foot at 6th grade. And then my pituitary gland started pumping fluid into my gums. And my gums grew too. So I got big gums and giant fucking talon feet.
She really is a toothy broad, isn't she? Nice teeth, Dick.
Shut up.
You fucking crate of toothpaste. Paint roller it on. You fucking toothy zilch. Quiet fucking Fred Gwynn voice.
I don't like them, Eddie. every day they got to put a new door in because she leaves just crashing through it.
Take that, you nobody in radio.
What's worse than being a 6'4" with giant teeth and a woman? That's terrible.
Look at the real women next to her. There's a picture of her in the middle with 2 real women who actually are attractive, have nice bodies and everything. And she is just this giant beast.
She has the right fucking, like, height and tooth proportions if she's fucking, like, pulling a Budweiser cart in a winter commercial.
Yeah, that's what happens when she walks around.
Oh, her Clydesdale fucking qualities are really enraging.
E-Rock was so excited. He's never heard a show take our advice more than this Mickey guy.
Great.
Like, all of a sudden, he's, like, blowing her off. We ruined the chemistry within 2 days of this radio show.
But obviously, there had to be a problem before that, but they just tolerated her.
Sure.
And no one really noticed it because it hadn't been pointed out. Now that it's been pointed out, they're all like, oh, my God, she does just fucking babble or interrupt us when we're in the middle of doing something. And now the listeners, if they listen to their show, listen and go, oh, my God, she's worthless. She's fucking worthless.
So here's a great example of Mickey just completely taking our advice, like Ant was saying, showing that she's worthless.
It was just so funny to hear, like, how it evolved. Like, originally they thought I went on and trashed them.
Right.
Which I didn't.
But that's their MO. They love picking radio fights.
No, but listen,
people talk about
But
them.
by the end of their show, they like their show.
Right.
They just went off on Amelia. And I was like, wow, like, it was so hilarious at times.
Well, I mean, like I said, that's what they do. They bash women. They're a men's locker room show, which, you know, there's definitely a place for that in radio. We kind of
Isn't that kind of what we're doing?
Well, yeah, except for you guys actually let a woman in, which is kind of refreshing.
Josh, do you have a song or anything you'd like to take us out with? I don't know if I know you're a big fan of the music.
I've had the time of my life.
See, the guy,
oh my God.
The guy actually took our advice and went,
wow.
Good
for him.
I like Opie and
this
Anthony
guy.
are making a point that I can understand.
That monolith, she was hoping he'd play fucking Helen Reddy.
She actually thought she could...
I am Dino, hear me roar.
She actually was trying to say they do locker room stuff, but we do something different here, and Mickey knows he's doing locker room stuff.
But you allow a woman to, and you know something? We really don't. We were forced to.
They probably didn't know it was a woman by the demo tape.
Yeah, this gentleman sounds good. Okay.
He probably played center for the Liberty. He's fine.
Thought he was hiring Tag to do sports.
He was.
How great is that?
It's fantastic.
We fucked up her world. I mean, it's not going to be the same.
Yeah,
it's just a matter of time now.
Should I have more photos of her big shoulders, please?
Yeah, I got to see that.
She's
giant
terrific,
woman.
this one.
So
giant.
Yeah.
And it leads to this bit, manhole. The manhole. The manhole. What is this, Sam? A bunch of what? Women doing kind of locker room stuff?
Well, Troy Kwan came up with the idea, and then...
the Troy Kwan?
Troy Kwan, and then Steve C. and I helped him pen it. Yeah, it's a station promo for the brand new channel on Sirius XM, which is all guy talk, but done by funny women.
Ah! Why didn't Ant and I write a little something for this, Sam?
Oh, right.
You guys are already headed out. by that
really?
point.
Oh, really?
What was it, 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
I have a little experience, with radio. I could have wrote some stuff for you.
It would have been a huge help. It really would have been great.
You know how much material we can write in the time it takes an elevator to go 36 floors? Could we write material?
Next time you follow us out, and we'll write down some of our genius for you. And then you go back upstairs and throw it in this.
And sometimes the elevator stops at a floor and doesn't make it all the way down to the lobby without stopping. And that's extra time to write.
Sometimes we actually have to wait for our cars, too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Now, by write out, you mean dictate, and then I would write it out, I would assume.
Yeah, we're not
write any. What, pen to paper? Stop it.
I don't remember the last time I actually wrote anything.
Wrote a bit? Remember I used to save them.
Yeah.
Oh, now they're all yellowed and cracked around the edges, like Civil War documents. I think there's old Barney bits that look like Civil War documents.
Barney, remember that?
Of course. That's what I used to write. I go into the studio and record it and everything. Oh, my God, the good old days.
Let me say hi.
See, they admitted that they don't do anything anymore.
All right, so let's take a listen to this.
It's produced by Lil Nicky.
I tapped out, though. What is this about again?
It's the thing. The premise. There was a premise that you guys discussed yesterday.
Premise, which
was girls doing guy talk,
and the channel names would be kind of like crazy, outrageous, like stuff, right? Okay, I got you, Sam. Let's play this.
The new extreme guy talk channel for guys by women. It's the manhole. All hole, all the time. Forget what you've heard. All girl is funny, like the morning crew. Debbie and Susan with Twat Talk.
Did you see Lesnar's tibia tear through his leg last night on the UFC fight? Yeah, that was cool. But wouldn't it have been better to just talk out their problems? Yeah, you're right. They probably have a lot in common.
Stay tuned for Middays. Alice and Betsy give their take on what guys are talking about on Chatter Cunts.
Do you think Mitch Hedberg could have been the next Bill Hicks?
Who's Bill Hicks?
A comedian, like Margaret Cho.
Oh, that sounds funny.
Then, listen to Rita and Lawanda in the Labial Lounge as they get down with today's hottest porn stars.
Hey, guys. So we have Taya Parker in today. Ooh, what do you want to do with her?
We should find out what kind of clothes porn stars wear.
I hope she's wearing underwear today.
Then end your days right with the Night Crew, Beatrice and Wanda on Clit Commandos. And watch out, you never know when Roy might stop by the studio for wacky shenanigans.
Have you ever parked in a handicap spot without a sticker?
Yeah, I did once. I felt like such an outlaw.
Will you two whores shut the fuck up and suck my dick?
Oh, Roy.
Yeah. That's right. That's the manhole. All hole, all the time. Available now on Sirius 505 XM 400. Special radio required.
Special radio required.
I kind of like it, Sam.
Yeah.
Can you guys take this is going to be Steve just wrote one little part.
Yeah, I wonder what that was.
Take a wild guess which part Steve added?
Was it toward the end?
It was.
The rape scenario, basically? Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
The first two of their acting was horrendous. They were just reading their lines. But the rest of the girls really got into their parts.
Well, the thing is, we wanted to do it yesterday afternoon, so not all of these women are like voiceover talent. Mm-hmm. Some work in sales, they're just women with women voices, so we threw them in a booth.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
So not actresses?
We needed 8 women. And
which part did Travis play?
Travis was not asked to do a woman voice on this promo.
Okay. Oh, because he's a woman.
Right.
Yeah, see.
Get it?
We should do more of these.
More chick chat shows?
Yeah, I kind of like Manhole.
Well,
the channel name is Manhole.
The Manhole, yeah.
With Jocktober coming up.
That's true. Jocktober is right around the corner. I'm already getting people on my Twitter sending me, you have to do this show, you have to do that.
Yeah. I love Jocktober. It's fall. I'm not really a big fan of it. I like summer stuff, but Jocktober kind of makes up for the fact that the weather's not as warm anymore and things like that. Love Jocktober.
I think you're right. I hope Stephen King's radio station doesn't fall into the Jocktober category.
Stephen King's lame-o radio station.
What do you mean? He has a radio station?
Oh, he does.
He's got 3
up in Bangor, Maine, and it's just...
what does he do? Triple shot?
Yeah, he's talking about radio, and that's the column that he wrote, like, they take it Opie and Anthony.
We're just mad that he lumped us into all the horse shit radio that really is out there. He would have made a pretty good point if he didn't just, put us at the top of of the horseshit radio category.
Well, his station has the Rock and Roll Morning Show, so...
Yeah, they have the Rock and Roll Morning Show, so I guess Stephen King understands radio.
Yeah, he knows.
And what's their bit?
Well, they may have a character named Baxter the Polka Monster who plays a polka song, or who plays a rock song on the accordion, and then you have to call up and
figure out what song.
And there's a certain...
No.
A certain... character who a certain person on this show used to play in his heyday. Very, very similar to Baxter. Spuds Buckley. Baxter is very Spuds-ish.
We can't wait for October. The Stephen King thing is hot right now. Get me that audio for tomorrow.
He owns the station?
It's called Stephen King's, like, that's the tagline of the station if you go to the website. It's like Stephen King's rock station.
Are they all mummies that work there? Is there cobwebs and candelabras?
It's macabre. Radio macabre.
Ooh.
Yuck.
What is it on the dial? Is it 6.6?
Oh, damn, yo.
He's a demon.
Yeah.
I do love his writing. The guy has written some of the best books ever, but who gives a shit what he thinks elsewhere? And look, you know,
I think we're mad too because it's obviously he's really never heard the show. He's just it's hearsay and I don't know, maybe he Googled us to get a quick little idea of what we do. Whatever.
I don't know. I don't appreciate it.
He likes his cornball radio. That's what he likes.
Well, you know something? If you like cornball radio, don't start talking about other shows and things like you then have a relevant opinion of radio.
What does he know?
He doesn't.
All he knows is ghosts and goblins and such.
Oh, very frightening. Scary stuff.
Ooh, I like my radio host to have satin pillows and coffins. Sure you do. Sure you do. It's very creepy.
It's very creepy.
Scary guy.
The bus incident. I don't have that audio.
Oh my God, get it.
The coffee really fucked up everything. I don't know
Mars
where our
must
shit
have done
is.
something with it.
You know, that audio, I want to hear it because I saw this story and was infuriated at the reaction this story is getting. Or the lack thereof, may I say.
Well, what's the details on that, Ant?
Well, I'd like to say it in my own words, but we know that's impossible. I'll punch it up on this. White student beaten on school bus. Crowd cheers.
That's on Drudge.
Yeah, this is on Drudge. Here's a video grab. One student attacking another while the bus ride to Belleville West High School on Monday. Boy, that Belleville West High School looks like a great place to send your white kid. How about you fucking move, you dumb liberal-minded ass? Your kid's just going to be fucked up for the rest of his life.
How many kids were beating this kid up?
2. One of which might have, in the wildest stretch of the imagination, actually had some kind of reason. He moved his book bag. See, this kid gets on the school bus. I'll just lay it out for you. This poor white kid gets on the school bus and is walking down the little school bus aisle like he does every day and tries to get a seat. And no one wants him to sit down.
Of course not.
I'm looking at a school bus full of black people. And I see maybe a Hispanic.
Be careful.
And I see a white person.
Be careful.
What? Oh, no, that's what I'm saying.
You're in the media. You can't be that descriptive.
No, I'm not in the media.
We're all like the same person as far as the media goes.
No, you're only descriptive if it's a white perpetrator.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you'd be descriptive.
So he's walking in there. They won't let him sit down. The bus starts rolling. He sees a kid sitting in a seat with a backpack or something, book bag next to him. So he slides it over a little bit and sits in the seat. Well, this gentleman did not like that the kid slid his book bag over and sat down. So he just started punching him in the face multiple times as hard as he can, much to the joy of the rest of the students on the bus. There's a certain website that I go to that has a term for what they were doing on the bus. When they all go like, yeah, and just start screaming and stuff.
Is it called fisticuffs?
No. It's a great, funny, very descriptive word, but I'll leave that alone. Okay. If you know what I'm talking about, research it yourself.
What's it rhyme with?
Nothing.
Okay.
Oh. It rhymes with gimping out.
Jesus.
Like you would limp. You would limp off your bus.
The guy's limping out?
Yeah.
I was way off.
Really?
Yeah,
No.
way off.
So, there's some prime examples too in video where it's like uncanny.
What the fuck?
Yeah. So this kid is getting the shit beat out of him.
Yep.
And he's sitting there, and then I guess the fight stops. He sits down and tries to recoup from his beating. And then another gentleman just decides to get up, come over, and join in the fun and hijinks that some of these people think is fun. And out of nowhere just starts punching him in the face and beating the shit out of him. And the bus driver, thank God, looked in that mirror above his head and said, "Hey, sit down."
Oh, it's being called bullying, though.
Yeah, of course it's bullying. Reverse this, by the way. It is a race crime, a hate crime. It is a racist event. Oh, my God, a bus full of privileged white students beat up a poor African-American child just trying to get an education. That's what it would be.
And Reverend Al?
This is just bullying.
Reverend Al would be involved?
Outraged.
He would be involved, right?
He'd be involved. It would be outrage. All the white students laughing and cheering on a black student being beaten by two white students. How could this happen in our society? It's crazy. But when it's a white kid getting beaten by two black kids on a bus full of black people that are laughing and cheering, it's just called bullying.
White people will not accuse anybody who isn't white of a racial motivation of any sort.
Yeah.
There's times where it's going to be just bullying. Two black guys beat the shit out of a white kid. It's just bullying.
Yeah.
But it's like they refuse to even acknowledge.
Don't even look into it.
That it could be that.
Yep.
And yet when the reverse happens, their knee-jerk reaction is so immediate and so quick to assume that it's a racially motivated thing against a black guy or against a Spanish. It's amazing. What's self-flagellation by people?
This poor kid has to get on this bus every day. He probably looks and feels like that guy in Gladiator that pissed his pants before the doors opened up. Remember that guy?
Yeah.
He's chained to the big German guy. And he's just like, that's probably how he felt every day getting on this bus. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
You say this poor kid, the father should have done better in school.
Yeah. Why do they let this kid get on this fucking school bus? First of all, I hope it isn't because the parents are so liberal that they think that, it's just we can't let these racial stereotypes interfere with. You're going to raise a fucking lunatic.
They're probably poor. Well, they probably
so?
just live. Yes, because most liberals would send their kid to a private school, but then preach to you how you should live your life.
Yeah, well, that's true. Okay.
They wouldn't lead by example with their own children. They would preach to you while doing what they felt was best for their kid.
Well, here's how the news reported, Ant.
All right, let's hear how you
just reported perfectly, very descriptive.
Oh, more than perfectly.
Perfectly, though.
No,
I mean,
of course.
You described it perfectly.
I described exactly what happened.
But if you're just like Joe listener out there listening to just bland media, this is how it's reported.
A camera catches a school bus beating in Illinois. Take a look. A 17-year-old student is attacked on the high school bus Monday, not once but twice. It apparently starts when he sits down where he's not wanted. The boy next to him starts exchanging words, then throwing punches. That attack stops, but then another student takes it up. The 14 and 15-year-old attackers have both been suspended. They may also face some criminal charges. The victim is okay.
Wow, I hate to see that.
Yeah.
Terrible.
You hate to see that, but why don't you explain what's going on in this country? That's a black-white thing right there.
If it was the other way around, you would hear that anchor going, there is an investigation underway that charges of hate crime might be levied against the students that gave the child the beating. I mean, the double standard is ridiculous. I know, I love how black people say live with it. I say go fuck yourself. I think Whitey ought to come around and not sit here and be a victim like this poor fucking motherfucker I don't know. He might be an asshole.
And someone is saying you're just wrong. We got to go to Jared in Philly. Jared.
Guys, I have a question for Anthony, actually. Anthony, you're race baiting right now. Kids are assholes.
Yeah.
The kid I saw the video. Yeah. Look in the front right. There's a curly-haired, fat white boy.
Yeah.
You see that in the video?
Yeah, I see him.
Yeah. There's blatantly other white people in the bus. It's a kid walking in the back of the bus. Just some kids being assholes in the back. He didn't move the bag. They got in a fight.
But Jared, hold on. The thing that even if you're right, even if you are, because that very is possibly what happened. The thing that's annoying is simply the way the media refuses to raise the possibility, whereas when the reverse happens, they absolutely do. It's like somebody hung a noose outside of some black professors at Columbia, and immediately it was front page newspaper coverage here in New York.
Yep.
So it's just simply the way it's reported, but you might be right.
So, Jared, take away the argument at all that this is a racially based beating and just say it's a bunch of fucking kids getting into a fight just like they do any other day. What if it's turned around? Do you see any difference if it's turned around in the way this is covered in the news?
Possibly. That's a good possibility.
Shut up. Don't be dishonest. Possibly.
I'm
Abso-fucking-lutely would this be called some type of, or at least be investigated as a hate crime.
You need to channel your hate somewhere else. Jesus Christ.
No, I do. I'm not beating up fucking black people on school buses. I need to channel my hate. Maybe other people need to channel their fucking hate. Not me, pal.
How does this affect you personally?
How does it affect me personally? Because white people are fucking professional victims. Professional victims. And black people are getting away with it in droves because they can fucking just say racist and everything gets wiped off the fucking table. If this was reversed, this fucking thing would be a race crime.
Okay, in all seriousness, I did call to get you riled up a little bit.
No, well, it worked.
Thank you.
Good for you.
And you act like you're influenced by these situations on a consistent basis when you aren't. You have no touch in this.
You're wrong, Jared. You're wrong. You're wrong.
I live in fucking I work in New York City, which is very ethnically diverse, my friend. And when I'm walking the streets at night, occasionally, when I'm doing red eye,
you live in a bubble.
Hey, no, tell you the truth.
In and out of the city, there's always glass around you.
There's been instances, yes, and metal. There's been instances where I've walked around in Times Square, and lately, Times Square, it's getting a little different. It's kind of swish.
Well, at night, they got some issues.
Yeah. Little shady
some gang issues.
Things going on over there.
And I ain't picking sides.
I was standing on the corner.
Which way is north?
Which way is north? Some guy comes up to me, black guy comes up.
Shit.
First, he's talking with 3 other black guys, and they're looking at me. And then one of them walks over and says, "Do you man, you got the time?" And I looked at him. I went, "No, I don't have the fucking time."
You just were on the time.
No, dude. They were ready to fuck me up. And I don't even, I'm not shitting you, but I'm not stupid. I'm not gonna squash my instincts because I don't want to come off like I'm fucking racist. But what? I knew they were fucking stalking me. They were looking at me going, here's a fucking victim. Let me go up. I could see the pack looking.
Maybe they just wanted to go to a movie. They know the movie started at 10:30, and they just want to know what the time was.
All right, look, you.
Perhaps the library was closing, and they had a book overdue.
Yeah, Anthony, what's wrong with you? They didn't want to miss their movie, and they weren't sure what time it was. That's all.
It was
pretty obvious. It was obvious.
Very obvious.
Because sometimes you're not sure.
There was going to be trouble.
Right.
There was going to be fucking trouble. And then I continued walking into where there were more people.
More white people.
Well, more people. I don't give a shit. You know. And I knew that something was up there. The way they looked at me, the way the guy came over, he was a little tentative. He was looking around when he came up. You got to identify this shit, or you're going to end up going which way is north and be in the hospital.
And you got back to the herd, I see.
Yeah. I got back. Yeah. I went off to the watering hole.
By yourself. That was dumb.
I limped over to the watering hole.
Saw them come and went, I got to get back to the herd.
Oopsie, that looks
I have a better shot if...
That looks like a snallygaster coming up to me. Oh, no. I know. Anthony, I know.
Hey, is Jared still here?
Jared.
The guy? The caller?
Oh, no.
Is the caller there?
Because he asked how it affects Anthony personally. Here's how it affects us personally as a group. We're in the media, and because there's this tendency to report it one way, it's borderline sociopathic the way they are so against reporting it back and forth. So as a radio host, if you say something fucked up, you know exactly how it's going to be reported. And since they report it so out of balance, it just looks, oh my God, they said something racist, they did something racist. Yeah. Whereas they don't report on the same way if black shows say something.
Right.
It's a very unbalanced way of handling it. So your ass is on the line more if you say something stupid. It does make a difference, man, because the culture, that's the way we're going.
It affects me because it affects the culture. It affects white America, which is part of society, just as black America is. There's definitely a difference. There is a separation between the races, which, although it's not the same separation that there was back in the 20s and 30s and 40s, it is a different type of separation. No less of a chasm, though, I got to say. It's an amazing separation between blacks and whites in this country today. Our opinions are completely different for the most part. I think youth always has a little more cohesion with each other, but as they grow older, you get a little more separatism going on. And that's what's happening. But the thing is, with this separatism, whites are victims. Whites are victims in this country. And a lot of the crime we're victim to is done by minorities. I absolutely know white people kill people. White people kill a lot of fucking people. That Asian student, the person of interest, this is one of these typical, you could profile this motherfucker from a textbook killer.
But he wasn't
rapist,
white.
Killer, or whatever.
He was Asian.
What? Was the guy? I thought he was a white guy. I saw him. He looked white to me. Yeah, see? Wait a minute. What? No, I have no idea. No, he's a white guy.
No.
Yeah, he's a white guy.
Sandler.
Huh?
It looks like Adam Sandler in that picture.
Oh, the yellow guy?
Yeah, the yellow guy. But it's one of these positions where it's like it affects me because, I'm part of the society that is being victimized.
Of the modern age?
And not victim of the modern age. And not able to really voice it in numbers.
You're voicing it in numbers.
Yeah, not really, though. We can't say anything. The news doesn't report it. Like Jimmy was just saying, the double standard between hate crimes as far as blacks and whites go it isn't even a double standard because there would have to be some other standard for there to be a double standard. It's a single standard. Well, just white people get accused of it.
And the phones, we got to go here. Brett in Chicago. Brett.
Hey, guys. Love your show.
Thank you, Brett. Yeah, I know.
Just to let you know that, Chicago, that part of area of Chicago, it's
baddest part of town.
West of Chicago, and basically the white people that still live there, because they live downtown or they work downtown, and the white kids, they have no choice but to have to try to get along. This happens all the time, and the news doesn't report as much. You see it in like the small blogs that they put in the newspapers in the area, but. This does happen all the time. It's probably about 80% black people that live there. And, these poor white people, they just trying to live there too and mix in. But this is the shit they got to put up with over and over and over again.
Yeah, it's amazing the racism that goes on in the black community that is just not acknowledged. And it's more overt than in the white community. Absolutely. If white people are racist, it's a lot more covert, a lot more underhanded, a lot more,
sneakier, more bullshit.
Right.
Blacks are more, they're more honest about it.
But it's not reported, it's not fucking acknowledged that black people can even be racist against white people. And that it's shown and it's on a daily basis. And a lot of crime is based on race, but they will never acknowledge it. They'll say it's robbery, it's this, it's that, it's the other thing. Never say this person was picked and assaulted because of his race. And the black person is the perpetrator. You just don't hear it.
White people have become a bunch of fucking sneaks. Maybe, and I mean just really sneaks and fucking, Patrice always talks about that hidden racism.
Yep.
But it really does exist, and it's like, and I mean that there's no sarcasm. Black people are more honest about it. If they're annoyed racially, they say it.
Yeah.
White people don't. White people lie.
No, lie. I'm not racist.
It's so
I have
silly.
no racial animosity toward anyone. I don't take a stereotype and have a preconceived notion when I'm in a certain situation. Well, you know what? You should. You should at times. At times, you should absolutely take a stereotype and use it because it might save your life. I love people that think, hey, I'm just going to be a do-gooder, or I'm going to not take maybe an extra little precautionary measure, and they wind up just getting fucked over.
A do-gooder. You sounded like you were one of the Scooby-Doo villains.
You do-gooders.
They always would fuck up a crime.
Let's go to Steve. Steve, you're on the Opie and Anthony show.
I'm a gay gentleman, and yes.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, it's your show. Go ahead, Steve.
I'm from there. I went to Belleville West, and it's unfucking believable what's happened in that town in the last 10 years. You see a white suburban community of St. Louis, and then all the other people moved up the hill into Belleville, and it's an effort to drive Whitey out of the town. And what's happened there has probably happened a dozen times over the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Is that they're just beating the hell out of the white kids. And Belleville used to be a great town, but I guess like a lot of places, it's just gone to hell in a handbasket. And it's unfucking believable that a nice place has turned into this.
You know what happens also?
I don't live there anymore.
You know what happens also in the news? If you get a black gentleman that walks into a predominantly white neighborhood and gets assaulted by some Guido or whatever the fuck is going on, it will absolutely be reported as a race crime. It will be a hate crime. The man will be arrested. And then there'll be outrage as to why this black gentleman could not go into this neighborhood and why he was assaulted. You get a white guy go into a black neighborhood, regardless of the reason, to buy drugs, fucking whatever he's doing, and he gets assaulted. You won't even hear about it. You won't even hear about it. Never mind that he was chosen and beaten because he was white. Mm-hmm. I mean, you just won't hear about it.
Because elitist whites, their thinking is, you ought to know better than to go. They would never dare voice that. But their thing...
Why is the white guy there? Exactly. Why would you go into that neighborhood? They don't say it.
That's the arrogance in that really covert racism that again, with the media displays, by not reporting racial crimes equally. It's almost like they feel that when white people do something, we should be held to a higher standard intellectually or emotionally or motivationally than blacks should. And there's such a fucking condescending racism in that. Yeah. Like to think that if you walk into a white neighborhood, well, we're civilized, you should be able to. Well, a guy walked onto 145th Street and got jumped. They won't report that because they're thinking as well, it's 145th Street, what do you expect?
It's the guy's fault. Why did he go there? And the, I had another great point. Which just went out of my head.
You want to move to Iowa and get married?
That was it. That was it. No, it was something to do with especially New York City and the diversity in our town, but how it. I'll quit while I'm way behind.
I'll think it over. Rich in Jacksonville. Rich.
Hey guys, I get sick and tired of these stupid idiots from on your show. Whenever there's something they want, these white guys want to defend what's going on, these black people, when they don't know. I'm down here in the South, and we have public schools, and it's mostly blacks than over the whites, and we get along fine. But if you ask the black people down here, we get along, they'll tell you that bus incident was racial. And I get sick and tired. They see these white people think that Barack Obama is a black man. Barack Obama is whiter than I am. There's no such thing as a black man whose favorite group is or singer is Bob Seger. So that's what that's who they think a freaking black man is. And they just can't understand how white he's going to be so mean when we actually get along down here. And, we have black head coaches in football, and boy, we win state championships, and nobody gives a shit. So all you white listeners out there that are damn liberal, You shut the fuck up whenever we talk about this stuff because you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Wow, look at Rich in Jacksonville. Obama's favorite singer is Bob Seger. Is that true?
Well, that's what they asked. They said, who's your favorite singer? He's like, Bob Seger.
Get the
Holy shit.
I don't remember hearing that.
You're lucky black people didn't know that. They never would have voted for him.
Oh, my never. God, are you kidding me?
Bob Seger.
Did you know that?
Okay.
No.
Maybe he used to dance around in his underwear.
I would have thought he'd say...
Oh, like
Tom Cruise.
I should have asked him yesterday.
Oh, right. Hollywood Jimmy.
I'm just giving you props on your Leno appearance. That's coming in. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
No. Mark in Milwaukee. Mark.
Good morning, O&A.
Hey, buddy.
Welcome home, Jimmy.
Thank you, sweet potato.
Hey, my local news pixelated the white kid. I didn't even know he was white until you guys mentioned it.
Well, they pixelate him because he's underage.
Yeah, but you can't tell what he looks like.
Which is kind of interesting that they pixelated him because he's underage, but all the black students weren't pixelated. How old are these high school students?
God damn it.
I have no idea.
What the fuck?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Just an observation.
Yeah, we're good at observations. Let me say hi to Jason in Texas. Jason.
Hey, I just want to say, little Jimmy, welcome back. But listen.
Thanks a big million.
You said something before, man, that was a little weird. You said that white people are underhanded about their racial epithets and whatnot.
No, not epithets, but about their racism, meaning that when a guy, elitist racism, like when a guy will not call a black person out on certain things because deep down he feels intellectually superior to that guy. He feels better than that guy. He feels like he holds other white people to a higher intellectual standard. Mm-hmm. To me, that's a very sneaky, covert kind of racism. It's parental. It's disgusting. It's not saying, hey, look, you're a guy, I'm a guy, I'm going to hold you to the same thought process I hold myself to. Mm-hmm. That's not seeing a person as an equal intellectually.
I understand what you're saying, but the problem is that every time we try to bring it up and every time we try to call somebody out on it, Al Sharpton, NAACP, BET, everybody's all jumping all over us. But God forbid some white guy comes out and say, listen, this kid should not have gotten beat by two black kids, raise it up, speak something about it. Nobody will do it because everybody's afraid there's going to be another Watts.
No, the problem is not Al Sharpton, dude. Al Sharpton does what he does. He's a blabbermouth. The man's a horse's ass. Yeah. Al Sharpton does not fire people. The NAACP does not fire people. Yeah. They just raise issues, some very legitimate and some are bullshit. And white executives who are probably so out of touch racially have no way to distinguish between what's legitimate and what's a nonsensical racial claim because they're so fucking out of the loop.
Because white people have been put in this position where they're so afraid to say anything, and we don't get the opportunity to rise up and say.
But who put white people there? White people did.
Exactly, and it's embarrassing. It's fucking infuriating to watch because I would love to see more white people speaking their minds about being called racist when you criticize this president. As a matter of fact, if you criticize Obama, you're a racist. You criticize Bush, you were the greatest fucking person in the world. Every Hollywood elitist douchebag was criticizing Bush. Yeah. Everybody starts clapping. You criticize this president, you're a fucking racist, no matter what your criticism is.
The minute we start bringing stuff up, everybody goes back to Africa and goes back to this, and you want to talk about this, talk about how we were brought over here against our rights. You know what? There's a million other races and a million other people that were brought against their rights, but nobody brings it up all the time like these people do on a constant basis.
There's a cultural chasm between black and white. There is a cultural difference that is very hard for whites and blacks to assimilate, and I'm being general here. Believe me, I know there are the Maxwell House coffee commercial black families too. Believe me, I watch the commercials and I go, see, that's nice.
Exactly.
But I know that exists. I know that when I watch a commercial for Pictionary or something like that, I know that there's white couples that invite their black and Asian friends over to play the game, and they have fun together. I know that exists, but I'm generalizing. I'm pretty much saying there's a cultural difference which makes it, I think, more difficult for white people and black people to really get along without having to really kind of, let me say, stray from your your culture or stray from what you're comfortable with. Like, I couldn't possibly go over to, let's say, Shade 45, sit down and have a conversation with them and not sound like a complete idiot.
Really?
Yes. I would sound like an idiot because I'm not familiar enough with the culture.
No, I disagree. I think you'd find I guess 'cause I hang out with comics. It's completely. It's hard to go to like a black radio station when I'm on the road and just all of a sudden be funny. But maybe that's my own hang up. It's like you go in if you wanted to talk about gun control or any other social issue. You can sit there and fucking.
But
talk about it.
It would be the white guy talking about gun control to a bunch of black guys interviewing me or talking to me. It's a weird cultural thing that is very hard to understand. You ever watch club footage from a black club?
I think you meant Dudley Moore.
Club footage from a black club, predominantly black club, and club footage from like a white club. The cultural difference between everything, the conversations, the dancing, the fucking way you're dressed, the way you walk, talk, it's so different than it is if, that I think it's very hard to reach a common ground.
I could walk right into Shade 45 right now, and I could go, hey guys, let's have a gab session.
See?
That's a hip hop lingo.
By the way, though, you are an exception to the rule because of your background in comedy. You can do that. You've walked into clubs. You've done black shows.
They're not.
You just
But believe no. That's where the cultural difference is obvious. When it's like I don't like doing ethnic shows. Black, Spanish, Asian. I don't like doing any ethnic shows or gender-based shows.
Doesn't that tell you that there is a difference?
Oh, there absolutely.
But people don't acknowledge that there's a difference between cultures and races. There's a big difference, and sometimes, let me go way out on a limb here, sometimes they don't cross over. It's very difficult for one culture to participate in another culture's way of life. But people don't want to acknowledge that. Everyone's the same. We're all one. We all bleed red, and this one can get along with this one no matter what. It's like, no, there are cultural differences that keep us apart. I truly fucking believe that.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that just where you're raised does go into. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, why does every Italian from Brooklyn talk the same? It's a cultural thing from being raised in Brooklyn.
Exactly.
And it's okay to say that. But if you're
one of these jadrules from fucking Brooklyn, it's one of those things where it's like, you can't just go in there and start relating to these guys sitting, talking, going, hey, you cocksucking, you're going to seem out of place. As much as you will trying to fucking sit down and talk to a bunch of guys shooting dice in Harlem. It's like, hey, stop shooting.
Do they shoot dice in Harlem still?
Yeah.
They're still shooting dice in Harlem?
I'm going back to what I know from the 70s TV shows, like Beretta.
Let's go to Tommy, a black guy in Jacksonville. Important for the discussion, obviously. What's up, Tommy?
Hey, man.
Hey.
I rarely agree with Anthony, but damn it, he's on the money.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yes, you're beautiful, man. But look, this whole argument is because neither side is being really honest about
bingo.
What's
He's right.
happening. I mean, black people are like, hey, we deserve reparation. Look what happened to us. I'm like, you know what? Get off your ass, go to work, do something productive, and I guarantee you, if you just emulate a successful white or black person, you will be successful.
There you go.
Plain and simple.
Exactly.
And just stay out of the ghetto. It's bad there.
It's bad there.
It's bad there. I don't like it, and I'm black.
It's bad there.
So I agree with you, man. You guys are awesome. I love your show.
Right on. Thank you, Tommy. This is a very good point coming in from Steve in PA. Steve, what's up?
I was just wondering how you guys can sit around and have this conversation. Oh, by the way, welcome back, Jimmy.
Thanks a million, mister.
Jimmy. When you just spent 5 minutes with Hitler.
That was our segment called 5 Minutes with Hitler, by the way.
Hitler crashed our show. He wasn't invited.
Hitler actually... much like Poland.
Yeah.
Hitler just came marching in.
And took over.
Boy,
our
he
show.
Did.
And our hiney still hurt.
We had to liberate our studio.
Right.
Many lives were lost.
I got so nervous as Fez dressed up as Hitler. I spilled coffee everywhere. I'm still cleaning it up, by the way. It's everywhere. And then we're going to take a long break in a few minutes here.
Oh, thank God. How long? I hope 24 hours or 20. Well, I'll do the math, but it's silly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I'll come in tomorrow.
But during the long break, go to my YouTube channel, Opie Radio, because I got the Fez video up.
Oh, do you?
As Hitler. It's
I got to relive
it's horrific.
the moment.
Look at the crazy eyes very closely. You want to take more calls on this subject, Ed?
Yeah, let's. It seems to
Well,
get
this
the
guy
phones
is
alight.
begging. He's Ray in Arizona. He's got Tourette's.
Uh-oh.
Ray, you got the Tourette's?
Poor filler.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, man.
Hi, Ray.
Or just talk about it.
Well, I still got it, but I mean, it's very mild. I'm not like that weird switching or whatever.
Okay.
But my father didn't make much money, by the way, and I spent 13 years in all Baltimore City public schools, white kid, fat with Tourette's. Talk about hell. That's hell. Okay. That is the worst experience anybody could probably have. And the black teachers, they didn't care about me getting in fights very much. They didn't worry about me. They weren't there defending me. And Al Sharpton wasn't there helping me out either.
Yeah, well, Al Sharpton. Everybody says, where's Al Sharpton? Where's Al Sharpton? And I'll agree with Jimmy on this. Al Sharpton just does what Al Sharpton does.
Yep.
It's you can't even blame him because he identify and know what he is. He's a race baiter.
Yeah, an asshole.
He's a bandwagon jumper, an asshole. But he's carved himself out a niche, and he knows how to use the power he has to keep his name in the news and keep the money rolling in and keep himself in nice suits without seemingly having a job.
You should become the white Al Sharpton.
Yeah. There was one
for
guy
real.
that was called that. His name was David Duke. Was one of them.
You don't do.
You can't.
You don't go with the David Duke thing. You use a little more intelligence, which you got, Anthony.
You can't.
You speak out about this.
For white people,
you got to hold like a little press conference
when you're a swarthy mess like
I understand.
You can't speak for white people.
I understand it would be. I understand
it
it would be a tough spot, but someone has to step up and do it, though.
The spokesman is Grease Bolio. No, you know what it is? It's fucking like look what CNN with Jack Cafferty when all those Asians went crazy.
Yep.
And CNN didn't buckle, and it went away.
Pearl Harbor?
The New York Post, fucking Sharp. Where's Sharpton's protest in the Post? They stood tall. They refused to fire the artist, the cartoonist. Yep. Murdoch issued an apology, smacked Sharpton in the face back in the paper, and it went away. He shut up.
It went away.
So if these pussies would stop buckling, he would just go away.
Right. Don't be so eager and easy to just cower and just fold. A little more gumption. A little more stick-to-itiveness.
Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
I love using those stupid fucking words.
Especially while I'm fucking. I like to say...
when she's jacking you off and starts slowing down because her arm is tired. Hey, a little more stick-to-itiveness.
That's right. You've got some gumption.
Put some elbow grease into it.
Like if I'm fucking her, she wakes up and objects. I go, you've got what gumption? Boo.
Boo.
Yeah, I say gumption again. Shit.
Let's take a break.
I have to piss desperately.
Oh, my God. My temperature dropped again.
My dick is so small right now, it's actually standing up straight.
Aw.
Like, you ever have that when you're sitting? It's so tiny.
Oh, like Bobo. Like Bobo's little wee-wee. Do you have a wee-wee right now? I usually have a cock. Do you have a wee-wee?
I have a peenie. Some comedian, I don't know who he was, said that your dick, like, when it's like that, is like a stack of dimes. And I forget who said that, but I was like, what a great description.
With that, we go to break. Opie and Anthony, starring little Jimmy Norton, back from L.A. Oh, guys, Perez Hilton is on TV doing a little gossip.
Is he a card?
What is he going to say next, Jimmy? What is he going to say?
Hopefully, hand me that shotgun. I'm hungry. His hair is like really weird, like a peacock.
Well, he's got like a mohawk peacock, bright orange on top type thing happening.
And then it gets swept
we
in
get
front of
it.
his
You like
eye.
cock.
It's like, how much attention do you
like
need?
one.
He tries so hard. It's almost embarrassing. It's like, we get it. Oh, just stop. You're a celebrity blogger. Oh, what's Lindsay Lohan? who fucking cares about any of that shit? Well, I heard Samantha was seen as shut up! You fucking worthless bag of shit!
You think he's talking about Kanye West right now?
And then I heard that he called Lindsay and then Britney. Shut the fuck up!
I bet that Kanye conversation is going on now. Look at that.
Can we find out what he's saying about Kanye West down the hall? Can you get me that audio? I need to know if he has something to say about Taylor Swift and Kanye West.
I swear to God.
What do you think he has to say about Taylor Swift?
I'm sure he got the skinny. Well, then I heard backstage that Taylor was talking. Did you really fucking hear that? Oh, is he terrible?
What about Lady Gaga?
Oh, enough with her and her giant fucking African artwork masked vagina bulge. I love it. I think I'm in love with. I don't know if I love her or want to push her into a rock quarry. That fucking bulging vagina, Lady Gaga. I want to wear it as a hat.
But he's talking about it right now, Jimmy.
Yeah,
what is he saying? What is he saying?
Oh, I don't know.
What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. The word of the street is, I'm talking to Samantha and Lindsay Lohan's just girlfriend. Shut up.
What do you think?
Lady Gaga. Who cares?
Can we find out what Perez is saying about Lady Gaga?
He's hoping it's a cock.
Yeah, of course he is.
Hey, our new bit is to ask the morning mashup something as they walk on by our studio.
Oh, cool.
And it's amazing how they answer stuff. We asked them about the Kanye West thing, and what do they say? He's an asshole.
He's crazy. He's an asshole.
What are we asking him today?
Shit.
Perez Hilton.
I don't know.
Lady Gaga's outfits.
Okay.
Jimmy, turn and do it for us. Hey, morning mashup, morning mashup. Hey. We want to know what you think of Lady Gaga.
Lady Gaga's outfits and shit.
What do you think of Lady Gaga and her outfit?
Yeah. What was that with the fucking thing around her face?
Oh, she's
hi, buddy.
She's up, boys. What's going on?
What's up?
Hey.
Well, she's busted. I mean, she's covering. I mean, she's got a hot body, but she's busted. So she's, she's
Excuse
wearing
me,
a mask.
Rich. It's Nicole with the 411.
Oh, you got the 411
I don't
for
know
us?
the 411. I think it's like a Halloween costume for her every day. 'Cause she's so ugly. She's got to sort of cover
That's
it up.
it? You think she's pretty ugly?
Have you ever seen a picture of her?
Yeah, they were just showing her.
Some days she's not ugly, and other days she is. I don't know where I'm at.
No,
with this
she's
Lady
beat,
Gaga.
dude. She got beat with the ugly stick. She's not a good-looking girl.
She had some cosmetic surgery, I believe.
Did she?
At some point,
Really?
yeah.
Would she have spackle put on her badge?
You guys are giving me the 411.
And what about the giant, the allegations that she's a hermaphrodite because there have been photos of her giant clitoris, I believe.
No, I thought it was a cock. I thought it seemed like she had,
like junk.
bulge. Yeah.
A large bulge.
So Rich, you can say cock on our show. You can't say it on Hits One. You
No,
know that,
yeah,
right?
exactly.
No.
Say it a few more times. It just feels good, Rich. Get it out.
You ever notice that black guys say dick? They don't say cock. We don't say
really?
We say dick.
Another cultural difference.
Cock is a white word?
Yeah, cock is a white word. Black cats say dick. I
wanna-
say it to Rich every morning.
Goodbye, boys.
Take it easy.
All right, they got to do their show. The morning mashup.
Yes.
Which, by the way, is played
Mashup.
constantly in Jubilee.
Oh, really?
Jimmy, I looked at Jimmy and said,
Oh, okay.
I'm tired.
Right.
I'm really fucking tired today.
Do you know one of the best expressions I ever heard for genitals was by a black girl named Deirdre? She was a big fat girl. She looked like a Cabbage Patch doll when I worked at fucking Caldor. It was like 1986.
Ew.
And Deirdre was a big fat chick from like Franklin or like the projects in the but she was really funny.
Yeah.
And she kind of talked like Snoop, like that, man, that slow talk.
Yeah.
And she was talking about like this guy Joe who we knew, possibly eating her vagina. And she goes, look, man, if he eat my honey, I'll suck his swank. I'll suck his swank. It was the greatest thing I've ever heard.
What did you do at Caldor? I'm captivated now.
You never saw my picture of my employee of the month when I
Employee of the month for Caldor?
Well, no, employee of the week where I got a $25 check and I have my glasses.
Stop it. I need to see
seen
this
that picture.
immediately.
His horrendous
I
glasses.
need to see this.
I don't think I have it on here, to be honest with you,
What did you do at Caldor?
I was I worked in shipping and receiving. That's where I read my first Stephen King book, was It, in 1987. I had just gotten sober.
Dude, me and you have something in common. Shipping and receiving for Xerox in Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
You're talking to the kid.
Shipping and receiving.
Oh, it was
Caldor. Aren't they out of business?
A horse shit job.
Probably.
Long out of business. Once Jimmy left the organization.
Just went to pot.
I worked for Bill Caldor's outfit.
Yeah, no, I was, I
got no merchandise in the box.
Well, I'm sorry, I worked with her at Bradley's. I didn't work with her at
Bradley. You might as well. Caldor, Bradley's. What's next? Marshall's?
I never worked at Marshall's. It was Bradley's. I was like 16. I worked at Bradley's.
Oh.
And, I worked part-time there.
Bradley's.
And then Caldor's after I got sober. They're different jobs.
Oh, different jobs.
Worst vagina ever I got in Caldor. There was a girl, she worked in like housewares or whatever. And after inventory, I took her home. And that thing had been fermenting inside those pantyhose for a good 12-hour inventory day.
Inventory.
Her breath smelled like a kernel of corn. Like, you ever kiss somebody who has kernel of corn breath in the pit of the stomach? It was atrocious. And then I went down on her, and it was revolting.
Oh, fuck.
It smelled like an armpit. Back then, I didn't know any better.
Did you go with it anyway?
Of course I did. What am I, fucking rude? She was a guest in my home.
Of course you're not a communist. Of course you got right in there.
Yeah, what are we, communists?
Exactly.
We are not communists.
You ever have a short vagina?
What do you mean? Bottom out?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Smaller ones?
You hit the back wall? Like, what the fuck is this?
I'd love that problem. No.
No. This I would like to brag that it was because of me, but no, she had something going on where she had a short back wall.
Ew.
It was bizarre.
She's a virgin.
She has something that's called youth.
I was supposed to push through that wall?
Yes, you were.
Oh.
Yeah.
What did I know? I was a youngster.
Maybe it was a hymen. Could have been a hymen.
Are you the hymen hunter?
Hymen.
Are we talking to the hymen hunter?
I know.
Jimmy missed that bit, too. Fuck, Jimmy. I know you're out there in Hollywood becoming a big star, but you missed some good radio.
I know I did. That's why I kicked the red eye last night.
A radio prank gone horribly wrong in Australia. It's too long to get into.
Yeah.
You'll have to listen to the best of over the weekend.
So we both know
the countdown?
Worst of the week countdown?
If the worst of the week countdown doesn't include the McDonald's bit, then I'm not promoting the worst of the week countdown.
Oh shit!
That's the number one bit.
I think so.
Tell me we're not playing the number one bit this weekend when you do the worst of the.
Well, I mean,
week countdown.
I had that positioned as number one in my head right now, but we would have to get word from certain people whether or not we could play. That decision wouldn't be.
Do we
made
know what
by
the
me and
issue
Eli.
is with the McDonald bit at this point?
Impersonation of a CEO. I don't know. Something like that.
Yeah, it's radio.
What?
They impersonate
a cop?
Well, they impersonate people all the time on TV. Just imagine this is TV without the fucking visual. Yeah. We can play parts.
There was complete compliance as far as... Look, I'm trying to comply here.
Why does radio have to have different rules than all other entertainment?
Just want to be in compliance. Right here in Brainerd.
Right.
I would think that by Friday we should be okay to play the whole thing as long as it goes
No,
through
they're
going to
cut it. They're going to cut it and to keep it safe, blah, blah, blah. We're entertainers, and and Anthony played a part yesterday, just like they do in movies and fucking TV.
Maybe we'll just
stop
play the part
with different rules for radio. Just stop it already.
Yeah. We'll just play the part where you guys congratulate him on a job well done.
Stop it.
Don't do the countdown this weekend. If that is being told that it has to be left out, don't do it. I'm serious.
You're the boss.
Just run a dumb replay, because you can't do a countdown and make believe that the top bit of the week didn't happen. That's just ridiculous, and it hurts us in the end. Just play a replay.
Okay.
Wow.
Right? Think about it.
I agree.
Because there's times, every once in a while, we have a bit that is so obviously the best bit of the week, and then you listen to over the weekend. It's every once in a while, I'll admit that, and it's not there. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Then don't do the countdown.
Okay.
Yeah, it is embarrassing. I agree.
Totally off subject. Can I tell you why I almost knocked Pete Papalardo's teeth out?
Oh, yes.
My agent, who I love.
Oh, God. That's something we're all wishing for.
It
almost finally happened.
We were talking about something, and he said, I forget what it was. He goes, yeah, but if you're doing that, it's going to create chatter. And when he said create chatter, I wanted to fucking reach through the phone and pull his teeth out one by one with pliers. Pete, if you're listening, if you ever say create chatter again, I'll fucking cut your brake line.
Chatter?
Create chatter. Like I'm creating some chatter.
That's retarded.
Fucking teeth are chattering from the douche chills. Don't ever say that again.
Did you create chatter?
No!
What was it?
I don't even remember. I blocked it out. It created nothing but a fucking mental block and uncomfortable silence on the phone.
I love Pete.
I do too.
I would love to know what's going on in that head.
Jonathan was talking about Pete's awful mock turtlenecks and whatever kind of fucking shirt. Pete wears the worst clothes. Mm-hmm. I forget what his fucking his half sweaters are, But Jonathan, my manager, was really giving them a fucking savage beating.
How was Jonathan's cock bulge while you're out there?
I actually have not looked at whatever that thing is in his fucking jeans.
You haven't looked in a while?
No,
we used to enjoy looking.
It's like it's like knowing a friend was like,
we really did. It's like,
I know.
What the fuck is going on down there?
Just
and he would wear
people.
tight slacks, and he would be oblivious to this massive fucking ridiculous whatever the fuck it is bulge.
It's like even the Elephant Man's friends got used to him after a while. I think that's what it is.
Right.
He's a goiter.
Jimmy used to like kind of get my attention while we're having some kind of serious conversation about something. It's like, we all, me and Jimmy would just look. One time we pointed and started laughing where he had to cross his legs and try to, hide his bulge. He was so
that
embarrassed.
huge bulge.
He gets very uncomfortable.
Very uncomfortable.
About that giant fucking.
JB in Utah. JB?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
How are you,
Hey,
JB?
buddy.
Doing pretty good. Jimmy, good to have you back.
Thank you, buddy.
Hey, I want to know why you guys like the morning matchup. They got a hole on there. You guys seem to fall
guy
all
that just
over
doesn't
her.
get it. Sir, the definition of a hole is not Nicole. Okay, Nicole's doing a morning show for a pop station. There's a lot of females that listen to that pop station. They feel comfortable listening to Nicole and that radio show. The hole is actually a woman that has no business being part of a guy talk show.
Right.
A locker room type show like ours. Think our show with some dumb broad chiming in to try to keep everything safe. It's very different.
Nicole was
I'm not saying women don't have a place in broadcasting. They just don't have a place when it comes to locker room type radio shows.
It's under the console. That's their place in broadcasting.
That's right, Jimmy. You tell them.
Filleting the men.
That's right.
Well, I just didn't see the difference in you guys, but you guys are doing a good job. Keep it up.
Thank you, sir. Get a hold of yourself. You're fawning.
This next guy is so excited. Chris on Long Island has to get on and tell his Caldor fuck story.
Oh, yes.
Chris, what do you got?
There's only one of those in the world.
Jimmy, remember how hot we were looking those brown smocks?
Oh, they were terrible. I remember the guy who ran that fucking housewares department. He had the worst plaque breath ever. It was like a wet, spoiled fruit.
Oh, God.
Good.
I spent my time between the toy department and housewares also during the Cabbage Patch craze. But there was a girl in there who, she was ultra aggressive with me, and she was the kind of girl who always made me cheat on whatever girlfriend I had. So finally one day I sucked it up. I spent the money, got a hotel room, get her in there after a night of drinking and partying. She gets undressed. I go down on her, and it is the worst smell ever. She was wearing leggings and cowboy boots, and it was just horrible. I'm like, all right, I'm just going to plow through this. Let me just, start fucking her. I put her feet up over my shoulders, and her feet smelled so bad. I was like, I gotta get out of here. I had to bust them out so quick, and I'm like, oh yeah, we really gotta go. It was horrific. The worst experience ever fucking for me.
That reminded me.
Oh no, what?
No, I have a story of. I love John Valby so much.
Yeah.
And he has a song. It's a parody of the Edmund Fitzgerald. It's not that long.
Can we play it?
Dude, I don't think we have it. It's my favorite Valby thing in years. And he has a line about smelly feet in there, and it's just fucking hilarious. Do we have Edmund Fitzgerald by Valby? It's gotta be. It's fucking great. It's very short. It's like 8-9 minutes.
Anyway, congratulations, Jimmy. You guys rock.
All right, thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay, bye.
Oh, we got it? Let's play it. Hit it.
It's just a foot line I like.
We're fucking close enough to Canada to do this fucking tune here. Let me have a sip of fucking beer. How the fuck are you guys doing, all right? I just got off the fucking road, drove 7.5 fucking hours to get here. I know you guys don't give a fucking rat's ass. I'm still going. All right, yeah, Canadian song. This is changing my attitude very quickly. Canuck girls came round from Chippewa on down. There was a big one they called Itchy Woomy. Now I didn't grite that her twat looked like trite, but the smell of her feet really threw me. shoulders erect, going down on a hefty Hispanic. I was second in line of 109. Less men went down on the Titanic. Two laddies came in, she was doing her nails, so she jerked them both off with her right foot. Her boyfriend had the hot, so he pumped 29 shots in the ass of that bag Gordon Lightfoot. I cruised down the street, saw some faggots in heat. Edmund was hung double barrel. Jerry had two little holes in his butt. I just love the way Edmund Fitzgerald. I just love the way Edmund Fitzgerald.
I have not heard that version where he drunkenly trips on it.
God
But I just think the genius is I didn't gripe that her twat looked like tripe, but the smell of her feet really threw me. Fucking Valley really makes me happy.
He's got to play one of our virus shows.
Dude, he's fucking so silly. It's like he would have murdered on those shows.
Do we bring back the virus tour this summer?
We absolutely
All right,
should,
we'll
man.
do that for everybody.
He would have murdered.
Yeah, Jim C hasn't been around. Be kind of.
Oh, fuck. That guy Jerry, he's a big fan. He came to our signing
Seinfeld?
before. He tried to call me. I was like, fuck off, I'm busy.
I hear you.
Jim, I'm doing a show. Do you want to be a part of it? No, it was this guy Jerry's a big fan. The one that gave me the Midnight Cowboy poster sign. But he gave me he got a Klugman to sign something to Jim C.
No way.
From Jack Klugman. There's a picture of Jack.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
To Jim C. And he said he was in a wheelchair. And
No,
Jack
Klugman
kinda
is not going to...
not doing
Wait,
particularly.
Klugman's
He's
in a
fading
wheelchair?
Oh, yeah.
Is he fading fast?
Yeah, one of the rags, like National Enquirer or whatever. It was last week. Had a picture of him.
Oh, no.
He was going out to dinner with family and friends, fell down twice. He's in a wheelchair. It's not good.
He fell?
Twice, not even, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Yep.
Oof.
Let me say hi to Brian in Jersey.
Did Sam help him up? With his little straight pubes?
Brian!
They used,
Hey,
they used
what's
his
up, boy?
girlfriend's flat ass as a wheelchair ramp to get into his house.
Jesus.
She's probably 65 by now.
I know.
No,
He's still
it's like-
talking about her flat ass.
Just leave my flat ass alone.
On a houseboat and a members only jacket. You know how bad his backed up toilet on that fucking houseboat? Sam, the shit is piled so high, I can't close the lid.
Keep doing this. He's in a wheelchair. That fucking flat ass chick's probably dead. The houseboat's at the bottom of the fucking water.
I know.
And we still keep
I
going.
know. Sam is now George Takei somewhere. Fucking.
Brian!
Hey guys, good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
Lisa Lampanelli was on Channel 11 this morning.
Yep.
They asked her what comedian she would like to have roast her, and she mentioned a little Jimmy Norton.
Aw.
Very good. Yeah, we like Lisa Lampanelli. I ran into her on the streets of New York, and we're trying to get her on the show. We know her. We all know the same people.
Yeah.
But she's scared how Howard's going to take it. So, just do our fucking show, man.
I'm glad she didn't badmouth me. That would
No, Lisa Lampanelli's
Oh,
not
that
gonna
would have
badmouth
hurt. Yeah, it's like whenever you hear a comedian mention you, you're always like, what was
they
it?
say?
No, she's
Comics generally don't bash other comics, though.
I
It's
know,
kind
I'm
of
just
like
insecure.
this unspoken rule.
Yeah, I don't like to bash other comedians unless they attack me first.
Yeah.
We would love to get her on the show. Maybe the fans can help out and just get the word to her. Well, she already knows, but maybe push a little bit for us.
I got a great roast line for Lisa.
Jimmy was one of them.
I would roast her so good. I would say things like, "Boy, I've seen better faces on iodine bottles." I got a bunch of them. Believe me, I'm ready to go.
Are you going to use that one on Leno?
I might do a roast to Jay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should.
Hey, Jay, your hair's gray. Do you spell that G-R-A-Y or G-R-E-Y, the British version?
That's a good one.
Yeah, really
Wow, that's
hard-hitting stuff.
Lighten it up a little bit.
That's if the censors will let me get that by.
Yeah. Are they getting the Perez Hilton stuff for us? Because I want to know what he was gossiping about.
Oh, I'd love to know.
What do you think, Sam?
I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on, though.
You know,
Is there a lot of gossip in the...
I got to tell you, we're out of touch, though, because Perez Hilton gets how many fucking hits a day?
Millions.
Yeah.
So we're the ones that are out of touch.
Nah, it doesn't matter. Fuck him.
Maybe we should start a gossip little thing on our show.
He paints cum bubbles on people. He stinks. He contributes nothing. That's what I don't... He's not an artist. He contributes shit.
No.
Some bloggers are very fucking funny and smart, but most of them
I
are
hate
just...
the goddamn bloggers. Goddamn. Sorry.
Most of them are just contribute nothing.
What, did you hear about this?
What is that?
Kourtney Kardashian isn't going to buy maternity clothes, just borrow Khloe's.
Oh, shit, because Chloe's fat.
Yeah.
Shit, he didn't say that.
Chloe has since lost weight, so.
Chloe's slowly becoming the hottest sister.
Is that the little one there?
The little one is the hottest by far. I
Kim
mean,
is the hottest.
No, fuck you.
Hey.
I wouldn't know a Kardashian if she walked into the fucking room.
The fucking...
Really?
No! I know her name. Wouldn't know that bitch's face if she sat next to me.
Let's see what Perez is talking about. He gets millions of hits. Maybe we can learn something today. That's the top story?
Well, John Gosling gets dropped by girlfriend, cross out lawyer.
Uh-oh.
And then, look, that's funny, what Kate Gosling says to John Gosling.
Well, sucks to be you.
Yeah, Perez added that in a picture of Kate and John together. But you see behind it, they're coming out of Mr. Chow. But see, Perez, because he's very clever, he crosses out the CH, so now it just reads Mr. Ow.
And he put an arrow going to
see,
his
ooh,
head.
that hurts,
And
that he got
again,
dropped.
cum is coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
Jism.
That guy's edgy.
Because
He's
John
crazy.
Gosling's divorce lawyer has decided to drop him as his client and filed a petition with the Montgomery County court system to withdraw as his counsel.
Oh, no.
Ay, nay.
At least someone else sees what dead weight John is.
Oh, boy, that Perez. What else is he talking about today?
I don't know.
Aaron Carter's getting sued.
And who the fuck is Aaron Carter?
That was
Nick
Tweety, you
Carter's-
assholes.
Yeah. That's Nick Carter's younger brother.
Backstreet Boy. And he's going to be on Dancing with the Stars this season.
And he's got cum dripping out of his mouth as per Perez Hilton.
And is that crazy or is that...
That's crazy!
That's crazy! Perez Hilton's crazy!
Oh, it's crazy!
What else is he talking about?
Well,
Wait, he goes, do you know what today is? What's that?
it's Nick Jonas's birthday!
From the Jonas Brothers?
Of course!
Which one is he? The ugly one?
No.
Or the cute one?
Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have... There you go.
Holy shit.
He's the cute one.
He's the cute one?
I think
Where's
that's
the ugly
cute
one?
And would you pop him in the shitter?
Right in his coolie. Right in the coolie hole. How come no jizz dripping out of his mouth? What, he got a crush on him?
He's too cute.
You fucking flamer.
All right, what else is Perez talking about?
Oh, Potterheads, make your travel arrangements now. I heard about this. Universal Studios is announcing that they're opening Wizarding World as a section of Universal Studios.
Are they going to have wizardry?
Wow. Wizarding World's going to be very frightening, Samuel.
Wow.
I hate to go there, a land of goblins and wizards. Everybody frightening me.
You're like the Walt Disney there.
I would hate that casting spells all over. Wizardry should never be practiced.
Are you the main guy at Wizard World?
I certainly am not. I actually work in the parking lot. I don't go inside. It's haunted. They gave me a pointy hat, though, and it was very frightening.
Oh.
Why, so you could perform...
Wizardry, but I didn't see it.
Oh, Perez is back on TV. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was going nowhere with this bit.
Now they're talking to him live. What is he saying? What is he saying?
Pot it up. Can you pot it up?
No.
It's got to be crazy, I bet. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're getting audio, Perez.
Why can't we hear?
When he talks, people have to
listen.
listen. What else we got there, Sam?
SAG honors Betty White.
Get it? SAG.
That's...
The Screen Actors Guild Lifetime Achievement Award is going to Betty White. Oh, the president is going to be appearing on Letterman.
Yes, he is.
First sitting president to appear on Letterman.
Oh, look, and see, it says, and illegal immigrants won't be covered. See, Obama says that, and then Letterman says, you lie.
You lie.
Like the thing.
He is so funny.
Wow, that's terrific.
Why don't you put a cum bubble on the president?
Funny. Yeah, do that.
Yeah, there you go,
Fucking
Jimmy.
coward.
There you go.
Why not a cum bubble on,
No cum bubble on Keanu Reeves or Patrick Swayze either.
Well,
I can't wait for the next celebrity to slap him across his stupid face.
Was that great? Was that great when he got smacked?
I can't wait. It will happen again.
I hope it's Fedor Emelianenko. Or fucking Liddell after like 300 beers. After Chuck fucking eats a keg.
After 300
He fucking eats the wood off the keg and then fucking just punches him.
It's a terrific line, Jimmy, but that's when you want Chuck Liddell to attempt to hit you after 300 beers.
That's true.
He's not going to be moving too
Probably
well.
not. After 280, he's deadly, but 300, he tapers off. He's a 20 beer fucking.
He's going to be dancing with the stars, though.
I know, I heard.
Oh, yeah.
Patrick Swayze died, Jimmy, while you were gone.
I know.
Kidding.
And the boys.
How did it happen?
And the boys put together a little tribute for Patrick Swayze.
That's nice.
So let's take a quick listen.
Somebody tells me it's not going to be a particularly moving tribute.
No. Hey, be nice. That's what he said when he was Dalton in Roadhouse.
The Opie and Anthony Show would like to honor the late, great Patrick Swayze with a tribute featuring his 1987 hit song from the Dirty Dancing soundtrack, She's Like the Wind.
I just want to ask Jimmy, what do you think's going to happen now? Where does this go horribly wrong? Because the setup sounds like it's going to be a very nice thing.
I'm trying to think where this can go wrong.
Somebody singing things that rhyme with "She's Like the Wind," but they have something to do with his pancreas not being up to par.
Not being up to par?
Shit.
Is that it, you think?
Yeah, something. Cancer got him, some awful lyrics.
Just some kind of fucking, what was that bit service?
Prep
Burger. Maybe we could give this to Prep Burger.
I think we could
Or
definitely.
Pep? What is it?
Prep Burger.
Okay.
Prep Burger's gonna like this one.
All right.
The Wind. And now, Patrick Swayze.
Nobody close to me. Can't look in her eyes. She's out of my league.
Oh. Wow.
You know what? We should have had faith in Dirk and Steve. I apologize first. We should have had some faith in those guys. They actually are a pretty good production team.
Yeah.
Dirk and Steve are producing some good shit.
Yeah.
All right, that was brutal.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
It's all in the fucking sack of potatoes falling sound.
It's just the fact, I like the fact that the music cut off when he fell, too. As if he was in charge of the whole operation.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, that was good.
All right, guys.
Oh, shit.
God fucking damn it. That's so sweet. I'm waiting for the Perez Hilton audio because we really need to know what he was talking about.
I have to know.
Yeah,
Good. Very important.
It's a slow news day.
Look, Miley Cyrus is bending over, and it looks to be what looks like shit or cum coming out of her ass.
What if we're lucky, both.
It might be just liquid shit.
Oh, what problem?
Why did he draw
have with
liquid shit coming out of her ass?
Yeah, what problem does he have with her?
Yeah,
I don't know. He's just snarky.
Oh, he is.
You don't know?
No, Miley was. She had her opinions on the VMAs.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, you're lying.
I'm not lying.
You're lying.
Perez posted some of Miley's comments.
Yeah.
She had comments on the what?
On the VMAs.
Okay.
Oh,
What are
were
some of
they?
the comments?
Perez calls Beyonce Beowulf.
Why? Why that?
Beyonce, Beowulf.
Because Beyonce sounds like. Why?
You know what?
For real, why? Because now I'm just
literally
annoyed.
hate this guy.
I'm just
literally
annoyed.
hate him.
Why?
Why? He's funny.
That's exactly why.
Why the fuck how many millions of hits does he get a day?
I'm saying millions.
Not enough.
I mean,
I heard, I think, like 9 million a day, something like that.
it's one of the most popular websites in the world.
What the fuck is wrong with America?
Off his chin. I get it.
That's good. What else did he say?
Well, Gagita, of course. I mean, Lady Gaga to you guys.
He calls her Gagita.
That's funny.
What does that mean?
He's like best friends with Lady Gaga, so that's the term of affection.
What does it mean, though?
It's Gagita.
Shouldn't this stuff mean something?
No, you don't need. Why?
Why? No, why?
Okay.
You know what awful conversations him and Lady Gaga must have? You know what nonsense they must just talk about?
What else?
Oh, Khalees and Nas were spotted together, which is weird, because I thought they were getting divorced.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a big story. What? Who?
Khalees and Nas.
Shit.
They're married, right?
Monkey's
Well, yeah.
star.
Wait, this is pretty funny. Monkey
Monkey
star abused by his wife.
Abused by his
Abused by
wife.
his wife?
Yes.
Holy shit, I thought it was abused wife. Wait a minute. Davy Jones?
What?
Abused by Telemundo star Jessica Pacheco? What did she do to him?
The bitch is crazy.
She made him watch his own shows.
Girl, look what you've done to me. Ow.
Davey has a history of violence with his new wife, including her cracking his rib with a shoe.
Good.
Beating
little
him up.
fucking English fruit.
What kind of fucking shoes does she wear? Was the mafia trying to kill her? She has cement footwear?
Poor Davy Jones.
Bruce Willis flips out.
Flips out on a female
fan?
Why?
What did he do?
And what did he
do?
about that?
First of all, see,
No
what is-
cum bubbles for Bruce Willis, by the
No,
way.
because
he's saying-
Bruce Willis would kick your ass.
grr. is
He's
what
saying grr, and then it says step off.
He's angry.
Because he's mad.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, at a backstage VIP lounge during New York Fashion Week, Bruce Willis freaked the F out
Oh, wow. Watch the language.
on one of his formerly adoring fans. As it turns out, he was physically provoked by a poke.
A poke? Now stop it.
So she poked him, and Willis put his finger directly in her face, leaned in closely, and irately demanded, "Don't you ever touch me again. Understand?"
Oh, that would be intimidating.
Yikes.
I would be scared of that.
Yikes,
Bruce
indeed,
Willis
Sam.
intimidating,
Yikes, indeed.
like looking as a man, like that you wouldn't want to get into an altercation with him?
No, he was very, no, but he was nice.
I don't mean personality-wise. I mean physically. Does he come across?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, but again, I always think is Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I was just thinking of like who he was, Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis.
But is he like John McClane?
I don't, Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis. Hi, Bruce Willis. You're Bruce Willis. I like Bruce Willis. You're Bruce Willis. I'm acting with Bruce Willis. So it's like that's all you're thinking of is you know, I'm not looking at him like as a regular dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you.
What am I going to talk to him about?
All right.
He kind of looks like a big, you know, like he could,
Celebrity Bruce Willis, Bruce Willis. Can you sign this cat picture, Bruce Willis? Me and you, Bruce Willis. We live in the same building, Bruce Willis.
Should we take a quick break and then hopefully E-Rock will have the Perez Hilton?
Yeah, because I
audio?
got to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, we really want to
I
know
want
what
to get
Perez
back
was
and
saying
see
tonight.
John Cicada live on Channel 5.
Oh, wow.
What did he sing?
I love John Cicada.
No, yeah.
Did he sing that song from the Karate
Sings every
Kid
17
2?
years. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, I can't imagine you did that.
I did.
That was cute, though.
I'm so happy I said that.
Bug joke.
I love bug jokes. No doctor's outfit. If I had an ounce of fucking moral courage, I would have stopped pep talking him and fucking.
And just, talked about fucking Sling Blade, or Kaiser Blade, as he called it.
The Perezal audio should be coming any minute now.
Perezal?
Yeah.
Is that
That's what he calls
So
himself.
let Jimmy leak. What's wrong with you, Sam?
You're allowed. I'm not trying
And
to
what was
stop.
John Cicada's big hit?
He's won 2 Grammy Awards and sold 20 million albums since his English language debut in 1992.
Oh,
What's his big song?
I confused him with the other guy. Cicada. Cockroach.
Just Another Day.
How do you. What's his big song?
Just Another Day was number 5. Oh, here it is.
I've probably heard this.
I don't know what this is.
I have no clue.
I don't think I like it very much.
Turn it off.
Give it a chance, guys.
No. Turn it off, please. Thank you.
I can't listen to that.
My league.
E-Rock's coming in. Oh, here comes E-Rock.
Cool.
Hey, he is. Was Perez talking about some fun stuff?
Not at all. What?
I'm looking at your fucking awful shirt with 13 on it.
Where you going?
Turn around.
What's that?
What are you doing to him?
What?
He was on our side.
Nothing.
That bulge in his pocket?
Not a
Where
thing.
you going?
What are you looking at?
Nothing. I really was just making him all fucking paranoid, and it worked. It worked like a charm.
Where does he get his fucking shirts? I've never seen such consistently horrendous shirts.
I believe that shirt is from Lucky Jeans.
Really?
Yeah?
Uh-oh.
What shirt?
Lucky Jeans, right?
What's up, E-Rock?
Yeah.
What's the matter, E-Rock?
There's nothing wrong with that shirt.
No.
Nothing right with it. Brown with a 13 on it.
Show him the side where it says, what does it say?
It gets crazy on the side, Jimmy. Turn it around. Look at that.
What does it say?
Look at that.
Let it ride. You're a gambler
It's
in
got
the
fucking
house.
dice on it. Like 2
It's
dice.
cards, and a skull, man.
And a flame.
And flames.
Let it
What's
ride.
on fire?
You know what that means?
What's
It's a gambling man.
That's E-Rock's motto.
He's a gambling man, and the number 13's up there because I ain't fucking afraid of 13. Some people afraid of the number 13. I'll wear it right fucking on my chest. That's what he says.
Let it ride.
Let it ride.
You're going to
bitch.
have bad luck now.
Let it ride, bitch. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Why did you just put that? Was that a coincidence that picture came up while you were...
My computer has a virus. It just pops up. I don't know what it is.
It's from faterock.com, and it's a picture of course, E-Rock's head superimposed on the body of a fat gentleman holding his man tits.
And what does it say on the boat?
Blubber and carcasses only.
Jesus, Sam. I didn't make the Photoshop. Again, it's some kind of thing.
Yeah.
Steven S. from Bayshore wants to know if E-Rock got that shirt from Old Gravy.
Okay.
Oh, now stop it.
Comment.
Now
I
stop.
already told him where you got it from. You know, it's not Oak Ridge.
Yeah, you're not helping. Thanks.
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Let it ride.
Let it ride.
Stay in here,
He's got dice. He's got fire.
That's it.
E-Rock, let it ride. Stay in here.
Let it ride.
He's not really letting it ride, is he, Sam?
No.
Nah, see?
I thought it was a
He's
gambling man.
Yeah, he's not living up to his shirt.
No.
He had an opportunity to live up to his shirt, and he's not.
Now the
He
long
just folded
hallway.
with his 13.
Why is there fire on the dice? Who sets dice on fire
Extreme.
ever?
Ow!
It's probably for playing Yahtzee. It's not even a real card game.
He took the long walk of shame down that hallway.
That's a long walk when you're being abused.
Boy, is he a fucking yutz.
He just,
Poor
he just
E-Rock.
tries to please every
Poor
day.
fucking E-Rock.
Terrible fucking shirt collection. Big 13 on it. Beat it. Before I fucking knock that cap off your head with the fucking phone. I like to knock his hat off like fucking Pesci. Hit Rickles with the phone and just, you know. That's how I want to beat Eric with a telephone. That was the best fucking beating with a phone.
Oh, that's the poor old guy falling on the floor.
I know, on his big stomach. He just pulls it off and he beats it while it's still, the cradle is still on the wall. It's old school.
Fantastic.
Love to clock him on the phone.
Perez Hilton, everyone.
Oh, good.
Perez Hilton, welcome to Good Day New York.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
How are you?
I am delicious.
Really? Shut the fuck up.
You're not
Why
delicious.
does he annoy us so much?
Because he's a fat phony. He's a cornball.
I'm delicious.
He's corny.
How are you? I'm delicious. Are you? Somehow I doubt that.
If he said that to us, we would just go, ugh.
Yeah, exactly.
Delicious.
His balls probably taste like turtle feet. Sitting on the plane all night on the red eye, fucking ex-fat man legs rubbing together. He probably has those like chafe marks.
Dude, I kind of know what turtle feet smell like.
Yeah, they're
I used
not
to have those
good.
baby little fucking turtles. Those things really stunk.
That's probably what his balls smell like.
Jesus.
Like a dirty ferret.
Really?
His ass is sweating. He flies business class. Little chubby feet kicked up.
Perez Hilton, welcome to Good Day New York.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
How are you?
I am delicious.
Really?
Stephen S. from Bayshore writes,
Yes.
He's delicious if you love the taste of fecal matter and cum.
His hair's wild, though.
He's
hair's
crazy.
Wild.
Crazy.
Avant-garde.
I'm delicious.
Really? How delicious are you?
You'll have
Good
to taste
comeback.
later.
You look slim,
Have
by
at
the
it,
way.
Rosanna.
I'm working hard at it. Before I came to New York for Fashion Week and the VMAs and my concert tonight, I've been working out 10 times a week.
Good for
Wow.
you.
Because that's what it takes. I want to look really good naked.
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about, really?
Shit. Holy mother
Really,
of
newsreader?
fuck.
They should call him Piggykins. You know how annoyed he'd be if they said, "Welcome back."
Yeah.
Welcome back, Piggykins.
Big Piggykins.
Yeah.
His head is still big and fat, though.
Can I see him?
He's still fat, too. I mean, he's chubby.
Is he getting crazy by wearing some kind of dress on the
he's
pink
wearing
carpet?
A skirt. That's crazy.
And
Pink boots.
Not the red carpet.
And a big pink sock hanging out his ass.
That's awful. His asshole has the fucking stretchability of an accordion. It actually plays Danny Boy when he does jumping jacks.
He farts. It sounds like a didgeridoo.
You know how hard it is to get a didgeridoo reference in? I say once a day, folks.
I know.
We've had a few since you've been gone. Oh, yeah.
I love didgeridoo
We're into the
references.
Australian culture these days.
I live for them.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Miss USA, Perez wants to be arrested? What? Let's listen to this.
You know, can we talk about Miss USA for a second? I thought your question was a terrific one. I think you...
Holy fuck, I hate the goddamn fucking news.
You have to kiss his gaping ass? Come on now. It's fucking...
You know, can we talk about Miss USA for a second? I thought your question was a terrific one. I think you phrased it well. And I thought her response was a legitimate response to that question.
No,
where it gets a little...
Hold the fucking phone.
Maybe I don't hate the guy as much.
In order... Because all he wanted to do was say that this girl had the right to say what she said. She had a good answer for the question. But in order to ask that question and not offend this fucking cunt who would have walked off, he had to say, I thought you had a great question. You got to kiss his fucking big, hairy, lubed up ass in order to ask that question. Another phony.
Let's see what Perez's response was.
Yeah.
Was a legitimate response to that question. Now, where it gets a little controversial is the stuff you said later. I mean, do you have any regrets after all that?
No, and I don't think she does either. And I want 10% of her book when that comes out.
It
I
got
have this
nasty. It got
dream.
personal.
I have that's what I do. I'm a muckraker. You know? She's suing now the organizers of the California pageant, and I really hope I get called to testify because I've been thinking for a while that I should get arrested for something, but not something bad like a DUI or something like that. But if I showed up to court, maybe in like a thong, would the judge arrest me for contempt of court?
You should talk to Borat about that.
Yes, I would think so.
That'd be a great thing to get arrested for.
All right, look.
What shit?
This fucking thing is a pariah. What the fuck is he talking about? If I went to court to get this in a thong...
Ugh. They're worse than he is, because at least he's just him. They're watching it going, this is adorable.
And they're chuckling and...
Oh, Perez.
Him. Oh, Perez. Oh, Perez.
That idea stinks. John Cicada's face, he looks like a mummy. Like an unwrapped mummy. Like, it's fucking Tutankhamun singing Chances Are.
Unwrapped.
But he looks like a fucking Egyptian pharaoh. Doesn't he?
Yes, he does, Jimmy.
King Dud. Oh, that shitty song.
You don't like that one?
Steve Martin's fucking song?
It was terrific for the time, Jimmy.
No, it wasn't. Boy, does that not hold up.
You gotta admit that.
No, I won't.
You want to hear a little of it?
He looks like Nefertiti, actually. He's not even King Tut. It's his mom.
Can we hear a little King Tut? Because Jimmy's wrong about this one. Listen to the lyrics.
Oh,
Jimmy.
no.
Listen to the lyrics.
Oh, Perez.
So far, it's okay.
All right, good. Tell me when it goes wrong.
Now, when he was a young man, he never thought he'd see people stand in line to see the boy king.
So far, fine.
How to get the funky?
Was King Tut ever funky?
Right there, lost me. Ant?
Oh, no. I can't look at anybody.
This is okay. My money and bought me a museum, King Tut. Yeah.
Buried with a donkey.
Why? He wasn't.
He's my favorite honky.
What? Arizona, move to Babylonia, King Tut.
And was he born in Arizona? What? I don't get this.
He wasn't actually.
The song isn't historically accurate. Oh, now he's doing that wacky Steve Martin dance. Ugh.
Rockin' Tut. What?
He gave his life for
Did he eat a crocodile?
No. This is horrendous.
Golden Idol.
Hamburger. Thank you, Greg Jarvis, Syracuse. Let's turn this off, Travis, please. Thank you. Thank you.
You're not fading quickly enough.
Thank you.
We have one more verse to go. We're going to give up on it?
All right, turn it back up.
Oh, no.
Clap along.
Come on, Ed.
No.
When I die, I don't think I'm a nut. Don't want no fancy funeral, just one I can
King Tut. That part I fine.
Coulda won a Grammy,
This part stinks.
buried in his jammy.
He's buried naked,
Dummy.
wrapped in things.
The big ending.
Condo made a stoner.
I like that line. That line's
He
great.
could have fucking done so much more with that.
Be more funny.
Fucking A. That was really hard to listen to.
Like, Condo made of stoner?
Yeah.
There's no A in stone.
No,
Maybe back then
why
there was,
Stoner?
Fuck's sake, man, you're amateur. How about he, forever has a boner? Or I heard his mother was a Mona.
King Tut.
Should have won a Grammy. For what? Being bludgeoned when he was 14? What the fuck should King Tut have won a Grammy for?
Were there Grammys back then?
No, he didn't sing.
Oh, there weren't, Jimmy?
He was an effeminate dictator.
Denver Pest wants to know what's next, Mr. Jaws?
Oh, I love Mr. Do you have Mr. Jaws,
No,
Travis?
it's
Please.
so bad.
King Tut won what he should have won, which was a fucking braining from someone who didn't want to listen to his advice.
And I see what Anthony's doing here. I see what you're doing here.
Yeah.
You referenced Mr. Jaws because you really want to hear it. Why would you just reference it out of nowhere?
Mr. Jaws was funny, though.
Because it's on
this
the
is
same
terrific.
genre.
This is actually funny.
Yeah, this is really good.
You're on the beach where a giant shark has just eaten a girl swimmer.
Uh-oh.
Well, Mr. Jaws, how was it? And what did she say when you grabbed her?
Please, Mr. Please.
I know sharks are stupid, but what did you think when you took that first bite?
How sweet it is.
Mr. Jaws, before you swim out to sea, have you anything else to say?
We be friends. See? Just get along with the shark.
With me now is the local sheriff. Sheriff Brody, the shark will be back for lunch. What do you intend to do?
Turn this off for a second.
This is terrible.
Piece of shit.
This
walking
is
down
terrible.
the fucking hallway. I'll never forget you, you piece of shit.
Oh, that guy, yeah.
Double agent fuck. Go ahead, Travis. Back to the song.
I can't listen to this.
When you catch one of these sharks, what do you feel like?
Like a rhinestone.
We've sighted the shark again. He's coming straight for us. Captain Quint is shouting something at him.
Get your baby one of these nights.
Hey, Jaws, the captain says he's going to catch you. What do you think of that? Uh-oh, here he comes again. They've hit him. Mr. Jaws, why doesn't anything seem to hurt you?
Boys don't cry. Yeah,
He's coming right onto the boat. Mr. Jaws, why are you grabbing my hand?
Wouldn't you give your hand to a friend?
He's
No,
not
wait,
your friend.
Mr. Jaws, that's not the way this record is supposed to end. Help!
No, it's supposed to end with a gunshot and you being quiet. I like that part. He's drowning.
Exactly.
You don't like that song? We should redo those.
Do you know something?
Let's have Kenny do a brand new version of that. What?
Do you understand that in the 70s, that was huge?
What was his name?
People would... Dickie Goodman?
He had a million of those.
People would fucking, like, freak out when the radio guys would be like, and coming up in the next hour, we're going to play Dickie Goodman's Mr. Jaws.
You're right.
It was huge.
It was everywhere.
And people thought it was the funniest fucking thing.
Can we...
I guess we needed AIDS.
I hate the way he's interviewing a shark. And, like, he's interviewing the shark, and the shark is singing answers out of
Yes. It was all the popular songs of the day, by the way.
I got it. It wasn't lost on me what he was doing.
Anthony, what we need to do, though, can we talk to Kenny for a second? Can we turn Kenny into the brand new Dickie Goodman and make him do one of these? Kenny, could you do a little Dickie Goodman for us?
Do you think you could do it, Dickie Goodman?
You know who Dickie Goodman is?
So could you be dickhead good for nothing?
Mission accomplished.
I'll say two things. I do what I'm told, and I'm very talented.
You're very talented. That's
Absolutely.
Could you give us your Dickie Goodman voice?
Yes, well, you're not cruising thinbelts.com. What is that, a belt? A belt/shoelace?
Why do you have such a thin belt?
That fucking tiny belt.
You're too big for it.
Sam, get me a ruler, Sam, please.
I have to know.
I have to know how wide that fucking piece of shit belt is.
That is...
Look, it's awful.
It's an inch.
What?
I've had glasses where the band around it was the wiring was fucking thicker than that.
I understand what you were
I
trying
know,
to
I
say.
banded around, I couldn't. I need to over-explain it. We know what glasses are held up by. What else could it be? The racetrack around your glasses, assholes.
Shit. That is really a linguini belt.
Yeah.
Someone is saying we should play the OJ press conference by Chris Rock. I don't know what that was.
What?
Maybe we could take a look.
I don't know what that is.
I think the problem is that your fucking belt loops are basically constructed for bigger than that belt. They're ready to handle fucking tank treads, and you have that thin belt.
Jimmy, there you go. Let Jimmy do it. Jimmy, please measure.
Here it is.
The thinness of Kenny's belt. Remember, he's like 6'4".
It's exactly 1 inch.
It's 1 little inch.
A 1 inch thick belt.
He's got an inch of belt around his pretty
giant body.
ample body.
Right.
I said it was an inch.
You were right.
Yeah. Well, we shouldn't question that.
I said it was an inch.
And I probably measured it all the way around to make sure that didn't deviate from the inch. And filed it down.
Yeah, you got to be consistent.
Filing my belt.
Kenny, we got a new job for you.
Like the pleats in your pants, too.
Okay.
That's great.
Very nice. It gives you that dick bulge.
Where's your dry... Yeah. Where do you get your fucking clothes dry cleaned? 1988?
He's got a lot of room.
Ballroom.
He's got a lot of room in his slacks. He's got a lot of room in his slacks.
You do keep things roomy down there,
Yeah.
Kenny. You always
Very
have.
roomy.
It's great.
Well, here's the problem, if you must know.
All right.
I'm misshapen.
Okay. What do you mean by that?
Well, see, I'm very muscular.
Yeah.
So, like, I got a big torso.
Uh-huh.
But my waist is not in proportion.
Proportioned.
Yeah, to the torso.
Oh.
So, like, if I buy a suit, I got to get, like, 52 long. Right?
Yeah.
And then, like, the pants for a 52 long is like a 48 waist.
It's crazy. You don't have a 48 waist.
Yeah. So, like, the tailor, every time he sees me coming, he's like, oh, no.
That's what everyone says when they see you coming.
True that.
True that.
So you wear the belt, the pants are loose fitting,
Yeah,
so as not to...
And plus it's got a long rise.
Yes, you got a lot of room.
Yeah.
Your zipper is about 2 feet long.
Yeah.
You have a very long zipper on your pants.
And remember that time we had breakfast, I sat down and Robert Kelly made the comment?
Robert, yeah. You had,
It all pops up to make it look like a boner.
Phantom dick.
Teacher bulge.
Teacher
bulge, right.
And he would push down on the top of it. It's where when you sit, your jeans or your pants kind of bulge up in the front and look like your dick might be in there, but it's usually not.
Yeah, because I got nothing to fill out that space.
Oh, Kenny.
Oh, don't cut yourself short.
Right away, you're getting fresh.
Sell yourself short, whatever.
Sorry, either way.
So could he do a brand new Dickie Goodman for us?
Yeah, that would be good.
Can you do one? Do you know what the Dickie Goodman thing
What
is
you were
about?
just
Do we have
playing?
another?
Yeah.
Well, give us another Dickie Goodman song there.
Oh, I have like 30 Dickie Goodman
I know
songs.
you
What do you guys
do.
want to hear?
Well,
Is
name
there
a few.
Name a few of them.
Batman and his grandmother?
No.
Flying Saucers Part 1 and 2?
No.
Kong?
Maybe.
Batman and his
Maybe.
grandmother's actually huge.
Santa and the Touchables?
No.
Speaking of ecology,
No.
Superman.
How about anyone? You're not really looking for a good one. I don't terrible.
No, there was another one that was a big hit. Is what
The
you
Ride
and I are
of Paul
getting at.
Revere, Watergate, The Touchables in Brooklyn,
was
The
the other hit?
Constitution,
They're all fucking horrendous.
Mr. President.
He's dead, isn't he?
Mr. President might be good because it's very dated.
Is he dead?
Dickie Goodman, is he dead? I hope so.
Kenny could redo Mr. President, but I think we'd get fired.
I hope whatever Dickie Goodman died of, it hurt.
He was just trying
Hope
to
it
get
was
by.
slow.
Oh,
Jimmy, he was just trying to
stop.
get by with his silly songs.
Awful.
It was his thing.
That's true.
Who's this? You think they played him at the wake?
Mr. Jaws! I hope so.
Mr. Jaws, you're swimming up on... Right.
With the horrible
we
New
get
York
it,
accent.
You're Jewish.
All right, here, Kenny, this is what we want.
A shark with a bullhorn, compelling.
we want you to do this type of thing, but a brand new one with current events, okay?
All right.
Can we hear some of the Superman?
Yeah, of course. Here we go.
This stinks already.
We are here on the planet Krypton, where a spaceship carrying a tiny baby is about to be sent to Earth. Super baby, what will you do on Earth?
Oh, my God.
We are here on Earth 30 years later with Clark Kent. Mr. Kent, besides being a mild-mannered reporter, what are you really like? I'm a soul man. One last question. Mr. Kent? Mr. Kent! We switch you now to our on-the-spot reporter, Lois Lane.
We're here with Superman. Super, why did you really come to Earth?
It's fun to stay at the
What? I've heard you have X-ray vision.
This is
What
so
can you
bad.
see when
I
you
can't
look
look at
at
you.
me? I wonder if he knows what I'm thinking right now.
I'd like to be naked behind a bush in someone's yard. If you're Margot Kidder.
Everyone knows you're able to fly. What can I do to make me fly? Now to you.
We are here at the hideout of arch-villain Lex Luthor.
Hideout?
Mr. Luthor, if your plan for a giant earthquake is successful, what will happen? But look, up in the sky, it's Superman. Superman has stopped the earthquake and saved Lois Lane.
Let's stop this
Well,
song.
Mr. Luthor,
No,
have you any
please.
last words to say to Superman?
Oh,
And
get
as
it?
Superman
Perfect.
and Lois Lane fly off to the super disco, we hear Lois Lane saying, and Superman saying,
Oh, that's a nice horse. I'd love to ride it. No.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
Wow.
That was terrible.
What?
I got it.
I got
Kenny,
it.
can you do a new version of that? You got to pick the songs. You know the pop songs, so you can work off that
yeah.
and the dance tracks that you know very well.
It would take some thought, but I'll get my production team on it.
You know what? Maybe Ann and I will contribute a line or two.
No,
no.
I will not be part of
That's why I said
anything.
maybe. That's why I said maybe.
You guys do more than your fair share of pulling your weight around here.
You're so right, Kenny.
Don't
Yeah,
bring me
so
rock
right.
into this.
Yeah.
Our weight.
Also known as lugging lard.
Anthony, we're also being reminded that
We should
we did this bit a couple of years ago. The listeners did their own Dickie Goodmans.
Did they?
I don't remember.
I don't remember one of them. I
A
guess
bunch
they
of
weren't
people
as
saying,
memorable.
"Hey, idiots! You had the listeners do this a couple of years ago."
All right. I'll
Well, how
take the
about
idiot thing.
how about they do it again? It's
Where
been a
are
while.
they? Maybe we could get an example of a listener's version. Do we
yeah.
have one?
Well, Iraq.
Oh,
Iraq.
Iraq.
But let's make it official. If the listeners want to do their own Dickie Goodman thing, we'll play the better ones on
maybe
the air.
based on show
Show and current
things,
events.
Current events,
Sure.
of course. Exactly.
Popular music.
Popular music.
That's right.
Haha.
Get on your
Mrs.
Dickie Goodman
Manicotti's been trying to trip me up.
and send them in when they're done, and we'll play the best ones.
Yeah.
And Kenny will do his own,
which will also be the worst ones.
I don't know. He's got a production team. Troy
I sure
Kwan,
do.
right? Troy Kwan.
Troy Kwan.
You think he's on it right now, starting to write some shit?
Oh yeah.
As soon as I give him the green light, I'll get prime time Sam Roberts.
Look how happy Kenny is. Sitting with the big boys.
And I think maybe I'll get
oh shit, what?
Little Nicky.
Oh, shit. Help out with the production.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's cool. And what are they going to do when you're
that's-
finally shaving?
That's a triple threat.
It's uncomfortable.
All right, we have one more clip from Perez Hilton. His comments on Lady Gaga, because she was pretty,
wait to
crazy
hear
at the
this.
VMAs.
I cannot wait to hear this.
Wearing all sorts of weird shit.
Lady Gaga. I know that you're claiming that you had a hand in her success. I saw it on your website.
I never said I
dripping out of people's
claim anything. I say I'm just a big fan of hers, and I'm a music lover, and I think music lovers...
Look at her right there, Perez.
She
That's
was
her.
here, Perez.
Good Day, New York.
We are claiming we had a hand.
In October of 2008, this is where it all started.
That was a couple of days after she performed at my CMJ showcase that I had here in New York last year. No, I'm so proud of her. I really feel like she's like my daughter and sister and wife, and it's great. You know, those were the days when she would wear that outfit all
she does
the
have
time.
a big dick.
Now at the VMAs, she wore like 7 outfits over the course of an hour and a half.
Crazy.
Times have changed over the last year.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of Gaga.
Oh, I wonder what year his father just blew his brains out.
Wait, how do you spell that? Oh, wait, it would be B-L-E-W either way.
Oh, no, come on, that's funny, though. Okay.
Now she's on tour opening for the New Kids on the Block.
New Yorker Lady Gaga is joining us this morning to talk about her new show and to perform for us. Welcome. It's really wild to meet you in person.
Oh, thank you so much.
I
It's
love
so great.
this outfit.
Thank
Is
you.
it hard to work in?
No, I'm a pro.
I know you are.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be
We
here.
heard you rehearsing this.
You know, Nicole from the Morning Mashup. Yeah, she's right. This girl is ugly.
Is she? Do you think she's butt ugly?
She's
or is
so
she...
ugly. The blonde hair kind of throws
Is
you
there
off a little bit, I
anything
think.
redeeming about her?
No.
No.
I mean, the more you look at her, yeah, that's an ugly girl right there.
She kind of looks like a greyhound. But greyhounds are kind of
You're
cute
upsetting
sometimes,
Sam.
but- oh, Sam, I'm sorry.
You like the Lady Gaga?
I'm a big fan.
Yeah?
Could you dress up as Lady Gaga for us?
Why would?
Oh,
that's
my
very
God.
strange.
Dressed like Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Why would you want me to do that? I don't even understand it.
Degrade you? Make
Yeah,
you feel
it's
like
just-
shit? No, this is why.
Okay, well that doesn't. I don't see how that's constructive or
Would you trade Jess for her?
for Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Long term or short term? I mean, then
Good question. Permanently. You got to make a permanent decision. Lady
I don't
Gaga.
know.
Wow.
Well,
So now that tells me you don't care about Jess enough that I can touch her boobies.
No. I told you already yesterday that you could not.
Oh.
I told you. You couldn't.
But I found a loophole.
No, because I already said that you
Keep
weren't
trying,
allowed.
my friend. Keep trying.
Right.
All right, Sam. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Something maybe for tomorrow, because I think we're wrapping up soon.
Yes, we have to actually
Jimmy's
get out of
can?
here on time today because we have that thing. It's called traffic.
Right.
Whenever Anthony taps, you know he's just thinking of an excuse to get out of here. We have that, and all he's thinking of is fucking exit 40. Tap, 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 tap.
Tap, 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 tap.
Tap, tap, tap. Yeah, there was a video I wanted to show you guys, but maybe tomorrow.
I'll be right back, buddy. I got to pee.
All right.
What?
There's a show. I think it's on.
Need someone to hold it for you? I do. All right, Kenny. Go ahead.
I think it's on TLC.
Yeah.
It's a couple kickables. They're married to each other.
Some people don't know what kickables are. Opie, why don't you explain what a kickable is?
They're midgets.
Midgets. Dwarves.
Because they don't like being called midgets, so Stephen S. Bayshore came up with kickables. It's perfect.
Or as they like to be called, little people. But we call them kickables. It's
Kickables.
funny. It's fun to say.
Right.
It conjures up an image in your head that's just fun.
Well, there's a new show where it's a married couple. They're both kickables. And the latest episode had the little one. I mean, she's really little. Like, I don't even think she's like a Vern Troy.
Oh, wow.
She's really small. And she was taking a selfie.
Troyer? I'm not sure. I'm really not
sure.
Vern Troyer?
Let's just go with Vern.
All right. It's like that fucking little freak from Austin Powers.
And she was taking a self-defense class. And it was the most ridiculous.
Oh,
my God, it was calling!
Let's turn our phones on vibrate, everyone.
And spit out your gum.
That was Kenny.
And spit out your gum.
Kenny's
That's right.
phone.
Okay, this is
Kenny's
it.
phone.
Do they have the clip of this little thing
God, look at that
taking a
thing.
self-defense class and feeling like she now could protect herself?
Really?
Yeah.
Just stop it.
I was spitting up food.
Don't.
Do they have it?
No.
Oh. Well, then this is a waste of time, Sam.
Let me check YouTube.
Why did I start this conversation if we don't have the clip?
Sometimes we dive in without knowing what's under us.
You know who?
Sometimes.
You know who would
start diving in at 6:10 every morning.
You know who would have known and started looking the second we started the subject, and actually would have had the clip ready.
You don't even have to finish your statement.
A young man named Danny Ross,
who used to work here.
Well, regardless, he would have had it.
Well, he wouldn't have had it, and that's why he's not here.
Godspeed, Donnie Ross. What was his name?
Doesn't matter.
Was it?
We've already forgotten.
I can't remember either.
Yeah.
He's like that tall kid that went to do comedy. What was his name?
Tall kid.
Fuck, I don't remember.
God, I don't even remember his name.
Norton? Jim Norton?
No. He's a tall guy.
Oh, Bill Burr. He moved to L.A.
I think that might have been him.
No,
Is that him?
He was an intern.
Simple Mike.
Could have been him too. I'm not sure.
I don't know. God, I think he's finally in that category where we don't remember his name.
Just don't even know his name.
All of them. Sam, it'll happen to you eventually too.
Yeah, that's to me.
Don't get too comfortable.
We'd be like, who is the kid with that fucking weird hair?
Yeah.
That's it.
You'll come up to us at some kind of like signing. Go, yeah, man, I'm an insurance salesman now.
Yeah, I realized insurance, there's a lot more potential and a lot more job security. Here's my wife, Jess, and our 10 kids.
Right.
And, you know.
Do you remember me?
You'll have ruined her fucking hot cuteness by...
You think I'm just going to be a schlub?
Pumping kids out of her. And then what?
I'm not going to be an insurance salesman with a bunch of kids.
Yes, you are.
Or a mortgage broker. You're more a mortgage broker, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking something in the entertainment industry.
Nope. You're so not going to be in the entertainment.
Not even...
You're gonna be in cable vision sales. You're going to be one of those guys that, like, sell time on cable.
Commercial.
Yeah. Local commercial.
When they go local for a minute.
Probably Westchester. Probably one of left West.
Yeah, one of those, like Westchester. And you'd be like, I'm in cable sales.
Dude,
it's good. It's a lot of potential.
And now you're hurting me.
Uh-oh, what happened?
I did that job.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. You want me to bring in my old commercials?
Please.
I played a car.
I beg of you. No, you didn't.
I played a talking car.
No, you didn't.
Oh, cool. I found it recently.
No, you didn't.
I played a talking car.
You played a talk.
I had a.
I wish it was the one Harry Chapin was driving.
It was before green screen amp, but they had something similar, and I had to make my. I don't even want to say this. My lips really white.
Yeah.
So then when
Perez Hilton do that for you.
So then I don't even remember. I had the two shots at the same time, but you could only see my lips. So now the car is talking. Telling about all the great deals.
Oh, fuck, no. I have to see or hear this.
This should be on Opie TV.
Please. Yeah,
oh, really? Should it, Sam?
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't know where it is.
Bust that out, yo.
I think I do know where it is.
Steve from Bayshore is saying the car was a douche-mobile.
Yeah, of course it was.
Wow. It's funny, I'm looking at trannies on TV on Maury, Back to School.
No, that's Wendy Williams.
Born a Woman or Man. I just recognized a post-op tranny.
You recognize one of them?
Yeah. She's at post-op. She had the operation.
Oh, that makes it
fine.
better.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I'm not saying I fucked her.
What is it, man or woman?
What are you?
All right, fuck it.
Going for a taint sniff.
Sit or stand to piss. Call her.
Do we have this? Do we have the self-defense clip?
No way.
I think we might. You
No
see
way.
that one right down there?
You know, he's
This?
probably
Yeah,
watching it.
maybe.
You know, he's probably sitting at home watching that clip right now, going, see? Little man. I like to call
Look at
Davey Ross.
Bill and Jen play hard to get.
No.
Wait, go back.
Hard to get.
Let's take a self-defense class.
Me and the boys, right?
The Little Couple. Next on
All right, that's the
TLC.
one we need. We need those clips. That's good.
Holy shit. She's doing some karate.
She can't be more than 2 feet tall.
Can I see that? Were they midgets learning to fight?
Looks like she's fighting a monster. She's a regular-sized person.
I'm being called
kid.
I'm being called my Opie the car. I mean, that's
My
not
Opie the car.
That's not nice. I guess
Hard to get.
I guess I gotta find that commercial now.
Ew.
Do you think she's learning something where she can really protect herself, Jimmy?
Yeah, what, so like fucking had to hide in a hole in the wall like during Tom and Jerry? How to fucking disappear under a shoe immediately?
I mean, she's blasting a gun.
Yeah, I mean...
Great. It's a fucking, like a PPK, and it looks like a Desert Eagle in her hand.
They're giving her false hope. What is she going to do in a real situation?
Run through a dog door so the fucking burglar...
She'll just keep, like the little rascals running between the guy's legs, and he'll reach back behind him and run back again. All of her self-defense could be from 1930s comedies.
And then she runs away from the attacker.
Yeah.
Some people would call it crawling, but in her case, it's running.
To funny fast motion music, and then the criminal just kind of laughs too hard to run. Yeah. All right, she plays this on her iPhone and runs real fast, and the attacker just falls down laughing and goes, "Look at this fucking mutation."
When you see a midget run, don't you expect it for no reason, just to jump every 8th or 9th for no reason?
Yes.
Just to leap a couple inches off the floor.
And as it leaps, it goes. Oh, how funny would that be?
It would be wonderful.
The crook would be like, just go. You bring so much joy to the world with your freakishness.
I don't have anything against midgets. I know that they have a very tough life.
I do.
But I firmly
have
believe...
a lot of problems with midgets.
Nah, they're nice people.
Yeah?
How do you know?
Because I've talked down to a bunch of them. I've talked to a bunch of them standing on each other's shoulders, peeking around the corner.
Wearing one long trench coat, so they look like a tall guy.
I just think that if they want acceptance, we should play Benny Hill music, and they should all be forced to dance to it, in a room. On cue. To do, amusing dances.
Can we search out kickables today on the streets and just play circus music and Benny Hill every time they
Oh,
walk
my
by?
God. Could you imagine you got a boombox, and you got, circus music, and you just follow them around with the music? How fucking awful would that be? You play this. You're walking through the streets of New York behind a midget, playing this real loud and just following them everywhere. Holy fuck, would that be a funny video?
We can set it up.
It could be done. It's not illegal.
Let's just set it up because we'll get the reaction of all the New Yorkers as we're doing this.
Dude.
Our little fucking...
No, it's got to be somebody...
Yeah, but it's going to be hard to find these fuckers. They're hiding these days.
Look, diamonds don't fucking just grow everywhere.
Oh, really, Ant?
You got to fucking search them out.
You know what? They say there's more rats than people in New York City, but I dare you to find one right now. You can't find these fucking things.
You equating midgets with rats?
Little people.
Kickables with rats? Rats do something. They serve a purpose.
Where are you going to find a kickable where we could do this? For real?
I don't know. That's just it. It's got to be...
I love your idea.
It's a perfect storm.
It's a great idea.
And it makes... Could you imagine the anger on the little fella? The anger on the little fella would be astounding. What are you doing? And you don't say anything. You just keep... There it is. And now you're following the little freakazoid, and it's just walking around. Oh, how mad would it get?
We do have that one kickable that is a friend of the show. Maybe he'll just do the bit for us if we can't find a complete stranger.
It could be two separate bits. One is the reaction of the New Yorker.
Dude, if we had a huge
and then the
boom
other
box,
one is just annoying the fucking midget.
He might even be listening now. Maybe he'll call the show before we get out of here. But
God, that's so funny.
Just in this area, the looks we would get from people trying to go to work, they'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you guys?"
Fred from Brooklyn is suggesting Star Wars Cantina music. He just chased little midget around with that playing. Let me hear that. I got a picture in my head. I could actually picture it when I hear the music. The little thing just walking around. And then you could actually maybe add some of this in. Oh, this one doesn't work as good. It doesn't go as high. Oh, God, that's great.
We're going to do something with that.
Oompa Loompa music. There's so much you could use.
What if you only talk to him in riddles? Like if you said, if you just said, "Do you know how to get to the store?" Like if you kind of sang Oompa Loompa-ish to him. I'm looking for 57th Street. Can you help me get there on your tiny feet? You're eye level with my meat.
I don't like the look of it.
You use a mushroom as a seat.
You got caught under my cleat.
Fuck. We got to do this. We just got to
Growth
do
is
this.
not complete.
We fucking got to do this, man.
Those little things are great.
Awful.
Taking on all the tough targets. That's what we do on this show.
Of course. We're not afraid.
So we got a lot going on. We got a kickable bit in development, Sam.
Yeah.
You guys developed that as we run to the elevator?
Yeah, please.
And
work diligently as we flee.
What do you got?
The midget's on the phone.
What?
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Chuck Love. I remember this fucker.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, Chuck?
Hey, how are you?
Are you listening to the show, or did someone tell you to call?
No, someone just called me.
Oh.
Which one are
What's
you?
up?
Are you the one that dressed up as a leprechaun for us?
What was that? No, I was the one that called in about when the FCC, the midgets wanted to get the FCC involved.
Oh.
I know this is the wrong...
This is the wrong kickable.
Jesus Christ.
Why do I picture you standing on like a stepping stool, straining at a payphone? I know you're not.
There's no payphones anymore.
No.
A wall phone.
No, it's a great visual.
Just stretching.
Yeah.
Is that...
That's him.
Okay, yeah.
Chuck Love.
Hi, Chuck.
Oh, yeah,
Chuck.
I know you.
What's up?
Do you have a sense of humor, my friend?
Yes, I do.
We want you to walk around Midtown as we follow you with really big boom boxes, playing circus music and Oompa Loompa music and Benny Hill music, so we could get the reaction of everyone going to work.
I'm down when you want to do that.
Of course you're down.
Do you own
You're never up.
Do you own a pair of jester shoes with little tingling bells on them, if you don't mind?
No, but I got a Razor scooter. I can ride that around.
No, you got to be Joe Kickable. You got to be like Joe Kickable, just going to work, trying to just fit in with the world. And then me and Ant and the rest of the gang are just going to follow you with massive boombox playing horrendous, like, circus music.
You have a Jack in the Box where you can wind up next to me, too?
We're thinking, here's what we're thinking. I think this would be good. Suit and tie and a little briefcase, right? And a newspaper. And you're walking down the street. We're playing this horrible circus music behind you. And you got any acting chops? Can you seem annoyed, turn around, curse us out a little as we're just laughing, and see if anybody actually comes to his aid or says, oh, you guys are fucking mean or something?
What's the circus music? Can we hear that again?
Yeah, here's the music.
Wait, he knows the circus music. Hold on. Let's set this up, man.
Play the music, though. Keep playing the music.
Yeah,
I love it.
mean, we're auditioning Kickables now. We're not just going to give this to you, Chuck Love.
No, you know,
so,
you want it right.
Set the scenario and let's see how he plays it here.
Yeah. Suit, tie, you're a businessman here in Manhattan.
With a little briefcase.
You got a little, and it's got to be a little briefcase.
A little briefcase.
And you're walking down the street. Suddenly, these hooligans come up behind you with a boombox playing this music. Now let's listen. And will not. They will not leave you alone. They are about 2 feet behind you at all times, no matter where you're walking, to try to get to work. And it's got to be annoying. What do you do?
I would be flipping out. But you mother effers, if you don't leave me the F alone, I'm going to call the LPA on your ass.
But you also got to, at some point, try to ignore it. Like, part of it is, look, I'm above this. I understand these assholes. So you're trying to ignore it, but you're turning your giant head around and just, just freaking out at us.
Yeah. At one point, you got...
First, I'm going to shake the newspaper like I'm trying to ignore it.
Yeah. Like, get away.
At one point, you got to take your little muffin fist and try to punch us in the balls.
And try to take the high road by turning around and go, excuse me, I find that offensive. And it's got to be around groups of people so they know what's going on and are getting upset. We want to upset people. That's what we do.
I'm down for it. Let me know when.
You think?
All right, we might have to have you audition.
I like it.
Any other Kickables want to audition? Call the show tomorrow.
No, Green Lightning is also suggesting we put him on Kenny's shoulder and dress him as Master Blaster from Thunderdome.
Yes, of course.
Kenny, of course, wouldn't be as smart as the fucking Mongoloid under the fucking helmet.
Bruce in California wants us to use the Lollipop song from The Wizard of Oz. Which one is that? Okay, it's called the Lollipop. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got to use this one, too.
Oh, my God.
You do know that if a little midget fella walked around and he had on, like the Dorothy from the Wizard, like, remember the Wicked Witch, the Witch Under the House, her colored socks?
Yeah.
If he had on curly jester shoes that were striped like that, no one would think it was odd. Like, even if you were a lawyer and you were going in for court, if you could wear those little curly striped shoes, it would be acceptable.
Oh, my God.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I must implore you. Guilty.
Jingle, jingle. It's a little jingly bells.
That's just so the people know where you are. The little tinkling of the bells.
Oh, yeah, because you could trip over them.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I like this. I like this idea.
All right, Chuck Love. We'll be in touch, all right? We got to figure out the
All right,
bid
man.
and see if you're the right kickable.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling.
All right, let me know. I'll be around.
Stephen King is checking in, Anthony.
Stephen King?
Yes.
The author?
We're having a little problem with Stephen King,
Yeah.
and he decided finally to call our show. Yes, Mr. King.
Good morning, gentlemen. Sorry about the article I wrote. I really do owe you an apology. You are more mature than everyone thought, and you do a different show. Congratulations, and I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stephen King.
Although you say apology. Apology. He's another one that can't really talk very well.
Boy, really?
Or speak very well. Yeah, he has an impediment.
All right, we're going to get a pod of kickables. We're going to get many of them.
I'll take it up to college. College.
Did he say college?
College. Yeah, he's got some kind of weird impediment.
Like his tongue hits the back of his throat?
College. Yeah.
College. Has he? I have a tape of him. I never heard him talk.
Yeah, for tomorrow.
I've only read his creepy writings.
You got to get his book on tape where he's reading it, and it's
college.
College.
We got to step aside.
College. Yes.
Well,
Yes.
Ron and Fez.
Ron and Hitler.
Ron and Hitler next. I posted the video of him crashing our show. Fez is Hitler.
It's fantastic.
Opie Radio on Twitter has the link.
Oh.
It's it's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
The video's creepy because he looks just completely insane now.
It is.
It's offensive.
And I don't think Ronnie's going to be happy with what Fezzy did today. I would definitely keep listening to this channel because it could be an all-out problem today.
Fuck it. Well, dude, so you can't walk around like, I mean, there's fucking Jewish people. I mean, not only here, but in places like Hartford, Connecticut. I mean, they're just really all over the place, and you can offend them very much. Not that I'd want to offend the Jewish folks in Hartford, Connecticut.
No.
September 17th, 18th.
No, wait, let me get the days.
Jimmy's plug.
September 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Now I'll turn you off.
This coming Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, the Funny Bone Comedy Club in Manchester, Connecticut. That's kind of Hartford in parentheses.
Very cool. This weekend, Jim Norton.
Yes, in Hartford, Connecticut.
It's good to have you back, Jimmy. We're going to get the fuck out of here. Also, for the listeners, what the fuck? Dickie Goodman songs again.
Oh, I thought you were going to take him out with Dickie Goodman. No.
Well, we have this one. Remember this?
This is London calling. Here is a news flash. The German radio has just announced that Hitler is dead. Repeat that. The German radio has just announced that Hitler is dead.
Turn this off. It's like the 9/11. Watch a 9/11.
We're here in outer space with a 20th century dictator and a 21st century rocket ship. Here's Space Hitler. Space Hitler.
Remember
you
Space
killed yourself
Hitler?
near the end of World War II. How is it that you're traveling through outer space? Very interesting, Space Hitler. You are rumored to have exterminated 6 million Jews. Can you give us your reaction? Very funny, Space Hitler. Is there another group of minorities you've had your sights set on for total annihilation this time around? What were you thinking when colored athlete Jesse Owens did so well in the 1936 Berlin Olympics? Here comes Benito Mussolini, or should I call him Space Duce? Benito, anything that you'd like to say about Space Hitler?
He's my favorite honky.
Space Hitler, how did Eva Braun take the cyanide on that final day in the bunker? Any thoughts on racial integration? That's all the time we have for today. Farewell, Space Hitler.
See, there's an example of a listener doing the Dickie Goodman thing, and we're going to accept new ones now.
Holy shit.
Space Hitler.
Space Hitler.
It's a few years old, huh?
Yeah.
We did enough for these guys. Sam.
Oh, fuck yes. Come on, let's get out of here.
Give us permission to leave, will you?
Well, you did.
Requesting permission.
Can we leave now, Sam?
To leave.
I'll tell you, I mean, if you could stay for maybe 2 minutes longer.
For what?
Just, okay.
Oh, no.
What?
We have a live read? Let's do it right now.
You want to do it now?
We can do it in show, can't we?
Yeah.
What's it for?
Guinness.
Stone Cold Freeview?
No, don't read that one.
You already read that
What's
one.
it for? Boners and
Porno site?
Is this,
Ken.com?
is this the one that makes your jizz taste good? Remember that? Remember that live read?
Yes, that was a fine one.
Stupid Tim Sabian. Thanks, Tim.
Jimmy. Jimmy, go nappy. Go nappy, Jimmy.
Jimmy's just rolling,
Jimmy's wheeling his luggage out, knocking against walls, knocking down mailboxes.
We have the most unprofessional ending to a radio show.
Yes, we do. It kind of just crumbles.
The worst. Also, I look up and Jimmy just got luggage and he's just wheeling down the hall.
He's mumbling as he leaves.
I listen to a lot of radio, and man, it's so polished. They give you a nice plug, and this is what we're doing tomorrow, and have a good day.
And then it's out and everyone leaves.
Yeah, and then
it's like people leave like it's a party.
Right.
People just all of a sudden go, hey, I'm taking away. You're part of the show. No, I gotta go. Leaving.
Yeah. And where's our lasers?
Like a bunch of hobos.
We're going to start doing real radio, Sam. We need lasers.
You're right.
Lots of lasers.
You can still say this. Maybe after the live read, we'll do a little teasing of what may be coming up tomorrow, what bits we've prepared for tomorrow.
I got to tell you, Sam, one thing.
Yeah.
It feels so good to be thinking about doing bits again.
Yeah.
Even thinking about
Just thinking about it. We
don't even have to
feels
do it.
good.
Feels like you rejuvenating yourself.
A little bit. I figured, it's been 5 years. Maybe we should start doing bits again.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Feels good to think that we might start doing that again.
Think about it.
You're flexing your creative muscles in new ways.
Well, yeah, the art of war, Sam. The art of war.
That's right.
But hey, 2009
What
marks the 250th anniversary of Guinness beer.
How do you know?
Because it's written down here. In honor of this historic event, the brewers of Guinness Stout invite you to join the worldwide celebration with an ice-cold Guinness draft. Look for it on tap at your local pub or pick it up at your local store. You know, in 1759, a little history lesson, Sir Arthur Guinness signed a 9,000-year lease.
That's impossible.
They must have chuckled over that one when they signed it, just drinking Guinness and going, I'm signing a 9,000-year lease. And then they signed it and drank more.
You're like the cool teacher.
I try.
I like this. Can we do this outside?
Yes.
If we're going to learn.
Groovy.
Sam, can we do our live reads outside from now on?
Only if we bring the mics with us.
Yeah, well, we have to.
Oh.
9,000-year lease to brew Guinness at
How
St.
many years
James
ago?
Gate Brewery. Last year. No, 250 years ago.
All right, so when is it up?
In 8,750 years.
The answer would be 2659. Continue. Is that right?
Oh, it's going to be 28.
250th anniversary.
28.
1759.
20.
2009.
20.
Oh, wait, what?
20. That's 2009.
Hold on, what's my math?
28.
No, fuck, I'll do this.
But they signed a 9,000-year lease. So it's
1759,
2884.
Right?
But wouldn't you subtract 9,250 from 9,000?
Wait, what year did he sign the 9,000
It was 100.
year lease? And
9,000-year lease.
250 years ago.
Right, so...
And what year was that? 1759?
Well, if it was...
Minus 250 from 2009.
No. Yeah, 1750. What? Yeah, okay, 1759.
In 1759
was the 9,000. Okay,
right.
Look
so
what
1759.
Look what I do. 9,000 years?
9,000 years from 1759.
Look at me. Look at this, Ant. A little math. 9.
It's the year 10,759.
Yeah, but you read that.
Now
and
it's
I'm,
easy.
You read that, and I'm doing it for real.
How is that
the year
hard?
10,000. I don't know.
It was just put a 10 in.
Of course.
That's in the future, like crazy future.
And you hear how cocky it was? I set up Anthony to fail so I could get the right answer, which was the very wrong answer.
Oh.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, in 1759, yeah, they signed a 9,000 at St. James Gate Brewery.
Okay.
And Guinness wants to share in the celebration. For a limited time only, enjoy Guinness 250 Anniversary Stout, brewed in honor of 250 remarkable years. Yeah. Be sure to ask at your local bar or store. For more details, visit Guinness.com. And on September 24th, celebrate Sir Arthur Guinness Day. Yay! Grab some friends, head over to a bar near you and celebrate. Enjoy some great-tasting pints of Guinness Draft. Guinness, trademark of Diageo. Guinness USA, Norwalk, Connecticut. Please drink responsibly.